I can just
No,
think my role.
Josh, that's just not
I'm crying. What's good, Chat?
Chat. We are having a discussion right now.
Yes,
I told Chill that Mars's plus minus this week is through the roof. And Chill hates every part of that. So I need you guys to tell us who has the best plus minus on the panel so far in the month of February, just in the new year, in the year 2026. But what's good, Chat? A bit of a late start, but no worries, because we are going to give you guys exactly what you want today. We just witnessed an early finals preview, or did we? The Oklahoma City Thunder, obviously they won a championship last year, and the Knicks, who are, I would say, the heaviest favorite coming out the East. Not the heavy favorite, the heaviest favorite, potentially. But we witnessed a good game last night. It went down to the wire. We will talk about that. I got Gifted with me, Penn with me, Damian with me, Chilltown with me, and of course, the highest plus minus in the industry.
In the industry.
From another planet, my man Mars.
Ron, we had the small ball lineup running yesterday, right? We had the small ball lineup running yesterday. We was running zone. Mars was at the top of the zone, and he was on the side of the zone where no shooters were. He was chilling on defense. Then when we get on offense, Mars was in the corner, chilling. Like
did his job, though.
He might have touched the ball. Mars might have touched the ball like maybe 2 or 3 trips. Other than that, he was on the floor for the whole quarter, though, by the way. And he might have touched the ball, and he ended up being like a plus 17.
Did he provide you space at the very least? Was he in that corner?
My plus minus was good.
You basically PJ Tucker. You know that, right?
Mars was chilling.
You basically PJ Tucker.
He was late managing yesterday.
Corner shooter, touched the ball 2-3 times. You Bruce Bowen meets.
I mean, PJ was a positive though.
I'm being face guarded in the corner, so I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
No, you wasn't. That's just not true, Mars. You was actually left wide open.
Oh, so you saying he wasn't getting face guarded at all? You saying it was double teaming off of Mars, basically. Okay.
That's just cap. I was being face guarded in the corner. Guys didn't even want me to get a shot off. So I was like, all right, cool. You guys got it. Go ahead.
Mars
wasn't even so you really Pat Bev.
He was just
that's what's really happening.
Oh man, Chill can't believe this.
Call me what you want, but I'm a plus 10 every time I step on the court.
He was like a plus 17 yesterday.
I'm gonna just call you. Let it go.
What happened?
Hey, and then all them uncontested rebounds you were getting. Hey, I'm not hating. They just happened to fall in your lap.
Yeah, like 4 of them. Yes, he did.
But you know, hey, the ball always finds the star player, right?
I have a nose for the ball.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it, fellas. We got the New York Knicks and the Oklahoma City Thunder. They tipped off yesterday, and it had that June type of vibe to it. You had the Knicks, who are 40-23 right now, and the Thunder seeking their 50th win in their next game. They're 49-15 right now. Thoughts on this game?
Great game.
Chet hooping.
Great game. It was I don't know about you guys, but for me it was like could potentially be a finals preview. I think it'd be a great series. I think there was a few things that stood out. You know, I mean, starting the game really well in the NBA gives you a lot of real estate towards the end of the game, like so much so that Oklahoma City can still give up a 40-point quarter in the third and still be up because they started the game so well. But like, I don't know about you guys, but if that's what Chet can give OKC when it matters most, like it's a wrap. Like I don't think anyone's going to beat them, man. Because when we're taking into account our predictions and things, I don't think any of us have Chet given that type of production. And if he does, I don't see anyone beating OKC, man, because he gives them an extra layer out there. Even with no J-Dub, even with no one else really having it going besides him and SGA, they still got it done. So that was my big takeaway from it all.
One of the things that I've always dug about defenders is their ability to keep the basketball away from bucket getters. And I feel like that was one of the main reasons why Jalen Brunson was taken out of the offense yesterday, because when he got off the ball, Cason Wallace, Lou Dort, they did a great job of keeping him off the ball and making those other guys make plays, making those other guys shoot the shots that they wanted them to shoot, not what the Knicks wanted them to shoot, but what they wanted them to shoot. And I thought defensively, they did a great job at that. And I'm not going to be long-winded here, but I got to tell you guys, Gifted, I just love I love how smart Shea is. He knows exactly what he wants to do. He knows exactly where he wants to go. You're not going to speed him up. You're not going to slow him down. You're not going to make him play the way you want to make him play. He's going to play the way he plays. And if it's not working, it ain't working because you're doing something. It's not working because he's just not on that day. I just think he's really that good. I love everything about this kid's game.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway with Shea for me, it's really just been like the season he's had, like to have the load that he's had and yet not make crazy amount of mistakes and turnovers, dealing with doubles extremely, extremely well, and being in position to help your team seal a game at the very end. Shea has just been spectacular for the entire season, and there's a lot of narratives that still exist around Shea, like, oh, he can't hoop, it's just free throws. But I think he's just so much better than those talks. He played phenomenally well for them, and I think that's why a lot of people still have them as the team that's going to win this year.
I'm sorry.
Now, you thought that what, Chill?
I thought that Mike Brown, he actually coached a good game last night, but I thought that Mark Daigneault did a great job in countering. And Mars, you and I have had this conversation about how bad Cat is as a defender. But with that being said, I do have to give him some praise. Cat will get on that glass. If he doesn't do anything, he will get on that glass and he will rebound, whether it's on the offensive or on the defensive end. He will get on that glass. And Mike Brown had ran a lineup. If I remember it correctly, it was in the second quarter because they really couldn't get anything going. It was Alvarado, Shamet, Bridges, OG, and Cat. And that lineup was working. And the reason why that lineup was working, because Cat got on the offensive glass and opened up a lot more offense for them. Well, Mark Daigneault saw that and he was like, we can't have this. And he got his big guys back in the lineup really quickly. And we kind of thwarted that. But I thought Mike Brown did a good job coaching in that aspect, but I thought Mark Daigneault did a great job in countering too.
Yo, I wanna stay with the Chet Holmgren performance for a second. And Penn, I know you're a guy who you pay a lot of attention to the draft process and you pay a lot of attention to guys when they're younger and stuff like that. Did you see this type of growth coming from Chet? Like, I know Chet obviously had he had, a pretty high ceiling, but did you expect him? Is this what you've been expecting from Chet?
Yup.
Like exactly this, Penn? Like this is what you were looking for, a long ball shooter, a guy who can stretch the defense that?
He's underperforming my expectations pre-draft.
I agree.
I thought he was okay. So first of all, I totally messed up that draft. I had Jabari as the number 1 pick in that draft. I had Chet number 2. I had Paolo number 3 or number 4, depending on how you want to look at it. But the only concern I had with Chet was injuries, strength, rounded shoulders. Was he going to be able to put on weight to be able to handle the NBA? But like seeing his fit in OKC, seeing the defender that he is, seeing the offensive potential, seeing the shooting form, seeing the ball skills, some of the stuff that I saw when he finally played after that Liz Frank injury, it was tantalizing. Like you could sell yourself on the idea that he could be a top 10 player in the NBA for sure. So yeah, I mean, he hasn't been a top 10 player. He's not in those conversations right now. Some people don't even have him top 20. So to me, yeah, he's underperforming a little bit. And last night was good to see.
So he's one of those
Is that
dudes.
sustainable?
He's tough. He's tough, man. That's what I liked about him at Minnehaha. Like, when you see him in high school, him and Jalen Suggs, you saw a dude who didn't back down. And he was skinny as hell and he got pushed around a lot and guys got into his body a little bit and they throw him down, but he get back up. Like, so I just appreciated that toughness in him and
Penn,
the work ethic.
Do you think that because him and Wemby have the battles that they have and Wemby basically physically imposes him, that people look at that and they completely like take Chet out of conversations of him being one of the better players in the game, not being necessarily the best player in the game, but being one of the better players in the game because of that matchup?
Well, if everyone who's worse than Wemby doesn't deserve praise, then I guess we're only going to talk about 4 players in the NBA.
Yeah.
The head-to-head is not really fair to Chet. Wemby is a different class, in my opinion. Like with Wemby, the conversation wasn't could he be a top 10 player. The question is, could he be a top 10 player all time? That's not a conversation I'm willing to have with Chet. But that being said, can he be one of the 3 best big men in his prime? Of course. He should be. It should be him, Joker, and Wemby going forward.
I think that's the problem, man. I think we bring up Wemby too much. I feel like Chet is his own player. Obviously, Wemby is in his own conversations. Chet, to me, suffers from people viewing him as a flawed offensive player, and they forget just how good he is defensively. I mean, he's had a couple plays this year.
Flaws offensively, you gifted?
I would say ball handle. I would say consistently taking advantages of mismatches and things of that nature. And I think that defensively, he gets severely underrated. He's had plays this season where it's comparable to Giannis in the finals when he got that like really crazy block where, okay, he's guarding the ball handler and then he shifts around and does a full 180 and then blocks a shot too. Like Chet's defense has been so essential to everything OKC does. And just if he takes any type of step up offensively, this team is a dynasty at that point for me.
If he could stay healthy, Gifted, because I think coming in, and we were up here having a conversation about him being one of the dominant rim protectors in the game. And I think that was going on. In fact, I think there were some people up here who thought that he could be defensive player of the year this year because Wemby had been out of the lineup and, you know, the way he was protecting the rim. I did worry about his ability to rebound because of his frame, but he has shown me that he can get on the glass and be a plus rebounder. With that being said, I mean, offensively, his ability to stretch the defense, I don't expect 6-7 threes every night, but if he can consistently stretch the defense like that, I think we're talking about a different player. I do.
But they do guard him. So whether he shoots 6, 7, whatever, he is a very, very positive spacer for your offense, and he's providing exactly what Shea needs, which is large driving angles. He provides what J-Dub needs, right? When they were drafted, I don't think you could have ever envisioned, I don't think most people envisioned a world in which J-Dub will be their second best player. I think most people thought it was going to be Chet.
I didn't.
So the question now is, what if it is Chet? And he's just a little bit delayed because that Liz Frank injury, we gotta give people the time and grace to recover from something that huge. Not playing basketball for an entire year, having an injury that serious, we don't know how much of his potential has been bottled. And he's still so young that there could be a jump coming that is just the result of maybe stalling process. I think
sometimes it's hard to develop when you're in a situation where you have such high level guard production. Like he's playing with the MVP, he's playing with another guy who's all NBA. Like the offense is going to run through them. So I'm not surprised that his offense has been slower than his defense. But I thought what was interesting last week was Ox asked a fascinating question, which was what makes a great defense, right? And I think when I watch the Thunder, it's the ability to turn the screws in any given moment. And at the end of the game, Chet is intentionally leaving Josh Hart in the dunker because he knows he can get back to him on the rim. And that's the type of defensive sort of upside that he can provide a team when he's at his best. So I don't know if he has to give them 6 threes a night, but if he gives them anything like he gave them last night, Swiper, I don't know if they can be beat, man, to be honest with you. Like I got Denver, but if Chet's at that level, when it matters most, it's gonna be hard to beat them, man.
Really? So you have Denver. Okay.
Can't hear you.
Everyone has Denver.
Stay muted, Ox.
I didn't know that.
Interesting.
I don't know if I have Denver right now.
Except Pat.
Yeah.
I'm watching this game last night, man.
But we don't care about you.
Oh, right.
I do understand why Mike Brown gets so frustrated with Cat because the three ball is so. I think the three ball is so prevalent in the game that you have to guard at the long ball line. But what happens when you guard at the long ball line? We completely forget the most important thing at guarding the rim. And guys completely forget about guarding the rim because they guard at the long ball line. So I'm watching Cat in the middle of the lane. So I think we're in the second or the third. We're in the second quarter. I'm sorry. We're in the second quarter, and Mikal Bridges ends up closing out too low on Andrew Wiggins. Not Andrew Wiggins. I'm sorry. What's the kid's name? Wiggins. What's his first name?
Aaron.
Wiggins, not Aaron. Yeah, and he closes out too low on him. Well, Diawara is on the weak side. Diawara should be guarding the rim. Cat should be guarding the paint, but he's worried about Chet. He really doesn't have to, and the reason why is because Alvarado was at the top, and he could have shot that gap and gave them enough time to get back. But instead, when he closes out low and Wiggins gets around him, Cat doesn't even make an effort to get in front of him. He just sticks his hand in there and he just gets right to the rim for a dunk. And I'm thinking to myself, come on, man, you got to be better than that in the paint, because that kind of defense is not going to get it done when it matters the most.
I thought Cat played good defense in the second half for the most part. Yeah, 12 rebounds too in the second half.
We talked about his ability to rebound.
Low standards of defense, Swiper.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I don't know.
100%.
I don't know about low standards. I think that I do think that yesterday in the offensive glass in particular, he had 6 offensive rebounds in the second half, and I think he got fouled on multiple opportunities going back up, but he didn't get those calls. He was livid last night, and I can understand why he was. I thought he was just outworking everybody. He's never going to be a significant rim protector or anything like that, but he can obviously play defense in spots. I thought the Knicks played really well in the second half, man. Like, they got the lead back. It was 72-72 all. Honestly, y'all, I just think a few things did not go their way. Those 2 challenges that Dagnall won, I thought that they had some calls that they did not get on the offensive end that kind of changed the script of the game.
On SGA, that should have been.
That was in the first quarter. Yeah, there was that one, but then there was the Brunson fell down and everybody stopped playing. There was like 4 minutes left. Brunson was trying to back cut and he fell down. He got tripped and everybody stopped playing. And then Mikal realized, I think it was, nobody's called a foul, so that he scrambled into a play. And then they put up a nonsense jump shot. But it was great. I mean, obviously SJ made that last 3, and that kind of was the thing that put it away. But yeah, I mean, it was a really good game. I just, if I'm and Knicks fans are upset about it, but I think that if there are some opportunities for Knicks to win the game, I think if the officiating had gone their way a little bit in the fourth quarter, but
Swiper in a 7-game series, the way that they played against Brunson, I mean, I think that that's conducive in order for them to win that series comfortably. I mean, yes, there are going to be some close games, but the fact that they kept the ball away from Brunson the way that they did, I mean, he was able to get cooking a little bit in the third quarter and the second quarter. But other than that, they boxed him up pretty good. They boxed him up pretty good, and that now allowed those other guys to have to go into their action. Like Mikal Bridges now has to get more shots off the dribble. OG has to now put the ball on the floor a lot more. And I mean, I think a lot of their stuff that they do offensively is predicated through Brunson getting going, because he attracts so much attention from the defense. Well,
he had 15 assists last night and only 3 turnovers. So that's obviously amazing. But the scoring, he was 1 of 8 to start the game. Yeah. I think, really, it's really hard for guards to get off against OKC. I mean, there's really no other way to say it. It's really difficult to deal with that level of physicality, the amount of defenders they have, the scheme that they run. And I said this on the timeline, and obviously, people don't like this, the Thunder fans, but they do a great job of hiding SGA out of those actions. It's not a deficiency about his defense. It's more about we're trying to get Dort and Kaysen and Caruso off of our guy. The next best option is SGA, but then what they do is they send 2 towards the ball and basically have SGA show and recover. Now OKC yesterday got burned on it twice because what happened is they basically ran a little split action to try to force the switch. SGA then does the show and recover, but then OG and Anunoby got the ball with enough time to get a 3 off, and they got a 3 to kind of put them back in the game. Sure. But it's really difficult to get one of those dudes off of you, and Brunson was having a very, very difficult time just trying to generate space consistently.
I just have to bring it up because we spoke about this last week. And
right quick. I hate to cut you off, but we all know we know the real reason why Jalen Brunson didn't get off last night. Because he didn't eat his factor meals. Shout out to Chet Holmgren, because he has been tapped in, and just like Chet, me and him, we're going to put on a lot of weight this summer because we're going to be eating healthy and clean via factor meals. Now, what does factor meals offer? I'm glad you're curious to know. They offer quality, functional ingredients, including lean proteins, colorful veggies, and ultimately, you have whole food ingredients and you have healthy fats. You see, some people on the panel have unhealthy fat, but not factor meals. They have healthy fats. That includes no refined sugars, no artificial sweeteners, no refined seed oils. So you have meals that help your fit goals. You have meals that cater to your schedule, and you're ultimately able to eat healthier, manage your calories, and you get more protein. Once again, me and Chet are going to be bodybuilding this summer. We're going to put on a lot of weight, and we're going to be able to do that through factor meals. It's a new year. It's about to be a new season. Spring is up on us. We have big goals, and we don't really have time to cook. That's where Factor Meals comes in handy because, well, we can eat fully prepared, chef-crafted meals that are dietitian approved, and we don't have to spend time in the kitchen making it. It doesn't get too much better than that. We don't have to shop. We don't have to cook. We just eat and gain the benefits of the great food that we eat. Factor Meals has 100 rotating meals weekly. That includes shrimp. That includes salmon. That includes all type of steaks. And quite frankly, the food is just fire. I encourage you guys to get your Factor Meals ASAP. It's always fresh, never frozen, ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes. No prep, no stress. So what you guys should do is head over to factormeals.com/PlayersChoice50 off and use code PlayersChoice50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Go ahead and get that 50% off while the offer still lasts. We will see you guys in the winner's circle. And ultimately, once again, if you want to put on weight like me and Chet, go to factormeals.com and use code PlayersChoice50 off. Now, as you were saying, Ox, now that the people know why Jalen Brunson didn't get down.
Shout out to Factor Meals.
Shout out to Factor Meals.
Yeah.
100%.
So we were talking about this last week, and it's Cat just not asserting his dominance on the offensive end. I remember last season we were talking about the Celtics playing against OKC, and there was a game where Jason Tatum wasn't really taking advantage of Kaysen Wallace in the mid post, and we were told that Kaysen could actually guard Jason Tatum there and whatnot. And I don't know what it is, because it's not just OKC, so it's not like they're psyching Cat out, because we talked about this already. And the fact that Karl Anthony Towns last night went 7 for 8. I don't know. It really just pisses me off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you got OG Anunoby shooting 17 shots. You got Mikal Bridges shooting 17 shots. You got Jalen Brunson shooting 18 shots. You got Josh Hart shooting 11 shots. Now, obviously, I don't want Cat to hijack the offense or, you know what I mean, shoot him out of a game. But big fella, like, You can't be in the starting lineup the only one to shoot single digits. Josh Hart can't have more shots than you. I don't care if they're wide open shots. I don't care what it is for Josh Hart. And you know, obviously, I'm not the guy to say like you have to be worrying about that during the game. You know, like you shouldn't be thinking like, oh, Josh Hart shooting a bunch of shots. Let me get some shots up, like ruining the offensive flow. That's not what I'm saying at all. But there is a thing where you have to assert your dominance. Like you can't shoot 8 shots. And Chill, yes, he was a demon on the glass, 17, 18, what do you have, 18, 19 rebounds, 7, something like that, whatever. That's great. That's great. Now shoot 17 shots.
Ox, 3 of those, so you know, Ox, 3 of those 8 shots was offensive rebounds, by the way.
Which is cool, you know, and that's great. You know what I'm saying? But still, like,
it's not. To your point, no, it's not, because
what's the best way to do that?
It's great.
It's great
that you're on the glass.
Yeah, it's
right.
great that you're on the glass.
Ox, where did you want him to get those shots, given the kind of coverages you were seeing yesterday? That's what I'm asking. I'm not like, you know, leading question, but I'm kind of really asking.
And also keep in mind, he didn't shoot not 1 3 last night.
Well,
right, no threes.
That's a problem.
You know, Swiper, that's one of those questions where it's like, I can't tell you the scheme. You know what I'm saying, for what it is. But between Jalen Brunson, and between Mike Brown, they have to figure out a way to make him a bigger part of the offense against a team like OKC. Whoever's guarding, put pressure on Chet. You know what I mean? Put some pressure on that defense. I think when you have a game against a team like OKC and Karl Anthony Towns isn't a big part of your offense, I think you're already playing against a great defense, and then you bail them out by not having, you know, a guy like Karl Anthony Towns trying to force the issue. And it might not have to be a whole game. So, you know, obviously y'all know you make adjustments, you do something this quarter that you might not do in the third quarter. I need a second or third quarter where, hey, get up on that horse. We're riding the big fella.
Gang, he went 7 of 8 too, bro. I'm watching these shots like,
and that's what I'm saying. 7 of 8, Swiper. You go 7 of 8. You shoot 50. If at any point you're 7 of 8, you're shooting 15 shots now.
And these are old rebounds. He got an old rebound over Dort, over Hart, and then he got one over SGA. But then he had 2 face-up jumpers that he hit too. But the issue is, I think Ox is like, these are a lot of offensive rebounds, but he was also getting kind of like pushed out the paint too a little bit. You know what I mean?
Answer your question,
that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
Swiper, to answer your question, a big man like Cat, a stop and pop big man, a stretch big like Cat, one of the ways that you get him involved in the offense, one of the ways he can get himself involved in the offense is in transition. And I thought that they did a good job on the glass. He did a good job on the glass. He's able to take the ball from one end to the other. I felt like a lot of times they missed him in transition when I'm watching Hartenstein run right to the rim to guard the rim, and then Cat is wide open at the long ball line. Cat is wide open in the mid-range. I appreciate, Ox, your logic about him being soft and asking for the ball. Yes, but there has to be some points where, especially you get him, especially when you know how your big man is as a stop and pop big, or as a stretch defender, as a stretch offensive big, you have to get this dude involved in the game. You have to do that.
I just want to be clear. I didn't call you soft, Cat. I just said you want to assert your dominance. But
how difficult is that, Ox? Like, just for the people that haven't played basketball at a high level, like, how hard is it for you to know in the flow of the game that you need to be more engaged, you need to get shots up, but also trying to balance that delicately without hijacking the offense and forcing things? How difficult is that?
I don't think it's difficult at all for a player like Cat. You know what I'm saying? For somebody that's offensively gifted like Cat, and he played 33 minutes, Damien, you can force some things.
Absolutely.
We're I mean, as a team, we're fine with you forcing a couple shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fine with you getting in that on that mid-range. Dirk Nowitzki shooting over a couple of double teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fine with that. We have to ride the big fella at some point. And like I said, I mean, I'm not saying for the whole 33 minutes of the game he's in there. No, just give me the ball. You know, but Coach Mike Brown needs to have, and this is something that Chill, you say a lot, and this is something I think we can all agree with. Sometimes we're gonna go 3 minutes like, hey, he's shooting the ball. You know what I'm saying? We got 3 minutes of we're just finding Cat, coming off that baseline, coming, you know what I'm saying, picking and popping. We're running our Cat sets. These are our Cat sets where we're running offense that's finishing with him with the basketball. Whether it's a pick and pop, pick and dive, or him coming off the weak side, catching the ball in the mid-range, making a move, or trying to get Chet to come out to the 3-point line and trying to drive past him. You know, I know that's difficult against OKC. You got guys that are collapse, guys that are dig, but still, like, you gotta force this issue at some point. You can't have Karl-Anthony Towns going 7 for 8 in a game where OG and Mikal shoot 17 shots, Josh Hart shoots 11, and Jalen Brunson is, you know, in solitary confinement.
But
you gotta do, like, we need something.
Gifted, I'm a big fan of who Larry Brown was. I'm not a huge Larry Brown fan in terms of him being a coach, but I'm a big fan of what he was offensively. Like, a lot of times we get away from going to guys consistently. And a guy like Cat, if Cat gets it going, go to him again. If he makes enough, go to him again. Like let's not let the defense off the hook here. Go to him again. We don't have to spread this around, especially when we get into like really good situations. We get into the meat and potatoes of games. We get into the middle of the third quarter where we're trying to make a run and Cat gets going. Don't let Hartenstein off the hook. Don't let Chet off the hook. Go to the big fella again. And that's where I feel like your lead guard, I feel like that's where your coach comes in.
But like, are you saying you wanted him to ISO more versus Hart and Chet, like in the post?
I know what I wanted to do was I wanted to get him more involved in the offense, just overall. Like, once he gets going with one thing, because that's what bucket getters do. Once a bucket getter sees the ball go through the bucket, now I can get going in a multitude of ways. So when he knocks down that 3 in transition, okay, now when we get the ball back, when we get a stop, I'm looking for him again because I want to get him going. I want to keep Cat engaged. I want to keep him a part of this offense. So if the big fella's running and he's stopping at the 15-foot line, I'm going right to him. If he hits that shot, we get another stop. We come back down. Go to him again. Let's not let any of this defense, or it's not necessarily isolation, but let's keep him involved. Let's keep him engaged in the offense.
I wonder if Mike Brown wants him to take 20 shots a game. Yeah. Like, that's my thing. Like, it doesn't feel like Mike Brown wants him to shoot high volume. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but
But why would that be the case?
Well, then
Damian?
get his ass up out of there.
Well, we've discussed this before. Like,
bullshit, Knox.
yeah, but like we've discussed this
Real.
before. Even in preseason, like Cat didn't know his place in the offense, and for me, like they need him to be dominant if they're going to win. Like if they're serious about winning this whole thing, and when one of your all-star caliber players doesn't understand where he fits in the offense, it means that Mike Brown hasn't built an offense that involves him or built an offense around him. So it feels like to me that Cat has to get his on the glass. Cat has to get his, he has to force his way to the free throw line sometimes if he can, because he's not getting any sets run for him. He's almost he sometimes has to generate his own offense, like you said, on the glass, because he ain't getting nothing else. Like, and that to me is a little worrying, because Mike Brown's supposed to be a guy that plays a free flowing offense and getting guys a lot of shots, and they're putting him up and they're running. Like it's the Cat thing feels weird to me with him.
Yeah, I've been watching back a couple of these possessions, and there's moments where Cat is being fronted in the post by Lu Dort, and he's not making a strong enough effort to like actually get the ball. He's actually facing the basket while Lu Dort is there, and like he's not aggressive enough trying to get the ball. I think that's one thing, right? I think the other thing, and I don't think this is being talked about enough, this isn't offense related, but the level of stupidity foul Karl-Anthony Towns gets into hurts him. I didn't know this. Did y'all know that in the first half he had 0 fouls? So he picked up all 6 of his fouls in the late third quarter and most of the fourth quarter.
He got 3 frustration fouls yesterday because he was upset that he didn't get a foul call, so he immediately fouled.
Last year, gifted from Ant. What did Ant
They
tell
also
us?
don't have a point guard. They also
Ant
don't have
told us literally. Ant told us last year, if you don't foul, we win. He said that.
Yes.
If you're on the floor, we win. But he can't.
And that's been a huge problem of his. Like I feel like the offensive flow has been really up and down. Even last year, right? The Knicks were better when either Brunson was on the floor or maybe Cat. Like with both of them down the stretch, they didn't really know how to like share. And like I know they're gonna be like, oh, Jalen Brunson, he had 13 assists. Yeah, but like the way that you get the ball to your players in terms of, I would say, rhythm, they still haven't really found that flow. But it doesn't help when Cat, as a decision maker, is picking up stupid fouls to keep him off of the floor as well down the stretch. Because again, his rebounding was crazy. He had so many plays where the second score off of his rebound gave the Knicks value. If he can do that, I think that's the first step.
I also think some of the shots it's really hard to beat OKC. Maybe that's just a better way to talk about this. Like, especially when Chet's playing that well. And SGA can kind of take a little bit of a break, like he doesn't have to do everything, and Chet's making his shots. And then on the other end, like Chet and SGA are having uber efficient games, and it's like, yeah, I mean, they're just also really hard to beat too. Like but the biggest thing is they're really hard to score on consistently.
But let me ask you this though, Swiper, because obviously we know OKC is who they are. They have a tantalizing defense. They legitimately just suffocate you. But do we contribute that? So last night's game, we watched last night's game. Was it more so OKC beating the Knicks, or based on some of the things we outlined, did the Knicks beat themselves, such as not getting Cat involved, such as OG and Mikal shooting more shots and only shooting 30-something%, Brunson not getting going? Like, is that the Knicks shooting themselves a little more?
I'd attest to the reason why Brunson couldn't get going and Cat couldn't get involved was because OKC's defense wouldn't let them.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, sure. It's hard. It's hard to get into action against OKC. But I mean, it's also a cop out. Like if you're new, it's also like if you're New York, like. I don't know about you guys. If I'm looking at Cat, Cat's supposed to be one of the biggest matchup problems in the league from the front court. He's supposed to be that. I can't, as a coaching staff, look at him and not. And here's the thing: you don't have to shoot shots to be involved in the offense. You can give the guy touches and still keep him engaged. Chill. We always talk about this, about the big man feeling like he's involved in the game. I'm watching Cat out there for 4 or 5 minutes, not touching the ball on offense whatsoever, and it's like. You can't look at a guy who's that gifted offensively and just not look to at least get him something. Like they're not getting him anything. And here's the thing. If I'm a coach, I would make it my intention to get Cat involved and honestly almost build an offense around him, because I know down the stretch the ball's going to be in Brunson's hands. Naturally, the ball is going to be in the guard's hands unless you have Jokic or whatever the case may be. So how they haven't built, Ox, to your point, sets that they can go to, that they run consistently. Like, we've all watched a lot of Knicks basketball. How many sets are intentionally run for Cat? No, I can't put my finger on how. Like, it's a handful, if that. And to me, it's unacceptable, man. Like, it can't happen.
This is the dude that you can't figure out why he not with her. I think Mike Brown. I think Cat ain't his cup of tea. I honestly believe that. I don't think he's his cup of tea. If he was, he would get him on. But like we've seen over the course of this, not just this season, we've seen over the course of seasons, when a team is running the offense, they're running the offense through the guy who they think is the most conducive for them to win. If you look at what's going on in New York, if you look at what's going on with Cat when he was in Minnesota, even when they did get Ant, they ran a lot of action for Cat. A lot of that stuff ran through him. They put him in a lot of spaces where at the 15-foot line, out to the long ball line, they got him on the box. They don't do any of that with him. What they're trying to tell me is that he's not as aggressive enough. He's not as engaged enough on the offense. Well, as a big fella, when I don't touch the ball 3-4 trips in a row, it's going to be difficult to continuously ask for the basketball. It's going to be difficult to continuously demand the ball, because I have seen him get big on the block and ask for the basketball, and they miss him more than once, more than twice. And then we go away from that. And then when
oh my bad. Go. Keep going. Go.
So and when we go away from that, then we see Cat get on the glass, and we see him be aggressive as an offensive rebounder. We see him as a defensive rebounder, and then get out in transition, and then they miss him again. It's hard for me to stay engaged and consistently ask for the ball when I'm not sure if I know that I'm going to get the ball.
Right, chill, but that's just ridiculous for. I mean, not what you're saying to be ridiculous, but it's ridiculous if that's true. That Karl-Anthony Towns just not Mike Brown's cup of tea. Like, this is the team you got. This is the player you got. Like, how could they don't run anything for him. And that's what I'm saying. This is just ridiculous shit. Like, this is on your plate. I know one thing. When I was a young fella, if my mama made lasagna, I'm like, hey, mom, I'm hungry. She says, this lasagna right there, I don't want lasagna. You're not hungry then.
Yeah, that's what we eat.
You know what I'm saying? If I say, oh, I don't want it, then you're not hungry. Like, what? So what are you talking about? Oh, I don't like the big man I got. You're not coaching then. Like, what are you doing? Like, if this is a Mike Brown issue, then this is a big deal, because Karl-Anthony Towns has been a premier scoring big man in the league for a decade. So for you to say, like, if that's the issue, and if you're purposely going away from him or not looking for him, then this is just sabotage.
He just wanted more ball movement in the offense, which, I mean, I think that's what he wanted. The ball out of Brunson's hands, and he wanted the ball to move, and he wanted guys to cut more for the offense to be more fluid. And
I mean, that's cool, but you can still do that with your big man too, though.
I'm not going
to I think what really irritates me too is that, independent of this, right? Even if you're saying, okay, we don't know how we want to divvy up the responsibilities between Brunson and Cat, when they're off the floor and you have one on the floor, maximize that one and run the offense through them more. I feel like if Cat is that, like we saw it time and time again last year in the playoffs, Brunson would be on the bench in playoff games and Cat was dominating the game. And then when he came back in, it shifted back towards him. But you have to keep your bigs involved, especially if they are offensive type bigs throughout a game, because you can't expect them to bail you out in the different scheme, though. If the whole game left them alone.
It was a different scheme, though. Tibbs was there last year.
Yeah.
Tibbs made a conscious effort to keep Cat involved in the offense. Yeah. I think that I do think that with Mike Brown, I think he wants it to be spread around a little bit more. I don't think that he wants to focus a lot on Cat, which, I mean, I don't know why, but
I mean, did they lose the game because of Cat though yesterday? Like Brunson was worse.
Not really. Swiping 8 shots from my best interior scorer, from my second best scorer. That's not going to get it done. And I do think that coaching has a lot to do with that. I don't think it's just Cat. I think coaching has a lot to do with that too. I got to make a conscious effort to get this dude more involved in the game.
When you change the system, especially when you go from
You're muted, bro.
I'm muted.
Right.
No, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. When you change the system, you go from Tibbs to Mike Brown. and things are very different, it's very interesting to see what has stayed the same. So a few things have stayed the same. Number one, the Knicks are very good when Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson are both on the court. They are insanely bad when they're both on the bench. However, one more trend that has stayed true from last year to this year is that if one of those stars is on the court with 4 other guys who are not those two, or who are not one of them, so Cat by himself without Brunson versus Brunson without Cat, the numbers would say through the last 2 years that the Knicks are much better with Cat without Brunson than they are with Brunson without Cat. So the anecdotal example that Gifted gave about this time when we saw this happen, this happens all the time. This is happening all the time. And I don't know what that necessarily means. Does that mean Cat is the most important player in New York, that he's the best player? But I also think it's worth noting he's worse this year than he was last year across the board. He's playing fewer minutes. He's less effective from 3. He's less effective from 2. He's just been a little less involved. And having both of them on the court, honestly, it does hurt your defense. But I think if you're going to think about this from the perspective of like, oh man, we really can't win with 2 defensive liabilities. Well, one of these defensive liabilities is doing a much better job when he's without the other one. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Pin, one more thing I do want to note too is that, so Ox mentioned that just him only getting 8 shots, and he overemphasized that, as he should. But another thing too is like Karl-Anthony Towns, I think we can all agree on the offensive end, his biggest asset is his shooting, his ability to stretch the floor as a 7-footer.
I wouldn't even agree with that.
And I'm not saying, well, it's one of his greatest strengths, but I'm not necessarily comparing him as a shooter to this guy. But it's almost to me like, imagine Duncan Robinson playing 30 minutes and not shooting a single 3. It's almost like, Duncan, why are you out there? And I know Cat provides more value than Duncan on the offensive end and all of that, but I'm saying one of his greatest assets, he shoots the ball that well, and he's that much of a threat, especially for this Knicks team. Him to be out there and play a whole game and not shoot a single 3 to me is glaring. And also, too, one more thing. I'm looking through Cat's whole career. Would you guys believe it if I told you that over his 11 years, this is the least amount of shots he shot per game?
That's not a coincidence, Ron.
No,
I
believe
That's
that.
not a coincidence. It is
We
not.
said that the other day. What is it, Ron? 14?
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
That's not
13.8. Like, he, as a rookie, he shot more shots than this.
It's not a coincidence.
Okay, but in fairness to the numbers, it's because he's playing fewer minutes. There is a year 2022, 2023 in Minnesota where his role was technically less, just by a bit. And that was smack dab in his prime, man. That's like right there. He's 27 years old, and he just got sort of pushed out of the offense by Anthony Edwards. I think at some point, like, Chill, when you were talking about Cat not getting touches, I was kind of curious, like, what would you do if you were him to get more touches? So let's just say you are frustrated. What do you do? I mean, yeah, obviously you want your point guard to run a set with you. You can do early seals. You can run hard in transition. You can get yourself involved by setting a screen, diving, with your arms up and trying to get it. Beyond that, you could obviously prey on your coach to run a play for you out of a timeout and just be like, hey, we haven't gotten a shot for Cat in 4 minutes. Let's get a touch for him. If those two things don't work, are you petty enough to just go down on the block and just start picking up 3-second violations?
You know what? To be honest with you, I don't hate that at all, Penn. I don't.
Then do it.
I don't hate that at all. I'm just going to stand in the paint, and I'm just going to start picking up 3-second violations to let you guys know I'm begging for the ball, and I've been down here this whole time, and nobody's looking for me. You know what? I don't hate that at all, Penn. I don't.
But here's the other thing, though.
15 assists yesterday, though. Like, I think this is like a little tough because it's like he was diamond yesterday, so it wasn't as if Brunson was just like ball hogging. It's just I think the situation was.
Well, he had to, Swiper. He had to. Because when he got off the basketball, he wasn't able to get back on the ball. And when he got the ball back, it was late in the shot clock, and he wasn't able to get the looks that he was able to get. So instead, he was firing the ball to Mikal Bridges at the top of the key, or he was firing the ball to OG, guys like that, to get them shots, as opposed to actually running offense for Cat. And I've said this to you countless times, Swiper. As a lead guard, I understand what the offense is, but at some point as a lead guard, you out, big fella on the box, or you out. I'm going to the big fella. I gotta get.
They were
involved
10
in
of
the game.
35 from 3
I have
yesterday,
to.
Chill. That's actually the issue. Like they missed like all their threes, like wide open threes and good look threes. So even like I think the process of the offense
Cats
was still
took this
good
many though,
yesterday.
Swiper.
Do you think Brunson?
I mean, because Brunson can get 15, 16 assists, but I mean, we see Luka get a bunch of assists off grenades all the time.
Plenty.
You know what I mean? Like,
do you feel like Cat was aggressive last night?
With Carl in particular, though, I don't know how many opportunities he actually got to get good looks off from distance.
And why is that, Swiper?
Because of the way they were running their defense. Like, they did not allow Cat to get space on that was the issue. Like, Cat didn't have breathing room.
Right, and I'm glad you brought that up, Swiper, because then there's other ways to get him involved in the offense, i.e. in transition. Like when we get stops.
Stops to get in transition, though.
Oh, and they were getting stops yesterday.
They had 14 transition points yesterday.
Does he own no part of the responsibility for this? I mean, I'm sorry.
Yes, he does.
I've watched.
He doesn't have the personality as well. You're right.
Right, and this is the thing. I've watched so much Karl Anthony Towns. I like to refer to him as a minute man. Okay, he is a 1 minute man, and which is to say that 1 minute of every single game, Karl Anthony Towns will show you.
That's a hell of an accusation.
How incredible!
Wow,
just how incredible he can be. He will drive it down your throat 2 times. He will. I'm so sorry.
Focus. As you were saying,
drive it down the throat of the defense. 100%. My bad.
Yeah, I'm with you. Drive it down the throat of the defense. I'm with you, Pen. Keep going.
Pause.
He will dunk down the throat of the defense. Got it.
Yep. Keep
drive
going.
It down the throat of the defense. This has already gone to hell.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm with you.
He'll dunk it on you. He'll get a putback. He'll snarl, and then he just
jam it down.
And then he will hide in the corner for 6 straight plays. Okay, and then he'll pick up a silly foul. And this is a mental thing. I'm sorry. When you say Karl Anthony Towns' greatest strength is his shooting, I understand what you mean, but I think it is his physicality, his ability to get downhill and bump dudes out of the way, and the finesse with which he can do it, and the coordination that he has as a 7-footer with a lot of strength. I think he could be so much better. So I think Karl Anthony Towns has always left a lot of meat on the bones.
Yeah.
Another poor choice of words.
No, I agree, Pitt.
That's gotta be intentional.
I'm gonna shut up now.
Yeah, Ron, I know that you got to move on, but like I do want to pass the ball to the corner. Mars, what were your thoughts on Cat?
I think they were guarding him with wings. So all this talk of him taking advantage of Chet and Hartenstein, I don't know. They weren't even guarding. So I don't know what that was.
It was
about.
Lou Dort guarding him, huh?
Yeah, it was Lou Dort,
It was.
Caruso, Kaysen. The reason Cat wasn't even taking screens for Brunson.
None of
No,
us said
the guys said taking advantage of Chet and Hartenstein. That's what they said. They wanted them to do that. I heard that explicitly. I listened to every word. That's what was said. So that confused me. The reason Cat wasn't even really involved in terms of setting screens is because the Thunder would just switch with Brunson and whoever was guarding Cat. And Brunson doesn't want Lou Dort on him or then Caruso on him. So they just ended up keeping Cat away from the action because the best perimeter defenders were guarding Cat. And the reason they don't just dump it down
who was guarding Brunson, Mars?
Whichever one wasn't guarding Cat. So if Dort's on Cat, Kaysen's on Brunson. So if Brunson
that's a switch you want though, Mars.
I'm getting to that. So then if Brunson calls for the screen and then you switch Dort onto Brunson and now Kaysen's on Cat, logically speaking for you guys is Cat can get on the block, post him up. The issue of that is Cat turns the ball over 25% of the time when he's in the post and has 0.8 points per possession. So he's actually just not been good in the post anyway. So my biggest issue with the Knicks, and this is maybe a Mike Brown thing, maybe it's a Cat thing, I don't know. The Knicks just play, the best term I can think of it is what Kobe said when he said accidental basketball. Like,
junk ball.
If teams are trying to take away Cat, they're not going to make a conscious effort to get the ball to Cat. They're just going to take what the defense is giving them. And that's why I think Josh Hart is the biggest problem in all of this, not Cat. The teams can guard Cat with a wing because they can put bigs on Josh Hart. That's the problem. Cat's biggest strength is when he's at the 5. You put bigs on him, he's too fast. He drives by you, he brings you out the paint, all of that, blah, blah, blah. But when you're putting wings on Cat and then bigs on Josh Hart, you don't get that advantage. And because the Knicks aren't one of those teams that are going to handpick matchups, what they do is when teams are guarding Josh Hart like that, they're going to end up picking the matchup for Jalen Brunson. And when they inevitably end up roaming off guys like Josh Hart or OG Anunoby, Brunson's going to make the read to the open man. So on any given possession, teams can funnel shots wherever they want them. That's why you get OG taking 17 shots, Mikal taking however many shots he got, Josh Hart taking however many shots he got. Because OKC can pretty much decide who's going to shoot on any given possession. If they decide they're going to heavily gap off OG on that possession, OG is going to shoot an above the break 3. So when they're deciding to face guard Cat with whatever wings on him, Brunson's not one of those playmakers that's going to be able to decide what he wants. If they double him off of OG, he's going to pass the ball to OG. That's what he does. So I think that's the biggest problem with the Knicks. It's not Cat's not aggressive or Mike Brown doesn't care about Cat. It's Brunson's not one of those playmakers that's going to read the floor the way you want him to. And the fact that the Knicks play a brand of basketball that you can dictate the terms of the game. But all of this leads to the Knicks still having one of the best offenses in the league. So I think it's a bit of a nothing problem.
Sounds like
I just think it matters in like the highest leverage games. But
we were talking about.
I understand that analysis,
Yes,
and like that all these things can be true,
great.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But the issue still is Karl Anthony Towns has to get the ball. So that's why when Swiper asked, well, ask where should he take advantage? That's what I'm saying. That's Mike Brown's job to figure out, and Mike Brown has to figure it out in games like that. So if that means Josh Hart needs to come off the floor and they might got to go with Landry Shamet or whoever they got to go with, then that's just what they got to do. You know what I mean? It's still for me, the bottom line still boils down to Karl Anthony Towns cannot go 7 for 8 in a game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And regardless of the reasoning, if that means that Jalen Brunson has to be better at his decision making, being better at attacking Lou Dort, keeping him on his heels, so that Cat can be engaged with Case and Wallace in the mid range or wherever he needs to be, then that's what they got to do. Like the reasoning is what it is, but there still has to be a change.
And as a bucket getter,
I agree. You get Josh Hart off the court. I've been trying to say
you have been saying that for a while.
Yeah, I think it's a bad fit because of what they can do. But I also think, you probably do want to. Of Cat's 8 shots, they were probably like garbage buckets. Like
three of those 8
like
shots
clean up duties on the
rebound.
glass. There was one where he got to attack Lou Dort in transition, so that was cool. There was one after timeout where he finally had a big on him. He had Jalen Williams on him, so he drove by him. He got to the rim, and then guaranteed get the next play. They put I think it was Caruso. Ended up putting Caruso right back on him because
that wasn't by design either, Mars.
Yeah, they're not going to guard Cat with a big.
But a few things can be true.
I agree. Get Cat involved. I'm just saying that.
He's not getting buckets off.
Okay,
he's not getting buckets off a process like that.
I can appreciate
if you had a better floor general, if you had a better floor general, then they could organize the offense in a way to get him more favorable matchups, right?
I agree.
And those favorable matchups include guys like Jalen Williams. However, if you watch this game back, how many places where he's being guarded by Lou Dort and he's not sealing? He's just kind of tussling with him a little bit with his arms down. You 7 foot, you got 7'5" wingspan. That's Lou Dort. I'm sorry. When this happened to Nikola Jokic in the playoffs, I remember everyone being like, I don't know how he let that little ass boy guard him. Speaking of Alex Caruso, because he's 6'4". Well, Alex Caruso is guarding Karl Anthony Towns. I don't hear anything about that. Why is it that Karl Anthony Towns is allowing Alex Caruso to push him out of the paint? Why is it he's allowing him to stop him from sealing? I'm sorry, if you're 7 feet tall and he's even bigger than Jokic, he's bigger than Jokic. Like Karl Anthony has a legit 7 foot demon. Okay, put your arm up, seal, force him to foul you. That's what I'm saying. So you can say, and I agree with you, that the offense doesn't find him enough, that this is on a Mike Brown thing, whatever. You know, I agree with you that Josh Hart being on the court allows them to guard a big with Josh Hart, which allows them to put wings. But the bigger question is, why is a 7 foot dude who's 260, 70 pounds allowing himself to be guarded by guys who are 210 pounds?
Doesn't that go back to Cat's flaws as a player, though? Because it's not just defensive fouls. He also gets a ton of offensive fouls.
But it's a processing error.
Cat can't leverage his strength without fouling.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem with his game.
But this is why I called him a 1 minute man.
I'm not Cat. I don't know how he can't do it.
You saying how, but it happens. I can't.
He can't do it. Every time Cat tries to
tell you why.
Physically, he fouls.
Been in the league for 11 years. Like to your point. Me being able to leverage my strength, and I understand that he can't leverage his strength. Me being able to leverage my strength sounds like something mental. I shouldn't push this guy over, right? Instead, I can bump him offensively. I shouldn't push him over. That's something
but Cat
that I've
doesn't
learned.
have the strongest base. Like he's strong.
So why doesn't he just shoot over him?
because you have to get the ball to shoot over people. But he did that a couple times because there was a couple broken possessions. They finally gave the ball to Cat. He shot over
Like the
someone.
drive that you talked
That's
about.
what he's got to do.
Drive
But
on
they're
Chet
not-
and win.
but they're not
But even then,
doubling
that's
him.
broken possessions. That's not really where Cat's like.
It's
they're
not
looking for
processed
him.
still. Yeah.
What happened was Brunson had nothing. There was no one open. He gave the ball to Cat like 18 feet out. Cat jabbed and shot. Like it's not anything to look for Cat. But Cat's just he's up top strong. He's not physically strong where he can back himself into you and push you down. Like he's just not built that way. So when in order for him to actually push people off you, he has to get handsy. That's what he does. So he ends up fouling people. And that's why he's like leads the league in offensive fouls. That also on the drives. Because even though he's strong, he's not the most nimble, I guess would be the word. So he ends up running people over. It's just he has some physical disadvantages, but I mean he should get more than 8 shots. That wasn't really the point of anything I said. It's just that's what happened.
Mars, you're describing some people up here and, big up top, but, don't really got enough going on in their lower extremities. However, fellas, we've talked enough.
Why does he always talk about you
wow.
with the slender ass shoulders of his and like a good gust of wind to come and blow Ron ass right away? Like literally, just blow him right away. But he always talking about you, Sniper.
I ain't met the gust of wind. Where's this gust of wind you speak of?
Like
I have yet to meet it.
He said you're gonna get blown straight away.
Blow Ron ass right away.
Hey, well, when you find the wind, come tell the wind to see me. However, we've
Your
talked
body
enough about the Knicks. We've talked enough about the Thunder. We have some championship matchups tonight, like the Pistons and the Spurs. That might be a good championship matchup. Can I interest you guys with the Wolves versus the Raptors? That might be a championship matchup. Or we have a Western Conference Finals matchup that I predict. The Los Angeles Lakers and the Denver Nuggets. Let's talk about what's going to happen in those matchups. And as Chill said earlier, let's leverage our strength with being top-tier ball knowers and make some money on Splash Sports. Now, when you use Cold Choice on Splash Sports, you will get $50 instantly when you play just $5. There's nowhere on the planet where you could play $5 and win 50 back just by playing the $5. Win, lose, or draw. Quick Picks on Splash Sports is the DFS game you've been waiting for reasons like this. And more importantly, when you play Quick Picks on Splash Sports, you have the opportunity to win the most money possible because they have the highest multipliers in DFS. So why would you really play anywhere else? You'd really just be leaving money on the table, and that's not what we're about. That's not what the panel's about, and that's not what we're going to do. What we're going to do is make some cold, hard splash cash right here and right now. Ox, what are boosts looking like?
What does our boost look like today?
We got the Arnold Palmer boost. PGI.
Okay.
So you know what? We ain't get it yesterday. We wasn't able to get it yesterday.
We're doing golf today?
I was about to say, Mars, we didn't get it yesterday. So Mars, if you
I don't think we have a choice. Unfortunately, we have one.
We got the Nikola
Yeah,
Jokic boost is 50%.
Unfortunately,
We got the what?
The Nikola
50% boost? Okay.
the Nikola Jokic is a 50% boost.
So that means we have to do the Lakers and the Nuggets game.
do it.
Well, go ahead and click that boost, Sox. I think I know where I'm at with this one.
I got you.
Lakers against the Rich Creamies. All right. Let's take a
What's the
look
Rich
at
Creamies?
the Nuggets. Where you at, Ron?
Swiper, that's what you guys are called?
Yes. What's that line on James? 20.5?
Oh no. Oh no.
Wow.
Ox off that.
20.5 on James. 30.5 on Joker. I'm taking them more on that. That's easy money right there. The 30.5 on Joker. That's easy money.
They only got 5. Hold on. Let me search this up.
Going against DeAndre Ayton. Yeah, I'm taking the 30.5. I'm taking them more on that. I think he kicks their ass.
Swiper, what would you like for the Lakers or for your Nuggets?
Christian Brown, 17.5 points, rebounds again, more.
Christian Brown.
Yeah, no Peyton Watson, no Aaron Gordon, no Spencer Jones, maybe no Cam Johnson.
Yeah, I like that.
Now, these dudes is really depleted like that tonight, Swiper?
Yeah, Cam Bayer may not play with the ankle.
Damn. What about Lester, Ron?
It's already right here.
That's already on there.
Oh, he already.
Hey,
He's averaging
hey,
30
chill.
He's averaging
That's
36
been
a game.
ingrained into
He's
everything
gonna sell
we
us
do.
too, by the way, Swiper. He's gonna
He's
100.
averaging 36 a game in the last 3, by the way.
He's gonna sell us.
And I think he had like
100%.
a 40 ball versus Lakers.
So you
last
think
time.
he's
He
gonna
loves
keep that up
playing
for the
against
for the,
Yes.
for the last 4?
He loves
Yes,
playing against the
bro.
Lakers, man.
Let's get some Lakers picks up here, y'all.
What we got?
We got Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, LeBron James.
I ain't gonna lie. Can I get DeAndre Ayton under
Under what?
everything?
17
Under everything.
points, assists, and
I like
rebounds,
that.
17 and a
Under
half.
everything.
Taking the less on that.
That should be a
He gonna score 24 tonight. You guys just hate it.
Actually,
Why you bullshitting, Mars? Why?
Actually,
I'm gonna be
you
like,
know what? My fault. I am bullshitting. Give me the over on his turnovers.
The more on his turnovers is not a. Wait.
I think that'll hit.
I could get behind this energy.
on his turnover.
I knew you guys
We
would be
got
best
haters,
friends one
yeah,
day.
We got haters in the cut. That's what this is.
They'll be locked. They'll be locked in for. Oh, they don't have it. See, they somebody
I'm
they pulled it
telling you,
away.
What's Marcus Smart
I
threes?
can't-
Marcus Smart
Smart.
threes.
9.5 points. That's it.
I can guarantee you he goes over. He goes more than that. They ain't got no. They don't. It's a buffet line down there. Gifted.
I forgot. Jokic is gonna be the one guarding them, huh?
Marcus Smart. No, they don't have the threes.
And now
Yeah,
he's probably score.
You're gonna get 8 steals on him.
We get whatever we want at the rim.
We need a Lakers pick, y'all. Austin Reeves, LeBron, Luka.
Luke
I'm
Kennard
going-
more. There you go.
I'm taking him. DeAndre Ayton can give me more than 9 points. I think so.
Do they allow you to bet on how many shots a player takes?
This is not betting.
This is not.
Oh, my fault.
Gifted using all the wrong terminology. This is the problem.
And
Ron
using
don't
the
bet
wrong
his
lingo.
guess. Yeah, Ron don't
Yeah,
bet his
Ron,
guess.
you
So
don't be
Gifted,
saying- you don't be
That's
saying
because
Gifted-
Mars
Gifted-
is the host. That's why.
yeah, Gifted
Why?
trying to lose everything right now, and it's all Ron's fault.
Less and more. Less and
Real
more.
real
not
talk
over
been
and
up here
under.
all season, and Ron still ain't sent him nothing through.
I gotta believe DeAndre Ayton give me more than 9 points.
Respect.
I got
I
the
don't know
more
why
on
you
that
gotta
one.
believe that, but shout out to you.
Yeah.
I mean, this right here does fulfill our obligations as far as making the slip. We got 2 teams. We got more than 2 picks. We don't have to force it, y'all.
All right.
And
Okay.
go with that.
Stick to what's working. Stick to what's working.
We don't think Luka's going more than 30.5 points.
I mean, he is, but we don't need to put money on it.
We really don't.
All right.
We can if you want to, Ron. I can go back. No big deal.
Can we add
Amy,
golf
you think
to
it's a good
this?
idea?
Is that possible? Can we add golf to this?
Do you know anything about
I'm-
golf, Mars?
Come on, Mars.
I'm just
Nah,
asking, is that possible?
no. Yes, it's possible. Come on, Mars. What you
Okay,
got?
is that it? Rory, I know him. Yeah, we going with him. Yeah, I know Rory McIlroy.
Oh wow.
I don't even know what I'm saying. 2.5 what?
Or R1 bogeys or worse.
Oh wow.
Oh, they trying to hate on him? Oh, then less. No, he's gonna be hooping.
I mean, can
What's
we
a
see the
bogey?
history?
What's a bogey, Mars?
That's when.
That's
when
two
it's,
two under par.
That's over par. Yeah, that's over par. That's bad.
Oh, that's over
He
par.
gonna- he-
My bad.
Yeah, well, under par is the score. Remember?
under par is good. Over
Everything
par
I
is
know
bad.
about golf, I learned
Right,
from Happy
yeah.
Gilmore. Yo.
I don't know if you know this, Damien. Every hole for every hole in golf, you get a certain amount of shots that you're gonna hit.
Yeah.
It's a
yeah.
4
I knew
shot.
the answer, by the way.
Okay.
He's from Australia. They have
I'm
some-
an avid golf player. I'm an avid golf player.
Chill.
Yeah.
He's from Australia, not Jupiter.
All right, come on, let's run this,
That's
Ox.
hilarious, bro.
Send it
There is
through.
an
As
Australia
you guys can see, once again, when you play $5 on Splash Sports, you will get 50 back instantly. And that happens when you use code CHOICE. Also, one of the cool things about Splash Sports, when you play their quick picks contest, as you can see what Mars did, you can intermingle with basketball, golf, football, baseball, and all the above. And that is the beauty of what's going on over here. Now let's go ahead and send this through. As of right now, $20 turns into $500. It don't get too much sweeter than that, right? Jamal Murray, Leicester. It doesn't matter what it is. He's going less. Nikola Jokic, more than 30.5 points. Christian Brown, 17.5 points and rebounds. He's going more. DeAndre Ayton, more than 9.5 points. And Rory McIlroy, less than 2.5 boguses. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Less than 2.5 boguses. That's what we got. That's how we rocking. If you guys like what we did, you take what we did and match it. We'll see you guys in the winner's circle. Download the app. The link is in the description and redeem your $50 free. All right. Fellas, we got super chats. Let's get into it. I do want to talk about last night's games, and I also do want to preview the Spurs and the Pistons tonight, the Raptors and the Wolves tonight, and also we could talk a little bit about the Lakers and the Nuggets as well. However, in the meantime, in between time, we obviously talked about the Knicks.
Magic City.
Hey, I'm open to talk about Magic City. But we talked about the Knicks and Gotham City, and you guys know if we talk about the Knicks, Cowboy Bob is going to chime in. Cowboy Bob said Shea not getting his third foul in the first quarter is favoritism. The Knicks came back every time. OKC got every call. Knicks showed they can compete, beating the Spurs in a 3-point loss to OKC. Brunson assists the last 2 games. Knicks look ready. Go New York, go.
Nice optimism.
That was such a bad miss. As the trail official alone, which the play is right in front of you, you got to have eyes on that. Like, he can't just run down the guy. The trail official and the lead official, those 2 guys. The other C, he was on the other side of the floor, so he can call across the paint, which you're not supposed to do. But the trail official and the lead official, one of you 2 dudes is supposed to have a whistle on that. No way you can miss that call. No way.
I do think the Knicks walk away from this game feeling pretty good about themselves, though, knowing they can mix it with the best team in the league, having a few chances at the end of the regulation to send it to OT. Like, to me, it was a good showing from the Knicks.
Does anybody up here believe New York, if this was the finals, that New York would beat OKC?
No,
Nope.
I don't.
I think
so.
it could go either way.
It depends on OKC. If they do what they did last time in the finals, then yeah, maybe. When they shot like trash and SGA shot less than ideal, then yeah, maybe. Like, if it would take that to make it a series. Like, that depends on their defense. That means OG, Mikal, Jose Alvarado, Mitchell Robinson are having incredible defensive series. And, like, I don't know who the SGA defender is going to be because they don't have Andrew Nembhard. So maybe, I guess, OG.
They have Deuce McBride. That's what they have.
Yeah, they got Deuce McBride too. Yeah, he's not playing. Like, yeah, that's another one. Like,
Yeah, he'll be back.
yeah.
Out of playoffs, right? I think.
Yeah,
I think they'll have him by.
No Mitchell Robinson yesterday as well.
I don't think the
yeah.
Knicks defense
What's up-
was a
what's up
problem.
with
I don't
J-Dub?
think the Knicks defense was a problem yesterday. I mean, well,
No, they were good on defense. That's a fact.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
they
all
did.
that
Yeah, they walk away from the game decently.
Okay,
They-
but
they-
like,
They said over the last 10 games, the Knicks have had a top 10 defense, by the way.
Six, in
the
fact,
Knicks were at
in the league.
home. The Knicks were at home. Isaiah Hartenstein and Alex Russo got injured mid-game. AJ Mitchell and J-Dub did not play.
And Deuce McBride did not play.
And
Okay,
Mitchell
Deuce
Robinson.
McBride and Mitchell Robinson didn't play, but I'm sorry, J-Dub, AJ Mitchell.
Yeah, but given
That's a
how
little bit more.
both teams play, remember they usually close in the last 5 minutes somehow with Mitchell Robinson, and they alternate with him.
this is going to be true of every regular season game for the whole year. There's going to be guys who are important who don't play. Like, welcome to the modern
Okay,
day.
but I'm saying
Every loss we're going to be like, well, this guy, well, this team didn't play, and every win, it's like, well, the wins are not impressive because this guy from that team didn't. Every single game,
okay.
every
It
team
happens,
has an
bro.
injury.
Well, we
Welcome
have
to
seen-
sports.
They also not in the
Okay.
same
Yeah, like,
conference.
But we
every
have
single team
seen
has
what
an injury
this
report,
team.
major guys.
No, I'm sorry, but we have seen what this team looks like with AJ Mitchell and without him, and
We've seen
we've
this
seen
team with
last-
Mitchell Robinson and without him. Like,
Well, and,
okay.
and also
Are you
in
gonna
the
make
playoffs,
argument
in
that
the
Mitchell Robinson's
playoffs,
more
Pin-
important?
Yeah, he is.
He's-
no,
he's
I'm going
one
to
of
tell you
very
that
important. Mitchell Robinson is more
no matter
important than
which way
AJ
you want to
Mitchell, yeah.
slice
He's more
it,
important than AJ Mitchell, yeah.
I don't even care who is, whichever way you want to slice it. Every game, every regular season game, there's going to be major people missing from both teams, which means every win and every loss can be attributed to X guy is missing if you want to be optimistic about that team. And every win is going to be attributed to the other guy's team was missing this guy if you want to be pessimistic about that team. If we're going to do that for this game, we need to do that for every single game that's going to transpire this year. Why is there any worry about Denver? Aaron Gordon's not playing. Peyton Watson's not playing. Cool. I guess none of their losses matter. None of their wins matter because they're playing teams that have guys missing. We just can't evaluate regular season games if that's the case because every team is missing someone. Every single one.
And we never know who's going to be available come playoff time either. That's the main.
You
thing,
never
too.
know, Ox.
Yeah, we just never know who's going to be
But
who's going to be healthy come.
That's some
come
bullshit
mid-April.
too, Ox. That is some.
Well,
to
you
be
know,
honest,
it's
I
just sports. You know,
understand.
man.
It's
Injuries are part of the game.
What's
Man. That's
BS?
part of it.
Look, man.
You know,
we
you
don't know
know
who's
how
going to be
it
available
goes,
for
Shin.
playoff time. That sucks, man.
Why is that? Why is
Right.
it OBS like that they're hurt or BS that they're not playing?
I
Well, it
understand.
just sucks. It just sucks that people get hurt, you know?
The nature of sports, man.
It would be so great if we just had a season where everybody. I mean,
A season
everybody was just
with
healthy.
no injuries.
Yeah,
that would be
no
perfect.
injuries.
Well,
That would
that'd be great.
So
We
that
know
would
that
be
guys get hurt.
beautiful.
The beauty of
You know,
sports is that it's
we-
imperfect.
Right. We know. I know. I'm just saying. I wish we could.
We know that guys get hurt, but I think that at the very core of it, if we could get guys we know for a fact he's going to play, even though he is beat up. We know he's going to play. We know this guy's going to be here, and he's going to be as best as he could possibly be. I mean, I think that the fact that we are here now where we don't know who's going to play, not the fact that we don't know who's going to be healthy, we don't even know who's going to play. That's where it gets tricky for me.
But if guys are beat up, they play in the playoffs.
Right. They play anyway.
These players are not like these player contributions are not individual. There is an impact how one player impacts the other players. And I think Alex Caruso and Isaiah Hartenstein and guys like AJ Mitchell and J Dub accelerate what is a really good team into a basically unbeatable team. Yeah. And I think that most of us walked into last night. All those guys
were there last year, by the way. I think
AJ Mitchell was not himself.
I think the situation is that, like, assuming that OKC is able to maintain their offense for the first time in the playoffs ever, including SGA, then I think that's what the question was. Last year, I also said I think they're going to walk through the Pacers.
Okay, this is kind of nasty when you're talking about a team this young. The first time ever, you're talking about like they've had 10 years of failures or something. They did it last year.
I said their offense in 2 playoff runs hasn't been the same. That's all I said.
I understand that, but also there was a lot of people last year who were telling me that they're too young to make it this far.
That has nothing to do with the outcome, though. I'm saying the outcome was that when they played versus the Pacers, when I thought the Pacers were going to get walked, which they didn't. They didn't because the Pacers not only were able to play up to their own level, but also because their shooting for OKC also fall off.
I think it's just fair to say the Pacers were a better team than most people gave them credit for. I'm honestly just gonna say that. I think they were just a better. They were a better team. Yeah. I think the Thunder were ultimately the better team. But yes, the Thunder's offense did not look the same. But also, I believe that this team can build on that learning experiences from last year as a deeper, better team this year with development from guys like Cason Wallace and guys like Chet Holmgren and guys like AJ Mitchell, who are all better. And I think Shea is playing at a completely different level. I really believe Shea has taken another step up. So to think that team back again, it's the way you're saying it, Swiper. Like it sounds like, okay, well, for the first time ever, their offense would hold up. Like it's only been a year, bro.
No,
this is the first time ever.
2 years, yeah. For the first time that they've been on a run together, if it holds up, that's not like a biased take. That's just simple. If it does hold up, then it will be different this year.
Well, I'm not even saying it's biased. I'm just saying if I didn't know anything about the Thunder and I heard you talking, I would assume that they've been at this for about 7 years and that they're a grizzled veteran team. They're a very young team. They're expected to take their lumps. That's why young teams typically don't win championships in their first 2-3 years together. That's why they have to fail. The fact that the OKC Thunder won probably a year before they were supposed to win makes me very optimistic about the gap between them and the average team that they're going to be facing this year. The only teams that I really think have a chance at all are Denver and maybe Detroit. That's it. Every other team is getting.
I think the Spurs are a very similar build.
But the Spurs are going to go through their own growing pains.
They are, but the Spurs also have the backbone thing that the OKC had last year that helped them, which is their defense. And I think that's going to be the difference between the Spurs and other tems.
Absolutely.
I think the Spurs are going to be a very. They have been right now. They've been written off even more than the Rockets were last year. In some ways, I think that they are going to be a much better team than people realize. Like
the Rockets
were written off. The Spurs are basically not being talked about as a championship team at all. Because of
they are.
What conversations are you? Oh,
sure they are. They're top 4 in everyone's.
We might just exist in different conversations. I don't know.
Yeah,
everyone knew. Everyone knew
the general sentiment is then
I haven't heard anyone say the Spurs can make the title.
Do you not remember All-Star Weekend? It was multiple people that said the Spurs are going to the finals.
What part of different conversations?
I just want to point out there is another team better than all these teams we're not talking about, but I'll wait because I know
what team is that.
I know if I say their name, they're young, they can't do this and that. But the Charlotte Hornets have been the best team in basketball since the first day of January.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you can laugh. I know you don't want to talk about this because I don't want to talk about this either.
You can laugh. But that's fine.
I'm not.
Why don't we want to talk about it? Because before we couldn't talk about it because they were a 13 seed. They've now got to 9.
Yeah, they have the 9 seed right now.
So they literally have the best lineup in basketball.
We're literally just talking about a team being inexperienced.
Look at Ron's face. You knew this day was coming, Ron. I told you this day was coming 2 months ago.
You guys gonna have to acknowledge Musso. He's inevitable.
I just want to put something on your mind. And I don't really want to talk about this neither, to be quite honest.
I want to talk about it.
But I do want to put something on your mind, Mark. Do you know that this is the first time in NBA history that a team like the Charlotte Hornets, who have been who they are, have beaten the 3 previous NBA champions smoked them in a
20+
season.
points.
Nobody has ever done that in
Ever done
NBA
what?
history, Mars. Smoked them.
What do you mean smoke? Like no
20+
Plus,
I
points.
win by a lot.
They beat Denver, smoked them. They
Denver
beat
didn't have
Oklahoma
any
City.
of their players in
For
that
what?
game, though.
They won the NBA
Nah,
championship
Swiper,
3
y'all
years
got
ago.
beat.
Okay, so you
BTA.
can keep going
Nobody
to
won
played
NBA
multiple
that
other
game.
wins
This
against
is
top
a- this is
competition,
a
not
little
just one game you won.
You
Well,
don't
no,
need
he brought up
context.
that
This is-
game. No one
Yeah,
played
yeah.
except for Murray
Okay,
in that
no-
game.
no-
That's
no-
it.
nobody-
It's a
nobody-
cool. It's a cool stat. That's all it is. We don't
Nobody,
need-
no,
Okay.
nobody,
it's-
nobody
it's a
played in
cool
that
little
game. But I can
ESPN
tell you,
stat. Yeah, it's a
them
cool
dudes
little
played when they went into Oklahoma City though, and they kicked their ass.
No, they
Yes,
did. They
did.
beat. They did.
They
beat
went in
OKC,
Oklahoma City,
yeah.
kicked them boys' ass. Yes, they did do that.
They beat the Celtics
And
yesterday.
Yeah,
They
and-
destroyed Boston. That was the game I was watching.
To be
I
honest
watched
with
that game more than any other game, Mars.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
that
this
was the
for
game
rest
I was
of
watching.
you
Then it
dudes,
obviously got out of
and I
hand.
don't
Oh,
have
you're
anything
really on the
invested in
train.
this,
Yep,
but I can
okay.
tell you
Yeah.
right now, Ron, I did not appreciate that ass whooping in Boston one bit. I did
I
not
loved it.
appreciate that at
I
all.
loved it.
That was some bullshit.
I love
Y'all
that.
dudes looked at them dudes like they were the Charlotte Hornets of old, and they came in and they kicked your teeth in. That was a bullshit.
Charlotte
I mean, but
Celtics
no. Wait.
They just,
no,
no,
I-
no,
That's
they just
why
saw
I
the
brought
bad
Charlotte
team.
up,
They
though,
just saw
Chill.
the bad- they just
Most
saw the
people
bad
are
team.
treating Charlotte as if they're the same Charlotte of
That's
old.
exactly
It
what's
irritates
going
me so
on.
much, right? Like, I'm not even guaranteeing that this team is 100% going to the finals. Factually, they've been the best team in basketball since the first day of January. They've been
16
dominating
straight, something
teams.
like that.
I think they're one of 4 teams to win 6 games straight by 15 plus points.
Smoking
And more
everybody.
importantly, the shooting has been lethal. The talks about, okay, Ball is not a player who can win. Well, when he's on, they're the best team in the league. Like, these are things that are true. And the scary part that should terrify everyone, but people aren't watching the games, is that defensively, they've been top 5 over this last stretch too.
They've been really
If
good.
that holds with their rebounding and their shooting, because again, what's so funny is we criticize OKC because they'll have games where their shots don't fall. This is a team that legitimately has so much shooting variance, it can swing positive more times than not on a night-to-night basis.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about it, though, because they're young, they're not proven. Like, this team was at the bottom of the bottom at the beginning, and part of it was because Ball was hurt, so was, I would say, Brandon Miller, and they were still trying to get a healthy consistency. They're getting together, and these players who have been hurt, which because of that haven't had much value, are getting the reps, and the team is figuring out their identity.
So what are you saying? They're going to the finals? Like what?
I'm saying this team is the best team in basketball right now.
Playing like this,
I think going into the playoffs, they can scare a lot of teams because of how good they've been on both ends. I truly do believe that. I don't think this is the team where I'm like, they're cool. I think this is real because how many other teams in, I would say league overall history have made this spin for this long? I think it's real. I do. Will they
They're the
win?
best
I don't
team
know.
in the East playing right now. So Orlando, Miami, Charlotte, and them. They're the best team of all.
Swipe,
all
around this time
Yeah.
last year, around March of 2025, you were consistent about the Indiana Pacers. You kept telling us about that, and I was scoffing at it because I didn't think that this Indiana Pacer team was that good just all around. Come to find out, they were a lot tougher than what I thought they were. That offense was way better than I thought it was, and defensively, they were elite. This last stretch of the season. Are we looking at a similar situation with Charlotte?
Zero playoff experience. I mean, it can't happen, but this would be even different than OKC. OKC had at least had playoff experience. The
Yeah.
Patriots had playoff experience. So this would be Brandon. I'm just saying it can't happen, but it's definitely possible. It's like possible that them getting Con Canepa will change their fortunes this much where they make the finals the first year that he hits the roster. Like it could just be that they're
Well,
that
the
good.
experience, I don't think we can't really factor in the experience because Mars literally just brought it up 5 minutes ago. There's people in here that think that the Spurs can win the NBA championship. They got 5 dudes, and they got 5 dudes on their of their
But it's
starting
different
5.
because they think
Wait a
Wemby
minute.
is a
They
top
got-
5 player, right?
But even if that's the case, we just brought up
Moose is-
They also have a
Yeah.
champion on their roster,
he-
respectfully.
Yes, they do.
Grant
but even-
Williams.
Yeah.
They have multiple.
But even with that being said, you figure the Spurs, what they got? They got one guy in they starting 5 that been to the playoffs. That's it. And that's Fox.
Well, Harrison Barnes is on the roster too.
I thought he started. No, I don't think he starts.
Well, we
Well,
have
he
we have
doesn't.
Pat we have
Luke
Pat
Connaughton
Connaughton.
as
I
well.
don't know
Yeah,
what
you got
to tell
Pat
you.
You have
Connaughton.
Pat
That's right.
Connaughton.
We
Yes,
You
you
have
have
Pat
also-
Connaughton.
We have
Spurs-
Xavier Tillman.
We
But
have
the
Xavier
The Spurs are also
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
levels
We-
better than the Hornets.
You and Penn
Like,
using
come on,
we a
y'all.
lot for the
Yeah, there's a lot of we. A lot of
They
we
are
today.
100%, Ron. That's not
Like,
that's
the
not your
Spurs
Where
are just
Musa goes,
better than-
where Musa goes, I go.
Most of the Abate, a real one.
Yeah.
Bro.
He did get that steal last night, went coast to coast and banged that. I was like,
Jalen Brown.
They're a great story.
Brown.
We got-
Ron.
Well, we have Bismack Biyombo. Okay, we have Harrison Barnes. Like, you know what I mean? We got Jordan McLaughlin, all been on playoff teams. So there's plenty of players.
Respect.
You got Luke Cornett, yeah, champion.
Luke Cornett,
But gifted.
champion? No champion.
You know what?
He got he got more important things to do with right now. He getting fried by the whole of Atlanta, so
Gifted. I want to ask you though, because like
Yeah,
you
Kelly
obviously
Olynyk.
being a Detroit guy, the Hornets are going to more than likely make it out of the play-in based on the way you guys are talking about them. So if they happen to get that AC,
they're gonna get the 5 seed. What are you talking about? Make their way out the plane. They're only 4 games back of 5.
Yeah, they're very close right now.
might
Rob.
get
I'm just speaking on what's going on right now, which is what
right now the best team in
now.
basketball is 4 games back of the 5th seed.
Philly,
I'm just talking about the
Orlando,
snapshot of
Miami
right
Heat.
now.
That's the
Yeah, look,
Miami
you don't
Heat.
want to
but
talk
I-
about the
but-
real
okay, so
reality.
you mean like
don't wanna
today
talk
to
about
start
No,
Right,
reality. Yeah, you don't
the
wanna
real
talk about
reality. No, the real reality is if they're like that, they're gonna have to see the best team in the East, the real best team in the East. So I'm asking Gifted if the Charlotte Hornets were to play against the Detroit Pistons.
They can beat the Pistons. Is that a hot take?
No, it's not a hot take to say they can beat the Pistons because I'm not asking you in a hypothetical.
Detroit
I'm asking you, who are you putting your money on? I want you to definitively tell me that the Hornets will beat the Pistons. Do you believe that?
I'm not giving you definitives because I need to see more data from both teams. My problem with Detroit is that the secondary ball. Hang on, because what they're trying to do is force me into a situation where I fully pick a team without me having a significant enough sample size from both teams. I think Detroit can still get to another level.
We're in March, Gifted. It's March 5th.
Okay.
We've seen everything you just said over the last 22 games. These dudes are 20-2. You're from Detroit, which leads me to believe you.
I am.
The games
I've been going to the game
on your local. So you be at the games.
I've been going to the
have
games.
a large
Yeah.
enough sample size. These teams have played what 60 games. You should. If you ask me, I'm gonna tell you that the Pistons are gonna smack the Hornets.
Charlotte,
I can give you a definitive answer.
Why do you say smack?
Charlotte has played.
That's what he
63
believes.
games.
They're not smacking the Hornets. I don't
I
believe
think
that.
They smoked.
They
them
might,
five
but like,
games.
I don't see the problem with Gifted saying the Hornets can win, but that doesn't
No.
mean he's going to pick them.
I know that I think everybody up here believes that the Hornets can win.
No,
that's not the question that I'm asking you.
don't.
That's not
No,
the
they
question
don't.
that I'm
I
asking.
think it's probably
I
just
don't.
me, Gifted, and Penn who think
I
that.
don't think that, Ron. I don't think.
I don't even know about
they can
Penn. I'm just
upset a few
throwing
teams.
Of course,
it out there.
I think the
You are
Hornets
correct.
can win.
I do
Like
think
there's
they
they obviously.
I don't think
can
they
win.
will, but I think they can.
Yo.
Yeah. I think they can upset a few teams.
Okay.
You know how much I have to believe in a team for me to say my blank, like my team. Like in our group chat, I've been saying respect my Hornets. I love this team, yo.
Do you think the Raptors will beat the Hornets in the
No,
playoffs?
Ben, you've been
series
talking
right
about them. This is like
If the
Raptors
Raptors
Hornets.
play, if the
You just start
Raptors
talking
played
about
the Hornets, I got the Hornets.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Who do you-
What? Wait.
If the Raptors
One more
play the
time.
Hornets-
Raptors versus the Hornets. Who you got?
Oh my god.
I got the Hornets. I got the team with the better shot generation. I don't like where the hell our team has been going the last couple weeks. Sorry to tell you, everyone up here isn't going to be lying for their team, yo. Some of us are trying to be objective and trying to be real.
Sure.
You
Good.
gotta
That
go
was
real
that
like that.
I don't know how I get called live.
good ass editing.
Right about
Yo,
that.
Ron, that was some good ass
They can
editing
do
on the
this,
fly. I
man.
appreciate you.
They
I
can
appreciate
do
you
this,
doing
man.
that.
I don't know
I'm not
how
gonna
I've
lie.
been biased about Denver. I don't know. I've been
I'm
biased
just
about Denver the whole
like
time.
we
How
got
have I been
20.
biased?
We got 20 games left. They're 4
Yes,
games
sir.
back from the 5 seed.
Correct.
They can get out of the play-in.
Okay.
It's
What
very
do you get?
possible.
Okay, so we need Philly, Orlando, and Miami, and Toronto. By the way, we
I mean,
need.
if you
They're
seen
right
Philly?
there.
Have you
They're
seen
right
Philly
there
lately?
with Orlando and Miami anyway. They're gonna catch them in about a week and a half.
We need, but we need Toronto to go to pieces, Mars.
You need
We
Toronto
need them to go to
keep up the-
pieces.
You need Toronto to keep up the pace they've been going.
Toronto has been very unhealthy. Like honestly, Scotty playing
Yeah.
very hurt right now.
That's
RJ is still trying to recover from that leg. He hasn't gotten his explosiveness back. Emmanuel Quickly's finally playing well, but I'm sorry, like I'm not seeing the consistency from this team, and I see that whatever advantage we had early in the season has been scouted to death at this point. We already knew our roster didn't make sense when we called the Celtics about trying to get Derek White this summer. So it's not a surprising thing to me that we're getting beaten by all these really good teams. We've lost, Joe, you're going to appreciate this. We've lost to the Knicks 4 times. Because of the stupid in-season tournament, we have to face that team 5 times this year. Because of the way the standings are based out, we might actually face them in the playoffs, which means we might become the first team to lose 9 straight to a single team in the same year.
That's never happened.
That's never happened because I don't think it can happen, but it could happen to us. So I'm just saying, I don't think that's going to happen. I do believe in Scotty. I do believe in BI. I love the Raptors, but I still believe that the Hornets just make more sense as a basketball team. And I think most people should see that.
I think that's evident versus the Boston game again. Like I would love to break down that game too, because it's like what Charlotte has been doing from the very beginning. The thing LaMelo is not getting enough credit for, the off-ball screens he has been setting, that gravity alone is opening up way more things. And they have so many guys who can ball handle, shoot threes, and then defensively, they've been very, very solid. Musa is one of the best offensive rebounders in the league. Like, he's been phenomenal. And I think all of that coherently works because almost every position can pass, shoot, or be athletic. When you have all of those factors, you give yourself a chance. My thing with the Pistons, and I've gone to these games, Ron. I've gone to these games. I've watched a lot of them. Mm-hmm. Offensively, it can get really, really wild sometimes. And if Cade is having a like, I would say bad game, he doesn't have another guy as a shot creator who can really take over the games. I like their defensive overall variance. I feel like LeVert can swing a game. It's possible, but they're mainly a team that's built and predicated on their defense. Guess what team is the most potent offense in the league? Is Charlotte. So that's why I don't know. I think that would be a really interesting matchup.
So
I would want to see that.
On a scale, because you just said really well, on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being, I don't know, the Chicago Bulls in 1996 offense, 1 being the Dallas Mavericks in 94. What's the line with the Detroit Pistons in terms of their offense when it gets real wow?
Boy,
I suspect he's going to say 8.
It's almost like 7, 8. Like, it's really like I'm chill. You're seeing it in real time, right?
I am.
They like Cade has to basically playmate out of nothing a whole lot. No one is there to really take the pressure off them consistently off the ball that much. Jalen Duren has been spectacular. I've loved him, of course. Sure. But like when you're going up against a team that can punish you offensively for your mistakes, it's a different thing. Like that's what matters so much to me, you know?
The Pistons could use a conker nipple.
They could. They really
they
could.
got a late defense though.
Can you think
they had a
of a team that
nipple? I might have them winning the chip.
nipple?
I ain't gonna lie.
True. Think of a team that can't use a conker nipple though. Think of one team that couldn't.
I can't think of a team
right
that
now.
nipple wouldn't make that.
And pretty much every team he make better.
To get this point about this Detroit Pistons team, the way that they were put together in terms of a certain style of play, right? So you got long ball shooters, you got dirty work guys, and your game was your team was going to win based on a lot of defense and a lot of dirty work. And on top of that, they're ahead of schedule. By show of hands up here, how many of y'all had the Detroit Pistons at the top of the Eastern Conference coming into this year?
Not
by show of hands.
I had them winning the chip. So I mean,
okay, so that's one guy. One guy had this. One guy had
76ers in the finals, by the way.
Stupidly had Orlando.
Yeah, he had the 76ers go to the finals.
The predictions I make on your channel, one of the predictions I make here.
Okay.
You just hedging your bets on 4 different channels.
The point that I'm making.
I did the same shit last year.
The point that I'm making with the point that I'm making.
If you bring me on your channel, I'll have a different prediction.
The point that I'm making with the Detroit Pistons is that they are ahead of schedule. And what they are trying to do, right? They ended up bolting to the top of the Eastern Conference, and now the stuff that's wrong with them, very much like when Kevin Durant gets on this Houston team, the stuff that's wrong with Sengun, the stuff that's wrong with Amin Thompson, you see it more because you got to win, and with you having to win, that stuff that you're supposed to be good at, you have to consistently be good at that. So the Detroit Pistons being bucket getters, to your point, Gifted, like needing bucket getters and needing these guys to be consistent. We need Duncan Robinson to be a consistent long ball shooter, right? We need this kid Jenkins, who none of y'all knew who he was.
I love Dennis Jenkins, by the way.
I love absolutely Dennis Jenkins.
Yeah.
I love this kid Dennis. None of y'all knew before the season started who this dude was. Comes into your rotation and has been a positive for you guys. But Jalen Duren has gotten better. We weren't having conversations about who he was last season and this season. We weren't doing that, but now we're ahead of schedule and they need this, they need that. Well, wait a minute. We're still trying to figure out where we are. And now what we're doing is we're accelerating this process and we might screw this up. So be careful.
Yeah.
Fellas, I'm looking at the schedule right now, the Charlotte Hornets, and there's some big games between now and the end of the season that I think we all should have circled on our calendar.
Okay.
The first game is at San Antonio, March 14th. That's going to be on Prime Video. That's a nationally televised game. It's a Saturday game too. It's a day game. 12:30 Pacific, 3:30 Eastern.
Don't they plan Prime TV games before the season starts?
The matinee.
Oh no, that's a Hornets by 17 in that game.
That's an industry plan.
Can't they adjust it as the season goes on? If a team
Yeah, they
could,
right?
Or the Hornets could be an industry plant.
They flex games.
Industry plant.
Yeah.
They changed
games.
That could be a national televised game for Spurs, though.
That's March 14th, right?
Ron, it's
that's-
it's 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. Get it right. Not everybody live on the West Coast. Just so
Oh, they
you
play
know.
Miami next.
That's what I said.
That's the big
Yeah,
game.
but
too, Ron.
that's for East. The last time
Nobody goes off of
that
West
was
Coast
free
time, by the way.
East, you know
No
what
one.
I'm saying?
No one does.
Does anybody go
No
for West
one.
Coast time?
Oh,
No one.
Nobody
The stock
uses
market, the American
nobody
economy,
uses
Canadian,
real
I'm low key with
time.
Swiper.
Mexicans,
I'm low
no
key with
one
Swiper on
goes
that.
off of Western Conference
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie,
Nobody
East
uses
Coast is
real
best coast,
time.
bro.
Right,
Yeah, because
right,
all the
right.
best cities are on Eastern time. That's
I'm
what
on
you
that.
know, right? New York,
So
Toronto,
as you were saying,
Detroit.
Ron,
Yep.
as you were saying, Ron, March
Miami.
the 14th, which, by the way, Ron,
Hey, well,
please don't,
I want one of
that's
them cities
aggressive.
to win a championship.
and Ron, please don't leave out because you brought up
One of them has.
the 14th of March. Please don't leave out. That's the back end of a 4-game West road trip. San Antonio smokes them in that game. I don't think they.
How
beat
much
them.
you wanna
They
bet?
Smoked them. I'm down to
They're not
pick.
So the Hornets get 2 days of rest, but because they're on the West Coast, they're gonna get smoked.
I get
Yo,
that.
yo,
I got San
That's
Antonio.
Yo, wait.
statistically, that does happen. That does
I
happen.
will guarantee the Hornets do not get smoked in that game.
It's
I will
a.
guarantee
I
it.
got 20
They
right
do.
here.
Bet.
What are you betting? What are you betting? What's the bet? What's the bet?
What's
think-
smoked?
I
Ron,
think
you
San
want
Antonio-
to-
I-
Meanwhile,
I
Mean-
bet the Charlotte
mean-
Hornets will not lose by
Meanwhile,
15 points next
I
game.
want to make sure if we're gonna do this,
bet.
we're gonna do this hate on the Hornets. This
Okay.
is the Spurs playing the Hornets after having a stretch of games where they play the Pistons, the Clippers, the Rockets, the Celtics, and the Nuggets,
A mark for the
all in a
Celtics.
row right before they play the Hornets.
Yep.
But because the Hornets are on the West Coast, when they have 3 days of rest between their last game and playing the Spurs, they're gonna get smoked. So
And
the
please
Spurs
don't-
have to run through the gauntlet of all of these teams,
And-
and they're just gonna smoke
listen,
Charlotte.
And
I
Mars,
will put my money where my mouth
please
is.
tell me,
I
Mars,
guess,
please
yeah.
tell the
I
rest of the
guess.
story.
Cool.
Tell everybody where
I
they're
guess.
playing those games at, Mars.
They're
Those
playing
4
them at
games.
home. What does that?
Right,
What does
so
that?
we don't have
doesn't
to get on a
change the
plane. We
difficulty
don't
of
have
the
to get on a
game.
plane. We don't have to.
Yeah,
get
you.
on
Oh
the
wow, I
bus.
don't have to
We
get on a
get
plane to
bus.
see the best
We don't
team
have to
in
worry
the
about
East,
time
the
change.
second best
We don't
team
have to
in
worry
the
about
East,
any of that
the
stuff.
best
We
team
got
in the
these.
West.
All of these guys are coming to our
Islanders,
building.
and then the
So
second
make
best
sure you
team
tell
in
the whole story, Mars.
Yeah, cool.
Neither one
great.
of you are telling
Yeah,
the whole
I get
story.
to stay at home to play the best team in the East, the second best
At
team in
home,
the East,
at
the
home,
third best team in the
at
West,
home.
the fourth best player in the world,
At
according to a
home.
lot of people. And then I get to see, my game off. Oh, Kawhi Leonard's coming
In
to the building.
fact, 1, 2,
I guess,
3,
yeah.
4,
Oh, but
5,
at least because I'm at
6.
home, that means I'm going to smoke the Hornets.
6
Yeah,
games.
but
It's
you
a
guys are
6-game
missing, like,
homestand.
You guys are missing one of the
Okay.
biggest parts of the story, which is the 6 minutes per game the glorious King Carter Bryant is going to play. That is going to alleviate all of
Oh,
this.
when they're already down
all of
18?
this tax.
They're
You know,
already down
Can I
18.
ask you guys a
wait.
serious
y'all,
I
question?
y'all
never
missing
said
that
being
part.
at home
Yeah,
doesn't
tell the whole
matter.
story.
Real quick,
Tell the
I
whole
I want to
story.
make sure me and Chill
One
iron
team's
this
on
out
the
real
road,
quick.
one team's
Yes,
coming up
make
on
sure.
some
Let's
really
get to
tough
the bottom of
schedule.
this.
That's
Let's
what I'm
get
Okay,
to the
saying.
bottom of this.
so for clarity, what we're saying is you believe that on March 14th, the Spurs at home are going to blow out the Hornets by 15 points. Is that the number you're giving me?
I just want
What's
to
the
make sure
exact number?
I just want to make sure that we're clear.
Yeah.
Whenever I say smoked, whenever I
Okay.
say smoked, it's 15 plus. So
Okay,
right here-
bet.
Okay,
Cool.
so right here, Gifted. I
Yeah.
think the Charlotte Hornets on a back end of a 4-game West Coast road trip, seeing the San Antonio Spurs, who are at a 6-game homestand. I think
Yeah.
San Antonio is going to smoke them dudes.
Okay.
On a Saturday
I will take
afternoon.
that bet. My Cash App is $ Gift Dudes. We can do that. We can do that.
Absolutely. Deal.
Shake.
Yes, sir.
Shake.
We got a deal.
All right.
We'll see.
Y'all
We'll
send me.
see.
Y'all both send me the 20, and I'll make sure that it's distributed even.
It's not going to Ryan at all. It's between me and Chill.
Nope. This
Can
is
I-
nothing
can I-
to
That's
do with
a
nobody else.
tough schedule.
Right,
The Spurs
right.
lucky
This
they
is-
6 games up on Houston because they about to start struggling in this little stretch.
Can I ask you guys a serious
Damien,
question?
What's up?
Sure.
Damien?
Sure, Damien. What's up?
Do the Hornets have a better future than the Lakers?
Yep. Easily.
I
Even
didn't
with Luka?
expect that of you.
Easily.
Okay.
Even with
Easily.
Luka?
Yep.
The
Easily.
Hornets have the best player between the two teams.
They do not. What?
In the future, they
No,
do.
no.
Okay.
All trolling aside, Mars. I see what you're looking at when I watch.
And Mars
when I-
isn't talking
when I
about
watch-
LaMelo.
When I watch Charlotte Mars, and I'm being honest with you, and I'm talking basketball here. I see what you're looking at when you watch.
Chill,
movies.
would you rather
I
have
see
Con
it.
Knuckle or
I do it. I-
Luka Doncic 5 years from now? Chill.
Luca, stop it.
I'm asking chill.
That's around my question.
Chill.
Like,
No.
Yeah,
That's really
Chill.
not
Would you rather?
like,
No.
That's
Ron.
really
Yeah,
not a crazy question.
32-year-old,
No, I'm just saying,
32-year-old Luca or 25-year-old Concano.
That's
Chill,
what I'm saying. That's
chill,
really
let
not a
Chill
crazy
answer the
That's
question.
what I'm thinking about, Swiper. That's
Yeah, go ahead.
exactly what I'm thinking about, and I'm thinking about how Luka is going to age. We've already talked about the athleticism waning now. Like, what is it going to look like 5 more years from now? And
By the way,
Con-
Luka will be older than what Jokic is right now. Just so you give you more
32
context.
years old, 100%. 32
Mm-hmm.
years old. Wow, man.
His game is not predicated on.
Well, I'm
Twitch.
asking Chill, Pin.
I'm
That
to be
doesn't
honest,
That's an
mean
interesting
age
question
doesn't
for
me.
affect
Chill
it.
is
Yeah,
speaking, so we are talking.
to be honest with you,
It's not a
Swiper.
game
He's
show.
still
Swiper.
talking currently.
Swiper. To be honest with you, to be honest with you,
I'm crying.
Swiper. To be honest with you, I would have to go with the younger guy. Moving forward, yes. I would have
So we
to
got
go
Ant
with-
Edwards and Khan added to that list.
I would have to go with the younger guy.
Hey,
Now,
I got
that
Tijan
does-
Solano
That
over
doesn't
Luka
mean
in
that
5
doesn't
years
mean
too.
that is he a better player? That just means moving forward. I'd rather have the 25-year-old moving forward.
I
Exactly.
actually have a serious question, and I was thinking about this when we were talking about the Hornets. Right now, forget 5 years now. Right now, would the OKC Thunder be better with Khan than J-Dub? If you just plugged
No.
one out and traded them for each other, Khan Knippel on the
No.
OKC Thunder, you don't believe that?
No.
No.
Yeah,
I think
don't either.
I
You
think
guys
I could
love you some
I think I
Khan,
could
boy.
see an argument for how J-Dub
They've got
solves
their
fewer
con.
Not a
They've got
healthy
Jared
J-Dub,
McCain.
no way,
They've
man.
got their
Pen,
con. They've
Pen,
got
right
their
here
con.
today. Pen, convince me why Con Knippel is better for them than J-Dub today.
because he provides the type of spacing and unguardability off the ball that I think would unlock Shea and also unlock
Shea
Chet.
doesn't need to be unlocked. He's already unlocked. That
Oh,
door's
no,
Con's
no,
been
no,
better.
no.
Con's been
Chill.
better than J-Dub this season, right?
I mean,
Con
J-Dub's
has been better
hurt.
than J-Dub this season.
By the way,
I'm
Mark,
saying-
Martin,
not-
the
but
Yeah,
I'm not.
Hornets
But I'm
defense
not.
is
I'm
better
not
when
arguing
And
Con's
Con's
who's
a
a better
rookie,
player.
and J-Dub's in year.
Dude,
four.
I'm not arguing who's a better player. I know J-Dub in again, like from
Sure.
what I've seen over the last 4 years, I know J-Dub is a better player right now. It would be ridiculous for me to make an argument otherwise. I'm
Yeah.
saying for what they need,
Sure.
given how their offense often goes cold, seeing how Khan is able to bend defenses and also create off the dribble, is a reasonably okay defender. He's not J-Dub defensively,
Sure.
but you don't necessarily need J-Dub's defense. As we've seen this year, they were able to go 25-2 without him. So I just think with the emergence of AJ Mitchell, with okay, sure, soft schedule, but with the emergence of AJ Mitchell needing the touches and needing the minutes that he needs, with the presence of Alex Caruso and Kaysen Wallace, with all of these dudes, I'm just like, you know what? The player they don't have is the one is Khan. Khan is the dude that would unlock everything. Khan is the player archetype they lack.
Is it because it?
They
is it
have
because
Isaiah
it's a-
Joe.
Yes, they do.
Khan is so much better than
and they
Isaiah
got
Joe.
Wiggins,
And
He
he's
is,
so
but
much better.
archetypically, Jared McCain and Isaiah Joe are their Con Knippels.
Yeah, but they're like
And
a
Aaron Wiggins as
shitty,
well.
but they're like a shitty,
Yeah.
shrunken down version of Con Knippel. Imagine
Yeah,
having a
I'm not doing
star
that with
version
Mitchell.
of that player
I'm
archetype.
not doing that with Mitchell. Mitchell
Pen,
is
I-
a goal getter. That is not true.
You
Pen.
kinda
Oh yeah,
see what I'm saying,
Mitchell's not Con Knippel. He's
Ron,
No,
if
Pen,
anyone
I
on this
can
channel
see-
can be
I
reasonable.
can
We'll make
see-
everything better.
I know it's you.
Pen, I can see what you're saying, but I also do think you're becoming a prisoner of the moment as well.
Yes.
Because we're forgetting last year what the
Moment.
fuck J-Dub was doing.
No,
we're
we're not.
forgetting.
J-Dub's
We are.
only
No,
played
I'm
26 games
telling
this
you
year.
why we're forgetting what J-Dub did last year.
He stepped.
Do you
he stepped
guys
up.
remember? Do you guys? I'm not even talking about the playoffs. I'm not talking about the finals. I'm talking about. Do you guys remember in the regular season last year, the injuries that the Thunder were incurring?
Yeah, but he was
It
playing the
was-
five.
He was
Ron.
all
He
NBA.
was
had him
playing
playing
the. He was playing the five.
Yeah, they
Do
had
you
him
guys?
playing the five.
Do you guys like? I legitimately think he's their most important defender.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because-
that has nothing to do with this
because-
season.
because-
though.
everyone has their little fluke season. Shout.
He's their Swiss Army knife on defense. He's the one that unlocks this defense. Like, obviously, it's a great defense. When you put him in there and he does what he does, that's when they become a historic defense. I can guard the point guard. I can guard the center. I'm in passing lanes. I can guard you on ball. I'll chase you down and smack your shot off the backboard on a fast break. Like what he provides for this team, and I'm just talking about defensively. I'm not even talking about offensively. He makes this a historic team. He was the one that made us think that they were unbeatable. So it's just like, I get what you're saying with Khan. Like, yeah, Khan.
That's who sold it for you. That's who made you think this was an unbeatable team.
Well, I mean, it was the team. It was the unit as a whole. But I'm saying, like,
beatable, so
it was a unit. He's the guy that made you guys think that they were unbeatable. But it was the unit as a whole. But my thing is, like, the value that Chet provides. I don't think that Khan's shooting alone, like,
Because I think that's where you at.
Would he
with
be
it.
relegated to
What
being
if
a
I
specialist as
told
well?
you, Ron, last year that
Here's the point, Damon.
and this is wild. What if I told you that the OKC Thunder were better on offense and defense when J-Dub was off the court?
See, I'm not trying to hear
We
that.
tell
shit,
you we
bro.
have eyes on them.
Significantly.
man.
No, not a little
Yeah,
bit. Not a
trying to hear,
little
yo.
bit. a lot.
We tell you that we can see that the Thunder are
They're
better.
not. No, they're not.
We're
man.
talking
No, they're not.
1,300 minutes without
Oh, my
J-Dub,
God.
and they had an offensive rating of 127.
And what's
In the
what's
2,000 minutes
what's
with
Khan's
him-
on off minutes? Because I know this is where this is
Insane.
about to lead.
Insane.
Cons
No.
on off is heavily tied to LaMelo.
It is absolutely. But J-Dub's on-offs are heavily tied to other players on his team as well. And I understand that he has this incredible versatility, and people need to assign this sort of Scottie Pippen label to every single time a player plays next to a dominant wing. There's always the Pippen comparisons. We heard it with Marion. We heard it with, we've heard it with a lot of players. But I'm just saying, like, be objective about what you're watching here. He's never been a top 10 player. He's never been a top 15 player. I don't think J-Dub's been a top 15 player. I think he's a very valuable defender. I think he's a very flawed offensive player. And I think Con Knipple could make a case that Con Knipple is a better offensive player than J-Dub. I think you make a very easy case.
J-Dub was better than Jalen Brunson like 6 months ago.
J-Dub? Yeah, because of the defense.
Huh?
You go from better than Jalen Brunson to now.
You said that?
Well, yeah, he told me that. Yeah,
I didn't know that. That
Yeah,
ain't it.
Yeah, he said
Okay.
that.
He said that.
That's what he told me. We was
I
here. It was
expected
whole
some
segment.
growth offensively, yo. Like, I mean,
No,
shit.
you said now he's better than you said he's better than Jalen Brunson.
Wait, did you
No,
say he's
no,
better
going to
overall
be.
than Jalen Brunson?
Yeah,
No, he's
overall,
going
not
to
on
be. You said
offense.
you said he's
Oh,
a
no.
better player
Overall,
than Jalen
because the
Brunson.
value of being able to
6
guard
months
5
ago.
positions is very valuable. But
Did he lose that?
Okay, when you are comparing a guy like Jalen
Just
Brunson to a
forgot
guy
how to
like
guard?
no. And first of all, his defense has not been the same this year. Let's just be real about
He's
that.
hurt, bro. What are we talking
And not
about?
only,
played
and not,
26
not only
games,
that,
man.
Penn, and not only that,
What-
Penn, like,
what type of point is
Penn,
that?
let's
This is
go
That
back
on-off
to
was the
this is
same thing
also
last
a-
year. You knew that on-off shit last year, and you still said he was
And-
better than Brunson.
I
Because you
can't.
said it was last year's on-offs.
I don't know,
Which means
man.
you knew
I
of
think
that,
this
and then
is
still
where
said,
we
yeah,
get.
but I got him over
This is where
Brunson.
we go.
But
I
now
think this
Con Knipple's a
yeah.
step too far.
This
Yeah,
is where
and
we
the
like,
on and off-
I don't want to
and-
set him up for
I'm
failure,
sorry,
man.
go
Like
ahead,
he's,
Damon,
I
I'm
like
sorry.
no one's a bigger Con fan than me. But like this is what we
Yeah.
do sometimes when
Yeah.
young players have tremendous upside. Like we have to take it easy a little bit
Yeah,
because
someone
we're
asked you,
setting
who
this
would
guy
you
up for
take, Cooper
failure. Man.
Flag or J-Dub, you take Cooper Flag.
But I don't
to your
see how we're
we
setting
went
him
out
up
on
for
a couple
failure.
of dates. I'm not marrying
Most
you
people
yet.
would say Cooper
Yeah,
Flag.
Relax.
like,
let's go out on a
yeah.
couple more dates before
We haven't seen him in the
before-
playoffs. Like J Dub
Yeah,
had 40 in the
relax.
final. Like we
I
need
don't know
to,
how
like,
you are.
Okay,
man.
so
I'm just trying to
start this- okay,
Like,
so
it's
going
okay.
forward, who would you take, J-Dub or Cooper Flag?
Me?
If you're the
What?
Thunder,
Are you asking me?
No,
just in
period.
general.
All of you. I'm asking
Just in
all.
general.
I'm asking all of you. Going forward, who would you take, J-Dub
Oh,
or Cooper
Cooper.
Flag?
are we
think
talking about
Cooper
specific?
Cooper.
Mars, to answer your question,
Not
Specific
just
for the
the
Thunder or
Thunder,
just in
just-
general?
Mars, to answer
Answer
your
both.
question,
If they're different
Flag,
answers, answer
Mars.
both.
I'm going with Flag.
I'm going Flag.
And you could argue Con's having a better rookie year than him.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, there's
So,
different players
yes.
though, Mars.
Yeah, but
I agree.
Flag-
it's
Why?
different. That's
It's
fine.
more
I'm not
different.
saying, of course, they're different.
Yeah, that's fine.
But if we can say the guy having a better rookie year, arguably, than Cooper Flag, and everyone here said they'll take Cooper Flag over J-Dub going forward, why can't you have the Con conversation?
Here's
No,
what
but
I'm trying to
Mars,
understand.
it's different.
I wouldn't take.
Yeah,
Like,
but
okay,
it's-
wait,
it's-
wait,
no,
wait,
no, no.
wait.
You
No, wait, wait, wait,
You want to know why?
But why?
Because you're saying
Because
I'm a prisoner
Cooper
of the
is
moment. You're a
different.
prisoner of the past. No, you are a prisoner of the past.
Prisoner of
Because
the
what you're
past.
thinking about, no, let me say it. Because what you're thinking about is we haven't been talking about Con Knipple long enough. We haven't been acknowledging his incredible basketball acumen and what he does at the NBA level long enough. But what I'm going to say to you is that there are certain players that are just better NBA players than they were college players or high school players.
Eddie Jones.
I
Absolutely.
think,
Eddie Jones
and
is-
those are
is-
typically intelligent players,
Mhm.
long wings. Basically everyone is on the everyone that's on the Hornets. Big dynamic playmakers like LaMelo Ball. They are going to do better in the NBA. Brandon Miller, a big long creator like that who's able to take wide angles and large strides to the rim. That's a player who's going to do better. Con Knipple, a movement shooter who is able to manipulate space off the dribble and on the dribble, is going to do more with better spacing. And in the NBA, he's had spacing that he couldn't even dream of at Duke, and he was incredible at Duke. Did you see the time when Cooper Flag was out where he was occasionally running point? There is a lot more to Con's game that we haven't even seen yet because he plays in the context of where he does. But if he was on the OKC Thunder, his role changes completely. He's not playing with Con Sexton. He's not playing with LaMelo Ball. He's playing with Shea. I think he can create looks for Shea.
He might
so
be
a lot of
playing,
the secondary
he might be playing
creation-
with AJ Mitchell coming off the bench. You talking about his
Oh,
role
okay.
changes? He might be coming off the bench.
maybe, and then he becomes the best sixth man in the NBA. Wonderful. I'm still
Con
saying
Knipple's not better. Con Knipple's not better than Cooper Flag right now.
I think Cooper Flag's better.
He's
I think
not.
Collins has a
he's
higher
not.
I think
floor.
we.
He's
That's
not.
fact.
He's not. He's not.
yeah,
He's
but
not.
no,
Collins
no,
has a higher
no,
floor. I think Collins has a
no,
higher
that's
floor.
the
the
question.
question. The question was what
Cons, I know, but I'm just saying, like, let's not. But because I'm saying because the way y'all are talking it's like, oh, maybe Cooper can be. Cooper's better than Con right now.
Is OG better than
he's
LaMelo?
That's facts.
what?
All right, you
You get my point. It's not about who's better. It's who's better for what system and what situation. Okay, so
There's a cup of dog though. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying Cooper Flag is just better than Conklin. Yeah, I mean it's cool the stats, the on-off numbers, it looks cool, but he's better, and it's really not as much of a conversation as y'all trying to make it out to be. It's not even really like that.
I think it's
Well,
a conversation.
the on-off
I'm just trying to
numbers-
understand how you can say Jalen Williams is better than Brunson, but he wouldn't be better than Khan. If Jalen Brunson's a better
Because
player,
the conversation is not about who's better, because I'm acknowledging even right now that Jalen Williams is better than Con and better than Cooper Flag. That's not the argument, and especially when he's healthy, he's
They're
definitely.
saying he'd be a better fit. Is that what you're
I'm
saying?
saying he's a better fit in terms of what OKC has versus what OKC needs. Watching this OKC Thunder team in the playoffs.
No, Penn. Like you trying to sell me something. What you trying to sell? You trying to sell me something based on off minutes. Okay, first of all, those
I'm really not.
Okay, those on-off minutes that you gave me last year from J-Dub, you know what you're leaving out? You're leaving out the fact that they blew a lot of teams out. So with them blowing a lot of teams out, I was off the floor a lot of times. I wasn't playing late in games. I wasn't playing in the fourth quarter. A lot of times when they were smoking teams, right? And on top of that, we also have that they ran away with the Western Conference. So with them running away with the Western Conference, he didn't play a lot of times at the end of the season because they ran away with the Western Conference. So the on and off minutes logic doesn't work with me. Now, when you're talking about him being in that system when they have to actually play as a defender, as a playmaker, as a switchable defender, as an offensive player, as a bucket getter. When you're talking about him at 6'5", 6'6", his versatility as a ball handler, right, as a bucket getter, all of that stuff. You're talking about Conklin as a guy who spaces the floor. We're talking about J-Dub, who does everything for this unit in order to make them arguably the best defense in NBA history and one of the best offenses in NBA history. Those two things, what Khan is doing and what J-Dub does for these guys is completely different. And J-Dub does it at an astronomical rate.
Let me use more numbers, even though I know that it's going to just result in a pylon. Basically,
No, we listening to the numbers. No,
okay.
we're going to listen.
Hear me out. Okay, so in 1,300 minutes with Shea and J-Dub, they had a 121 offensive rating, okay, which is very good. But in over 1,000 minutes with Shea, with no J-Dub, that offensive rating goes up to 128. Why? Because more offensively talented and better shooting players are on the court. Guys like Isaiah Joe, right? Now, the Thunder have a dearth of wings that are not good creators off the dribble.
I love that word.
Dearth?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm just saying, like, they have a lot of those players like Lou Dort, Alex Caruso. None of these guys are really dynamic offensive players. They're catch and shoot, standstill guys. So among that bunch, adding something different to it. I think NBA offenses are like a symphony, right? You need a cello, you need a bass, you need a violin, you need a viola. I think you can create a song with 16 drums, but honestly, it's going to be a very, very undynamic song. And you know, there's this book, Basketball is Jazz. I genuinely think there's a lot of connection between basketball and music like this. And the teams that are the best, in my opinion, mix player types. They don't just have 7 guys who have the exact same strengths and weaknesses. I think that the Thunder desperately need a player with Khan's strengths and weaknesses. And the ones that they have right now, Jared McCain and Isaiah Joe, are just worse defenders than Khan, which makes it harder to play them. They're also worse offensive players than Khan. So I think having a player like Khan would alleviate some of the redundancy in their roster, which I honestly believe will make them a more dangerous, unpredictable, and harder to scheme team. And I think that Khan's presence will unlock Shea and unlock Chet offensively, and unlock space for even guards like Jared McCain to get downhill, even for space for Isaiah Hartenstein to get cleaner rolls to the rim. I just think that what Khan does is so underappreciated because he's not better than Cooper, or he's not better than Wemby, or he's not better than this guy. What he does in his role is perfect.
Like Khan instead of AJ? Like Khan instead of AJ, or Khan instead of Aaron Wiggins? That's what you mean? Like, okay. Like, because you can't just put Khan on the team. Do you mean like Khan instead of AJ Mitchell, or Khan instead of Aaron Wiggins? Is that what you're saying? Because if that's what you're saying, Hell
I
yeah,
would
I'm with
probably,
you
I
for
would
sure.
probably,
If you're
I would
talking
probably
about Con
put
instead
Con
of
in
J
place of
Dub,
Kaysen.
No.
I would probably put Con in
that's
place
fine.
of
That's
Kaysen,
okay. Cool.
and then
That's
bring
fine.
Kaysen off the bench, or I would have
Wait. You
Con as
got to take somebody off the team.
He's
yeah, in place of
back.
J Dub.
He's back,
Oh,
baby.
okay. Well, no. Okay.
Hey.
No. Hell no.
Hey,
Hell
I told y'all that boy was gonna come back. He is back. Hey,
tomorrow?
we got breaking news. Jason Tatum.
Yeah,
Oh, we got the
Breaking
news.
news
Yeah,
from
I
the
got
Boston
that.
Celtics. All NBA star Jason Tatum will make his season
Till we
debut
hear.
this Friday against the Dallas Mavericks, baby. It is finally here. Jason Tatum will return tomorrow. It's been a long year.
Yes.
Jason Tatum tore his Achilles.
It's not even been a year.
Has it? Oh, no.
I hate to rain on your parade, Ron, but you told
under a
us.
year.
You told us.
Remember, I was saying that Jason Tatum's gonna come back.
Do we
This
need an
was
archive?
this was in December. This was in
You know what?
Both of
The
you
mo-
guys
Ron
What's
did say that.
what's
He did.
important? What's important is that he's coming back. Let's not get into an argument
Right,
about who said
right.
what. Jason
back
Tatum,
playing basketball.
Jason Tatum
I'm
will
with
be
Doc.
playing basketball
Yeah.
tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? This
I'm
is
hyped.
dope. This is
Wow.
dope.
Wow.
I definitely didn't expect this. I definitely wasn't in support of this. But Jason Tatum is back. The doctors cleared him. He's ready to play basketball. Let's get it in. Let's get it in.
It's gonna be a fun game to watch, man.
Let's get it going.
Look,
Hey, I told my son yesterday that he might come back, and he was losing it. Like, are you
Really?
serious? Oh my
Okay.
God, this is crazy.
It's
This
on
is
ESPN too.
crazy.
I think
ESPN
Cooper Flag
televised
also
game.
might be coming back from his foot injury.
I would like to say this real
Tomorrow.
quick, and again, just want to get this out the way because this matters to me. I am praying very actively for Jason Tatum that he is healthy and that he stays healthy as he comes back, because my biggest concern, Chill, has never been about anything. It's not a no gender, whatever. Coming back from an Achilles injury is a lot. And like I say this as someone who has been in football, basketball, track. I've watched people come back from it in multiple sports. Coming back within a year is a lot. And I'm hoping for the very best for Tatum and for his team, and I'm meaning his medical staff, because every sport that I've watched, when you come back from within a year and an Achilles injury, you are not the same level of athlete. But based on the reports we're getting from Tatum, he apparently has absolutely been going through this process better than almost every other athlete they've compared him to.
That's fine.
So the hope is that is a long-term, like, he is going to be an actual abnormality and he'll be even better, like, going forward. But definitely the explosion and all that kind of stuff, what I've seen, Chill, whether it's Katie, whether it's even in Cam Akers coming back from football, whether there's some track athletes that have done it, it's just that initial burst that you typically have isn't always there. But I'm glad that he is an abnormality. I'm glad he's been able to come back this early. This shows how hard he's worked. And you got to be dedicated in order to actually rebuild the muscles around your calf and your legs and the rest of, like, just period. So this is phenomenal.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah. I just want to say, on like a real note, bro, like, I know Tatum gets a lot of hate and fair criticism, also unfair criticism. I just think regardless of that, the notion that he's like this soft basketball player that like doesn't really play hard, like I'm sorry, you have to be a different level mentally to train as hard as Tatum has to put yourself in position to play off of a Achilles injury. And I'm pretty sure his goal is not to be a role player like a lot of people are saying. His goal is to come right back and be Jason Tatum. And that's huge. I have a lot of respect for him for that. I really do.
Yo, Chill.
I expect to see.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would like for you to tap in. I would like to hear your words about how you feel about the Boston Celtics. You probably are the biggest Jason Tatum fan up here, and one of the biggest ones that I know outside of a guy named Jack that lives in Boston. How do you feel about Jason Tatum right now?
I still love him as a basketball player. I still think he's fantastic. I am very apprehensive about bringing him back, but if this is the way that we're going, this is the way that we're going. And we're going to see how this goes. To say that they wouldn't send him out there if they weren't 100% confident that he was available, then I mean, I don't think that that's an understatement. I think that they would be very cautious because the Celtics staff, I mean, they did this. I don't know if you guys remember, but they did this years ago with Reggie Lewis. The doctors okayed Reggie Lewis to play. He ended up having a heart attack and passing out and dying. So they don't have the best track record as a medical staff. However, I mean, that was years ago, so we've moved on from that. With that being said, this Achilles injury really worries me, but He said that if he wasn't 100%, and he said if he wasn't ready to go, he wouldn't go. So if he's ready to go, he's telling me he's ready to go. Even though I'm extremely nervous about this, let's do it.
By the way, just so people know, just contextually, because I just had to look this up for myself for the tweet I'm about to put out. He tore his Achilles May 12th. He is coming back with 16th.
I'm sorry, I thought it was the 16th.
It looks at 12 at least from what I've seen, but maybe I'm reading it wrong for sure. But this would be within 10 months. 10 months of an Achilles tear. And
I've never seen it.
That's actually the guide. To be honest with you, that's
that's
actually the guidelines. It's an 8 to 10 month injury. It's just that teams hold guys out for the rest of the season to be more cautious. But it's really an 8 to 10 month injury in terms of.
Dominique came back in 10 months.
You should have to ramp.
Kobe came back in about 8. Kobe came back in about 8 months.
Yeah,
I remember because we were actually at my son's birthday dinner and we're watching it happen. And like, so my son always talks about that. Like, he tore his Achilles on my birthday dinner. Like, this is his favorite player in the world. So like, this is insane.
If he's ready,
I wish him nothing but the best. I wish him nothing. I'm with Swiper though. Like, I've seen multiple like athletes in sports come back and have really struggled, especially if they rush back. But we're talking about supposed to be the best of the best in the business, and he's tackled it tremendously, and I wish him all the best health wise as well. But I'll be watching closely.
I just know who he is.
Does the recovery,
know how I feel
recovery
about
have
him.
to? Does the
I think he
recovery
recorded
have to do with the fact how he got the surgery so quick?
I believe so. He got his, I believe, 12 hours after, which normally is never that fast. Right.
It's a
I'm
combination.
not a doctor. I'm not going to pretend to know that if you repair an Achilles within a day is
everybody heals differently.
I read some things on that.
It's a combination of things.
What did you read?
At the end of the day, it's a tendon. They got to sew that shit back together, regardless if it's 2 weeks later or the next day.
We got research here.
Yeah. So like the last thing that I saw, this was like fresh after he tore it. They said that he did it faster than most athletes normally get theirs done, and he got helped out because it was in New York, so like the surgeon was already there, so like he didn't have to basically travel on it and go right. So not as that, but also he's apparently been working like 5 days a week, pretty much like I think a month after he got hurt all the way to now. So like he's been training almost every day for this moment, and I just think like, bro, even if you have never played basketball, mentally think about like putting yourself through that every single day and then actually showing up here. I don't know exactly how he'll play, how he'll look. It's very ballsy because he easy could have sat out. Boston is 2 in the East. They're number 2 in the East right now. So like he don't got to play at all. And he is.
I think Jaylen Brown needs him right now.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown done carried the load for a long time. It's time.
And one thing to chill here, I know that we talk about favorites and best players, and we do rankings and all that stuff. Obviously, a basketball show, there is something that it's those of us that have played like actual play sports. Like there's a certain level of competition there that exists there. All of us have dealt with injuries. Every single one of us dealt with injuries. But athletes, they put more on their body than almost any other kind of people in the world. Like obviously you got people that work out in fields and do like concrete, like there's always levels to this. But for an athlete to spend an entire year or 10 months going from surgery immediately into rehab, immediately into mobility training, immediately into strength training, immediately into basketball training, going through standstill workouts, vertical workouts, one-on-one workouts, 3-on-3, 5-on-5, plus conditioning, and then for them to be able to step back on the floor to come from a injury chill that maybe 2 decades ago, let alone 3 or 4,
it was a career-ending
injury.
And for Tatum to be able to come back even faster than KD did, and maybe I'm putting the best thoughts out there, maybe even better than KD did when he came out. I mean that it is a historic feat for number one, the medicine and science where the humans have come, but also 3 where athletes are, and the fact that they're able to commit their body to that much work and to return this early from those kinds of injury that were once, to Chill's point, career-ending, life-injuring, like changed the whole output of your life. So again, shout out to Jason Tatum. He deserves incredible.
That's why I brought it up. His overall audacity, like he could have just sat out. There's no pressure on Tatum to have to come back, y'all. None.
Yeah, but
Well, it's
another thing is, like,
opportunity though. It's opportunity though. Gifted.
True.
If you look
True.
at it, you know what I'm saying? Like for them to be second in the East right now, he's looking at this like, hey, if I could come back and actually, you know what I'm saying, be a positive and help my
We
team,
can win.
so we can make another run at it. You know, and of course it's gonna be those guys that are gonna say, well, this ring, there's an asterisk on it for Jason Tatum if they were to win it, you know, because he just came back and they were 2 already. But damn that, because you know, for him as a real hooper, he's clearly not listening to that outside noise.
He could come back because he wants to win, Ox, right?
Right, of course. And swipe it to your point. And I think we spoke about this yesterday or the day before. It's just that the mental strength to come back from anything. You know, there's guys that can have a high ankle sprain, and come back and be in you know, and be worried. Oh, my ankle. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times when you break a part of your body, you're afraid if it's gonna work the same. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes part of your body,
that's the thing, though.
Exactly.
That's
so
the
mentally.
thing. He hasn't gone through. You can do all the rehab in the world. You can do all the right things every step of the way, like Swiper outlined, but he still hasn't gone through that, Ox. He still hasn't gone through NBA basketball where he's getting hit. He's getting hit. He's getting knocked to the floor. He has to get up. He has to go again. He's got to put the accumulative effect on his body. He hasn't done that yet. So that's where it gets pretty tough, because mentally, physically you can feel ready, but mentally it's a whole different thing. But I also want to say this, like, a lot of people, I'm already seeing some discourse around Jason Tatum's back. There's no excuses. Like if he, I know people are already starting this. Like he said, he wants to come back the same player. Like, you know, he's out there. They've cleared him. All these things, guys. If that to me is like very unathletic talk. Like there is excuses, man. This guy did it less than 10 months ago. Ox, I know, like if you're out, we got to play. Like they've cleared him. Chill. I know that. Like we're here now. But to me, he's got a lot of like I'm giving him a lot of grace. I'm giving him a lot of grace. I am.
I mean, we can give him a lot of grace.
Damien, like I was saying,
himself, like he has to give himself some grace. We have to give him some grace, and I understand that, and I don't want people overreacting and saying his entire career is overwashed. But I'm gonna tell you why I was always for this. I'm gonna tell you why 9 months ago, 8 months ago, 7 months ago, 2 months ago, when we've had this conversation, I have always been pro coming back. Number one, it is up to the athlete to decide how their body feels. That is very important. Number two, I also did some research, just like Gifted did, on Achilles tears and what is the best early start that you can get. So a lot of older rehab from Achilles usually involved a lot of immobilization. That's not the way they do it anymore. Now we do a lot of controlled loading. So the sooner you get the surgery, the sooner you can start, you know, building that area of your body up. Number two, when you take a really long time exploring options, visiting doctors, going on flights after flight after flight, seeing different doctors, whatever, which is not what Tatum did, the scar tissue it begins to form, and the tendon begins to retract and fray, and the gap can increase. So what Tatum did, having that surgery right away, it actually makes the possibility for a 98% recovery really possible.
Yeah.
And I just personally, I think that he could change athletics if he comes back really great. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because if I'm watching what he did, which is very atypical, and I see him make this full recovery, now I actually have a protocol or a plan in place. Anytime there's an Achilles tear, I'm getting that surgery within 12 hours.
Everything that you just said makes sense if we actually had time.
Chill, just for that point too. Remember, he was in New York. So remember,
he was very lucky to be there.
When you
the surgeon who did it on him, I think he's like a world-renowned surgeon. Like
he's like that.
You can't travel with swelling because of the altitude and all that stuff and elevation and planes.
But the point that I was making is, like you just brought up, Penn. You literally just brought up the fact that we having grace. We don't have grace. This isn't him coming back in December on a mediocre team. This is him. Last time he played, he was on the defending NBA champion Boston Celtics. With him being on the defending NBA champion Boston Celtics, and the last time we saw him play, he was going off on the Knicks. I think he went for 42. We get now back to a team that's the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, which everyone has been telling me is a weak conference. Ron in particular, who's been telling me that this conference is whack and that it's wide open. The fact that we're getting not a player back, the fact that we're getting Jason Tatum back, that's who they expect. And there is no room for error here. The playoffs start in 6 weeks. We don't have a lot of grace period where we can get this guy ramped up 2-3 months. No, this guy's got to be nice now. If we're talking about winning it, if we're talking about being that good and winning it, he's got to be nice right now.
And you mean no grace in terms of like actually winning
it?
That's right, and that's the thing.
He's still gonna be nice though. Like obviously, I don't expect Jason Tatum to be the Jason Tatum we saw last April, last March. I think it's gonna take us some time to get there. But Jason Tatum is still one of the best basketball players in the world, and he will. I think as long as everything works out, he's good. Me personally, I ain't giving a nigga grace for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't expect him to be who he's gonna be, but at the same time, like if you're gonna come out here and get in the way, take your ass home. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been doing this since October. We're the second team in the East. If you Jason Tatum, if you're gonna come out here and we gotta slow down for you, if it's like that, well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I don't mean slow down as far as speed. I mean slow down in where we're
incorporation.
going.
Yes. Development down.
If you come in and we go this way instead of this way, then you don't get no grace. You should have kept your ass sitting down wherever you were, or you should have kept rehabbing. There is no. See what? Chill. That's how it's supposed to be. This is professional sports. I don't know. Nothing. I don't give a damn about no feelings right now. We're talking about.
So imagine he replaces Sam Hauser and Jordan Walsh and they get worse.
This isn't for you to agree. This isn't for you to agree or disagree.
Doesn't help the team.
So you can feel how you want to feel about it. I'm just telling you what's what. If you come onto the court right now and you wanted to get back, you came back 10 months after, and you get in the way, then you get no grace for that. Now, if I understand what happened. I understand you tore your Achilles. I understand all of that. And yes, that's, you know what I'm saying? We know all that, but still we have a goal here, and we can't divert from that goal to bring you in. If anything, let us go be a second round exit, and then you come get with us in October. If this can't turn into the baby and Jason Tatum into things type conversation. Now, chill. To your point, chill. I don't want him to come back and guys are on him like, oh, Jason Tatum, you suck. You'll never be this guy again. That's too far. But we're not gonna go this way. We're not gonna go this way. We're just gonna tell the truth about what's happening. And if Jason Tatum isn't ready, if Jason Tatum comes and he's a hindrance at all, then you don't get any grace for that.
Wait. Not black and white.
I get your point, Ox, but like
it is black and white.
No, it's not.
Okay, he's both, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's actually,
Ox. My thing though, right, is that if you're a team that's in the 2 seed and you've been good all year long, and your goal is to try to win, if you can add a player like Tatum back, even if he winds up bricking, if you're trying to win, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna you have to go for it. And if it doesn't work out, okay, cool. Like if you're trying to win, you do whatever that takes. And I'm hoping that Tatum is saying, okay, I feel strong enough. I feel like I can impact this team, and that's why he's back. I don't think it would be like, bro, mentally to do everything he's done, he has to believe like truly in himself to perform, and also physically, right? So like, I get your point. All I'm saying is there is a reality where Tatum comes back, he's up and down, they lose, and it's not because he came back too early. They just weren't good enough. That's awesome.
And that's fine. And that's fine. Gifted. That's fine. I'm not saying that can't happen. All I'm saying is we still gonna tell the truth about it. Like if Jason Tatum comes back, if Jason Tatum comes back and he's not, because I don't expect him to be that. Like I said yesterday, I think it's gonna be steps. He's gonna come back like last year's Tobias Harris, the good part of Tobias Harris last year.
Yeah.
Then he's going to go to PJ Washington. Then he's going to go to good Harrison Barnes. And then he's going to get to Chris Middleton, then Jason Tatum. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect him to come back and be Jason Tatum. You know what I'm saying? Of course not. That's a ridiculous ask. But if he comes back, so what I'm asking you, Chill, Gifted, Pin, are you telling me that if Jason Tatum comes back and he has bad games and they lose, am I not allowed to say, oh, well, yeah, Jason Tatum came back, he just wasn't ready yet?
No.
The reason why you're allowed to say that is because of what the standard is right now.
So many times.
The reason why you're allowed to say that, Ox, is because of what the standard is right now. Like none of us expected the Boston Celtics to be where they are right now.
I absolutely did not.
Now you add in Jason Tatum, especially the fact that we are this deep into the season. The playoffs start in less than 6 weeks, like six weeks or 7 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
So you're adding Jason Tatum, who just came off a season-ending injury, to this, who says that I'm ready to go. So if he's ready to go, even if it's going to be a minutes restriction, even though it's going to be in increments, we expect to see flashes of that old dude who's going to ultimately be what he was last year, quicker than what he was last year. And that's where the problem lies. Now, because what you're going to do and what most people are going to do is when he does have those games where he falters, not that he wasn't ready. No, he just ain't that good. It's not that he ain't that good. It's just that where we are now, we would be having a different conversation where we were if this was December, if this was November or something like that. Completely different. And I know
this might not be that good.
That's what I'm saying. Like that is very possible.
Say that one more time.
Yeah, it's also just entirely possible that he won't be that good.
And the reason why he won't be that good is because of and why won't he be that good, Mars?
Well, I mean, a bunch of reasons. We came back too soon, and Achilles is a career-altering injury. He might be washed. Like that's a big.
That's possible too. Yeah.
Like we're all looking at this, and I love it. He came back 10 months, rose-tinted glasses. We hope everyone here hopes Jason Tatum is Jason Tatum.
Sure.
Everyone hopes that. There's a very real possibility that he's just not the same player.
100%.
And at the end of the day, if he's not, that hurts Boston's chances of winning. And if our job is to talk about what's actually unfolding,
it's
we can
almost
say
certain
Jason
he'll be a
Tatum's
little
playing
bit
trash if he's playing trash. We can understand the reasoning.
But this is
we can
not-
understand, he tore his Achilles. We understand it's going to take time. We can understand that it's a career-altering injury. We can understand all of those things. At the end of the day, if Boston are trying to win, which we all know Boston are trying to win, those reasons don't change the fact that they're going to lose.
I mean, but that's not what graces to me, though. Like that's fine, Mars, right? I'm saying we can watch him play and say, okay, he's not playing well right now, but it's a ramp-up process. We understand. We can still say, okay, he's not playing well. That's fine. I don't think anyone up here has that, outlawed, right?
No, but here's the problem with it. Here's the problem. If you don't allow someone grace, you have to, by that same token, allow all criticism. But we know that some of that criticism will be unfair. Because to Chill, what Chill said is Jason Tatum has a certain standard that people hold him to. So that's the problem with not allowing him any individual grace. We can say he's played a bad game, but there will be factors behind that. It's because he's coming in middle of the season. He's only got 6 weeks. So the problem with not allowing him grace is that there's going to be some very genuinely disingenuous discourse around if he plays badly, which is going to be unfair to him.
I mean, that's basketball, though. It'd be bullshit all over this
never
sport.
fair.
I mean,
We don't need to.
It's never fair discourse ever.
I'm just trying to be
guys play hurt all the time, and then it's an indictment on them when they don't play well. Prime example is Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid plays in the playoffs. He's never healthy, and guess what? He's got the label of he's a playoff dropper. He sucks in the playoffs. He's not built that way. Cool, whatever. Now that's the narrative on him. It's going to be unfair if people start making holistic assumptions about Jason Tatum when he has a bad game, saying, oh, based on 2 bad games, he's now washed. He's never going to be the same. That's unfair. When you start making whole entire career indictments on players on 2 games, that's unfair. Saying he's playing trash right now is not going to be unfair if he's playing trash.
It's going to be real.
Sure.
And then every time, if he does play, he's going to have a bad game at some point.
But why is he playing trash?
Well, we know why. We know why.
He's slow on defense. He's not in the rhythm. He hasn't played with the team.
As opposed to
those reasons apply to everyone.
There's basketball reasons why he would be playing trash.
We spoke about it with Cat. There's reasons why Cat only got 8 shots yesterday. It doesn't change the fact that the Knicks probably would have helped. It would have helped the Knicks if Cat took more than 8 shots.
Right.
We can understand reasons why things happen, and it doesn't change that the things happening still hurt the team.
Exactly.
Playing trash can be explained with reasons. Injuries, out of rhythm, Russ trying to get into a flow with new teammates. All of those things are very fine to understand.
Yeah.
That does not mean that it doesn't hurt the team while it's happening. And therefore, we in turn can say the Celtics are being hurt by this, and that's not a good thing for them.
Okay, but
the grace, Damian, the grace comes, Damian, not with just saying, oh well, he hurt his Achilles. We all know that, Damian. The grace comes with us realizing that he's gonna be back. Like for me, now Mars, I get what you're saying. Maybe he never will be. He might be. I don't think so. I think Jason Tatum will be back. So the grace for me, Damian, comes with y'all wait and see what happens next October when he's ready. So if he's playing, and then let's say they get spanked by the Hornets in the first round, and Jason Tatum don't do nothing, right? I'm not giving him no grace for that. I'm just gonna say he should have chilled. But in October, my grace is gonna come, Damian, with hey, he'll be okay. Give him a little time. That's all.
Okay, look, I'm trying to say this for 10 minutes. Over the last 3,
say it now.
What I was actually going to say was that if you think about
over the last 10, no.
Then those assholes. They're assholes. Go ahead.
Over the last 10 games, they've been blown out 3 separate times by Denver, by Charlotte, and by New York. All of those things happened. Jason Tatum was not playing. I do not like this idea that if he comes back and they go on a 2-3 game losing streak, that it's Tatum. Look, you might think that sounds right, but it's not right. How he plays.
What if it is Tatum, no Pin?
If it is Tatum, then we can talk about it on an individual basis. If we're watching him play and he's getting blown by on defense and he's going out of the offense to hijack the offense to force his rhythm, that's a different question. But to just basically outright say if the Celtics struggle, then Tatum came back too soon, I think is a broad brush and a very dangerous argument.
I don't think anybody said that.
No. But I think that a lot of people will. And I think we can all agree that if the Celtics go on a 3-game losing streak right now, and Tatum comes back, they'll be like, "Oh, they haven't lost 3 straight since la 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 la." And look, he's rushing it, or if there's a really really bad stinker performance where it's just shooting variance, like let's just say he gets great shots, but he just happens to miss the shots because he's trying to get back to the rhythm. People will be like, "Oh, Jason Tatum won."
But those are casual.
I just want to avoid that conversation by saying this: how Jason Tatum plays is going to be dependent on him, but also his teammates and his coaching staff, and the overall organization and how they choose to do this. Now, if they choose to bring him off the bench, if they choose to put him on a minutes restriction, if they choose to put him in a different role, if they choose to maybe, I don't know, lessen the load defensively so that he can adjust back. I don't think, I've said this every single time this conversation has come up. I feel that Jason Tatum is a very prideful individual. I don't think he's unrealistic or stupid. He's always struck me as a very, very smart, very intelligent player who's very deliberate about his actions and his words and his work. Yeah. So for him to work as hard as he has, if you think he's coming back to just be a shell of himself, I think you're wrong. Because if that were the case, he would probably rehab longer. If you think he's coming back to disrupt shit, I think you're wrong because he's a team first guy and he always has been. I think Tatum is going to be fine. I think there's going to be some bumps along the road, but I do not want Jason Tatum to be individually maligned, sight unseen, if the Celtics struggle, because it won't be entirely his fault. It could just be his teammates trying to overforce him the ball. It could be his coaching staff maybe not getting him the ball in the right positions. It could be just shooting variance. I'm going to judge the process, not the results, because I once watched my team, the Toronto Raptors, go on a unbelievable winning streak without Vince Carter and have this entire city say, I guess they're better without Vince. They were not better without Vince. It's just different guys had different roles with Vince out and they became very unpredictable. Right now, it's kind of interesting because Jason Tatum hasn't played with all these players. How about Jason Tatum needs some time to adjust to his teammates as opposed to Jason Tatum is washed? How about Jason Tatum's never played a game with Nikola Vucevic? How about Jason Tatum hasn't played with like 5 guys on this roster? He's going to need time. There's going to be turnovers. There's going to be growing pains. There's going to be moments where he thinks like, I can make that move, but I don't know if I can make that move. I don't trust my body. There's going to be some thoughts. I think we should give it 4 weeks before making any conclusions at all. I don't want to. It's nice he played. Cool. He had 30 points. Cool. He's not all the way back. He had 12 points. He's not washed. I want to give it 4 weeks to see if it gets better and if he adjusts. That's it.
I just feel like that's basketball culture, though. Like I get what you're saying, but like the masses are going to do this shit. Prime example, right? If Tatum doesn't come back and Boston goes out in the first round, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, Tatum next year, he's a top 2 player, his best year ever. People are gonna say Boston is bad. They should have brought him back last year when they really had a chance because they lost X and Y player. Like listen, the pendulum in basketball swings from stupid shit to stupid shit all the time. The general conversation is, was his process good? No, okay. Yeah,
it's our responsibility to not part.
That's why we have a responsibility.
That's too Mark. Yeah, like I'm not gonna give energy to that bullshit. You know,
I mean, I absolutely will, but like we still acknowledge it's stupid. So I mean,
yeah.
Saying something, sir.
Yeah. Jump in here, Swiper.
Yeah, I was just gonna
after
say.
this Swiper, we are gonna have to move on. But go ahead.
What'd you say, Ron?
I said.
What I was gonna say that I think is important to note here is that there is no reason to blame Jason Tatum for all of the pitfalls for the Celtics. That is true. Jason Tatum also is coming back earlier than many of us realized or thought he would. That is true. Jason Tatum also will be rusty and not as good as he normally is. That is true. But we will have to talk about how Jason Tatum plays, and he more than likely will not play as well as we know him to, especially the last game he was playing against Shield when he was by far the best player on the floor. That probably won't happen for a while.
Sure.
But there is going to be a conversation, and maybe there's a more balanced way to have this conversation where Tatum, you're not 100%. We acknowledge that, but you are also not enhancing the product on the floor because you are rusty. Yet, we understand that you're working your way back, but we're also not going to just like act like it's not happening. I think there needs to be proper discourse around it, but I'm not going to blame Tatum for anything. But it's simple to fact, like you are not playing as well as we had expected or wanted you to, and therefore is hurting your team. And I think that conversation should just remain as it is. It's not an indictment on him as a long-term project, but this is why many of us did not want him to come back this year, because avoid these dumb conversations that could be had about you. But also, it's going to take a while to reintegrate. It's just really that simple.
Absolutely.
All right,
said 9 things that were said in the last 30 minutes. Congratulations.
It appears that it's not completely set in stone that Jason Tatum will be back tomorrow. Shams initially tweeted and said, breaking, the Boston Celtics All-NBA star Jason Tatum will play this season and could make his debut on Friday against the Dallas Mavericks, less than 10 months after the surgery for his ruptured Achilles tendon. Then he retweeted and said, there's an expectation that Jason Tatum will make his 2025-26 season debut for the Boston Celtics on Friday night at the TD Garden versus the Dallas Mavericks. Sources tell ESPN. Tatum has been described as ready to go and will inform the Celtics of his final decision over the next day.
He didn't have to retweet that. He did not have to retweet that. The first one that
Friday
you
or
said,
Sunday
the word could is
well, no, he said will
that
in the first one. He said Jason Tatum will. Well, no, okay. No. He said he will play this season and could make his debut on Friday.
Could.
That's what he said. Yeah.
So
he will play this season.
Jason Tatum said he wanted to come back and his first game be at home. So it's either he plays tomorrow or he plays next week against Washington.
Right.
Either one would be a good option.
Yeah, so if you're gonna get a game, you play the Wizards or the Mavs as your first game back. What better way to ease your way in?
That's a good little warm up.
What day is
Trae Young's back now.
Man, we might get Tatum versus flag hoops. I want to see that, bro.
Is Coop back?
I like how Trae Young.
They said Coop
is questionable.
I like that.
Yeah, so like he might get upgraded because Kid said he might play Friday. So we could get those hoops.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, we have a lot of super chats. People have sent through super chats. We haven't really got a chance to get around to them so far this episode. So we are going to take the time right now to acknowledge all the super chats that you wonderful people that are watching the show have sent through. But I do want to shout out everybody that's watching on Facebook. I do definitely want to shout out everybody that's watching on X or Twitter. Shout out to everybody that's following us on Instagram, on TikTok. Shout out to everybody in our Discord, all of that good stuff. However, before we get to any super chats, you guys need to know one thing and one thing only about the NBA season ramping up into the playoffs. And that's that the best part of the season will be the panel. Everybody up here in Portland, Oregon on April 10th for a live panel episode. This will be our first episode that's open to the public. This will be our first episode where me and Chill actually box on stream. This will be our first episode where Mars does no trolling at all. And this will be the first episode where you guys will get to ask us live super chats while we are in the MODA Center. Oh, and obviously this will be the first ever basketball podcast in the MODA Center that will talk about actual hoops on a high level. So If you're in the Portland area, make sure to get your tickets ASAP. I don't want you to miss out on this. The link is in the bio. Your ticket includes the live panel show, the meet and greet after the live panel show. We will then go watch the Blazers versus Clippers game. And then we'll have a post-game fan experience and an after party and an after party if you pick it up what I'm putting down. So you guys make sure you get these tickets. It's going to be an experience you don't want to miss, hanging out with your favorite podcast, favorite NBA ball knowers, the panel. We'll see you guys live and in the flesh. In the meantime, fellas, let's get to these super chats. The first one is from
I'm gonna whoop
Teddy
your
Hart.
ass when I see you too, Ron. By the way, I'm gonna whoop your ass when I see
Chill
you.
in front of the people.
Yes, I'm gonna whoop your ass when I see you.
Chill, we can't handle that privately.
I'm gonna whoop your ass when I see you, Ron.
We can't handle that privately, Chill.
Nope. I'm gonna whoop your ass when I see you. It is
That
so
shit
on.
crazy. He said it's
Chill.
up in public on stage.
It is on. As soon as I see
Chill
it,
strong. Chill
On stage
strong.
with the belt.
Yo, Ron don't get no grace.
Chill strong as an ox.
What
man.
about grace for
I'm
Ron?
gonna whoop your
Yeah,
ass.
Chill,
when I
what
see
about
you.
Grace for Ron?
No.
Ain't no grace for Ron from Chill. Nah,
I'm
he
gonna whoop Ron ass when I
not
see
on
That's
that.
crazy.
It's
It's
on.
okay. Hey, somebody from the chat to help me.
Ox, you hold him, Ox, and I'm straight pounding on that. You hold him, just hold him, Ox.
Chill. Is there
Yes.
anyone else that you want to fight? I always see it with Ron. He's the only one.
Just Ron in particular. That's it.
And
Just
Danny
Ron.
Ainge, just Ron and Danny Ainge.
Definitely Danny Ainge. Definitely.
I
And
know,
I don't care.
I know somebody. I know
don't
somebody
care
else he
he's
wants to
60.
fight. And
I don't care
he'll be with me in the live show. Hey, chat, stand up. Y'all clear?
Does his name start with one?
I don't know.
Okay. Plausible deniability.
As you were saying, Ron.
We got a $20 super chat from a Hall of Famer named Teddy Hart. Teddy Hart said, Luka's the only guy at this level that, without career-altering injuries, ended up peaking at year 6.
We've already seen the best of him, in my opinion. Yes, he's still youngish, but I'm convinced he will only maintain or regress from here.
So that's it for Luka? Like we ain't getting no more? Is
Is
that
he
it?
getting better?
Wait
Chill?
a second. Vince Carter peaked
Luka
in year
spends the
3.
next
Vince-
10
Vince
years.
is
Vince
gonna be
peaked
the
in
name
year
right
3.
there.
If he
So
spends
let's
the
just-
next 10 years at this level, he's still going to be one of the 20 greatest players we've ever seen, more than likely.
Can
So-
you imagine this? Can you imagine that, Swiper? Like for the next 10 years, I'm getting 32, 9, and 7 for 10 straight years.
No
Yeah,
way.
but-
Steph peaked around year 6.
Okay, so
yeah, but that's a little bit
what was that?
different.
That was-
Steph
what-
was
what was
older.
That's a lot
Steph was an
different.
older
That's a lot
rookie.
different.
That's
What was that?
different.
15 Mars? Around what was that? Year
Steph
15?
peaked around what, 2015, 2016?
Yeah, so-
It's about
Yeah,
year
but
6,
he
year
was
7.
Yeah, he was drafted in 2009.
Peak. What was
Yeah,
21? What was 21 then for you?
Okay, but
His prime. He just stayed great for really long.
I don't know.
But
That,
wait a
that,
second,
that
what-
April was probably the best month he's ever had. But
what year did
Most
Hakeem-
people would say 2016 is Steph.
I know, but that month was probably the best month he's ever had, though. That's what I'm saying. That April.
Oh, that April 21? Yeah.
Yeah.
What year did Michael Jordan peak?
I really wish we could get to the bottom
Like
of
year
this.
6, year 7?
This has been.
Yeah,
years,
okay.
man.
So
This
there you
is-
go.
That's my point. I don't agree with his super chat. Like, a lot of guys peaked around year 6, year
Like,
7.
I don't
No,
understand.
his
It's so difficult.
no,
to
his super chat
understand.
is he's not getting better.
When you are in year
Yeah, that's what
5,
a peak is. The best you ever were, and then you maintain or regress from there.
Yeah.
which is yes.
Same
you-
shit
so
Michael
you're-
Jordan did. Year 6 or year
Yes.
7, he
you
peaked,
agree with
and
me?
then he maintained or regressed from there.
So if he peaked at year 6, let's just say for the sake of argument, he peaked at year 6. Like, can we keep going for another 5 or 6 years at that? All right, I could get with that.
But
Yeah,
that's
I
not
not
a
could
usually
foreign
how it
concept. Like,
works.
I could
you could
definitely get with
argue
that.
LeBron peaked in year 6 and 09. You can make that argument. Like, it's not a foreign concept to say guys peak year 6, year 7 of their career. Kareem probably peaked in the mid 70s, which is guess what? Year 6. Like, it's not.
Kareem showed
That
up.
shit, that's what happens.
Kareem showed up in 69, so year 6 would be like what, 74, 75?
Like sometime in the mid
Yeah, like-
70s,
like
probably
around
said be the
74,
best
75.
Kareem was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say
Uh,
it.
When
Peak
did-
is not
when did-
prime. Peak is not prime.
I don't
though.
hate
Peak
that,
is
Ron.
not prime.
You understand that?
Peak is not
Yeah,
prime.
peak is the
Right.
best you ever were. The prime was just your
Well, the
Yeah,
peak,
that's
the
right.
peak
I just
is-
wanna get to the
peak
bottom
is the
of
ultimate
Kareem.
summit of the prime.
Kareem had a
Exactly.
16-year
that-
peak though, Morris.
Which means that according to that
That's
super chat,
Kareem.
that means that Luke has already played his best basketball, or he's playing his best basketball right now, which means he won't be playing better than this moving forward. That's what the super chat means.
Maybe.
Yeah,
What
that's
if he
what
does?
that meant for
What if
Michael
he does?
Jordan after year
Maybe.
7. That's what that meant for LeBron after year 8, year 9.
That doesn't
So
mean that he
next-
wasn't
You
in his
know who
prime,
didn't peak
though.
in year 6?
Yeah, he'll
Aaron
still be in his
Gordon.
prime.
Aaron Gordon did not peak in year 6. I'll give you that much. Thaddeus Young, DeMar DeRozan. There's a lot of players that have peaked
Shout out
closer to
Dan.
30. right?
All
Shout out
right,
to my good
fellas.
Steve Nash, man. Shout out to my good Steve
That-
Nash.
Yeah.
That's another one. Dirk Nowitzki.
The next super chat is from Reginald Debra. Reginald Debra said, "El Ron, there's no fucking way you think Cade is better than Ant. I mostly agree with your takes, but this one is out of pocket. Wisdom is chasing you, but you are faster."
Yeah,
Shout out to Victor
Proverbs.
Winpinyama.
Great proverb.
I tried to move on from that, but Chill wanted to once again be intellectually curious.
Yesterday.
Shout out to Chill.
Hey, intellectual curiosity is a good thing.
I
Don't
think
troll
No,
it.
it's not. No,
No,
it's,
it is great.
Yeah,
It's great.
100%.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
we
it's
just end up cycling superlatives.
it's
and
good
absolute
when worthwhile conversations.
By the way, he doubled down when the chat finished, when the stream finished chat. So he
Why
stood
would
up.
I not
Wasn't
when
just for
Ron?
show.
I don't entertain Ron a lot, but why would I not entertain Ron telling me that in the future we could have arguably the best point guard in the game going up against, I think, the best guard in the game? Like, why is that not a conversation? Why can I not?
Because
Be
he
curious
said
about that?
Cade's better today. What's the point of even just talking about?
Okay,
Today, tomorrow, next week.
When I
Next
when I
month.
tell you Jalen Green's Michael Jordan, do you want to have that conversation?
Sure, let's have it. Intellectual curiosity.
This is why intellectual
Make the
curiosity
case.
is
Make the
problematic.
case. Go ahead.
This
Make
is
the
why
case.
intellectual curiosity is problematic.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
things aren't worth
But you're not
discussing.
being intellectually curious. You're
Some
being
things,
intellectually trolled.
Every time you want to,
say,
every time Penn would have an intellectual conversation,
we
you go
have
to
we have
Barstool.
a 3-hour. This is why we end up going overboard every single episode, by the way.
Not with
Because
me.
there'll be segments within certain shows where someone will say something ridiculous, and instead of just skating past it, we decide it's worth a 15-minute conversation. If we just didn't do that, maybe we'd get out of here on time more days. But no, someone wants to say Cade is better than Ant, and instead of just letting that one slide so we can move on to our super chats, why is Cade better than Ant? I'll say Jalen Green's better than Michael Jordan. Instead of just letting that slide, why do you think Jalen Green's better than Michael Jordan? Not everything needs an explanation. Some things are just dumb, and we let it slide and move on. But no, we never want to get out of here on time. So we have to discuss every single nonsensical take that is made, whether that be by me
sounds
or
like
someone
Mars.
else.
That sounds like
Yeah,
Mars.
Ron
And you know what,
says
Chill?
no.
I'm
Wait,
even
wait,
more
wait,
mad
wait,
at
wait.
you because you don't even stay for the full overtime. So you hijack the show to
That's a
question
great
the
point.
nonsense.
I'm
And then we
hijacking it.
get, and then
That
we
is
get
true.
to the end of the
Dude,
show.
this is
That's
your
a great
fault.
point.
And
This
then
is your
Chill's gonna
fault.
hit us with the
Get Chill.
gotta
Get
bounce.
Chill off the
So
floor.
you gonna sabotage the
Get
show
Chill's
by
ass off the
questioning
floor.
nonsense, and then you're not even gonna stay for the overtime that you caused.
If y'all go through
That's
that.
even worse. So yeah, Chill, I'm mad at you for that.
Do
How
you-
dare you
but-
hijack
so
every show
everything you
Get
questioning
don't
Lachill
agree with-
James off the floor.
And just let it
Lachill
slide.
James, get your ass
We
off the
don't
floor.
need to do that.
So
Mars,
so Mars, are you
Stop me.
saying that's like
Get your ass off the floor.
Because you tried to tell us that Cade Cunningham
Bring him
being
back, bring him
potentially
back.
an MVP candidate was not a valid
Get
take.
your
You
ass
told
off
me
the
about it
floor.
for 3 straight episodes.
He's
I
still
told you to
not an
move
MVP
that
candidate.
shit off, but you were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe we're having a conversation."
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
having
we
a
don't-
conversation now,
yeah.
aren't we? So that's
We-
my point.
You're having a conversation. I've been trying to say Shea should be unanimous. So once again, I'm not having a conversation. I don't know.
so Mars,
Well,
are you
if Shea
saying
misses like 10
saying
more
that's
games?
like
Okay.
Yeah, if Shea's ineligible and Jokic is ineligible, and now Giannis is obviously ineligible, and if
Okay,
Okay,
first and
you were not
foremost,
saying
yeah,
for
yeah,
me,
yeah,
in my
yeah.
defense,
We said it
when
could
we
be
come up
extended.
here every day for 3 hours, we have a 3-hour segment. In the 3-hour segment that we have topics that we discuss, and in addition to us having topics that we discuss, we have super chats. It is the host, it is his job to make sure that within the 3 hours that we have here, we get all of that condensed. It is his fault
Do your
that
job,
this thing
man.
you
runs
know he
over.
sucks.
That 100%.
You know he sucks.
I 100%
You know
know
he
he sucks. Yes. So if we're gonna
So
put
Wait,
it's
what's
your
what's
fault.
wrong?
I
What's
am
wrong?
putting
What's wrong with going
Come
over
on.
3 hours? That's the biggest thing. What's wrong with giving?
Yeah.
What's wrong with
You
giving the
niggas-
viewers a little extra? You
I'd
know,
love
niggas
to.
ain't got stamina.
I'd love to, but the
But
sun's
when
the
every
chat-
time-
we
when
feel the
every
real
time
Minute
we
Man.
avoid-
the
we-
chat,
Minute
hey,
Man.
the chat clears.
I'd love to,
Minute
but the
Man.
sun's
Chat-
coming up, man.
30-second man.
The chat clears. The chat clears. Why we can't give them a little
That's right.
extra?
We are trying
No,
to trim
we-
the fat.
We can.
I'd
we
love
can
to,
give
Ox, but
people.
the
Why?
We're about
I
to
love
go overtime
the
because
fat on the steak.
tangent.
That's the best
We're
part. I
about
love the
to-
little
we're about
chewy
to
shit
go
on the steak.
overtime.
That's
We're
my
about to go
favorite.
overtime because of my
viewers, man.
tangent here. I know that.
And
We're
that's
gonna go
that's my
overtime
favorite.
because of my tangent. But that doesn't change the fact that going overtime isn't a problem. Going overtime because we'd rather discuss nonsense for 15 minutes is the problem. Not everything needs to turn into a debate. Yesterday, Chill said Scottie Pippen has a better handle than Kawhi. I thought that was ridiculous. You know what I didn't do? Hijack the show arguing Scottie Pippen's handle versus Kawhi. I don't know what Gift is doing, by the way. But I just let it go because some things weren't worth my debate.
Hey,
So,
you know what?
moved past it.
on-
That doesn't
on-
mean that it's not a
it's a
valid
big one.
conversation to have, but not everything needs to be a conversation. And if
Hey,
we
on Twitter,
abide by that philosophy,
they thought I
we
said
get
they
out
thought
here
I
alive.
said that about Kawhi Scotty. They was on my line on
They
Twitter
did.
talking about, oh yeah, he's the one that always big up Kawhi. He said that Scotty something, he got a better handle. I was like, I didn't say that, but whatever,
Guilty by
shout out to him.
association. Everything I say is
whatever.
Guilty by association, yeah.
Everything.
You were there.
Wait, look. So wait, I want to ask you this, Mars. Are you saying that Chill's the guy on the team up 3 with 5 fouls, and he shoots the jump shooter? And I mean, he fouls the jump shooter, shooting the 3 in overtime, and then that way he fouls out at the end of regulation, and we got to go to overtime without him.
No, what he does, 5 fouls, up 3. And he gonna foul Ben Simmons shooting a 3. That's what he does. Ben Simmons shooting a 3 is the nonsensical takes. And Chill fouling them is him asking, why do you think that? To the nonsensical take. So Chill will foul Ben Simmons shooting a 3 when we're up 3 and then foul out the game because he will leave us in overtime.
And Ben Simmons makes all the
and then we gotta pick up the crown of the continued overtime. But Chill caused the overtime. Yeah, that's what it is. Chill fouling Ben Simmons.
Hey, wait, hold on. Cause Swiper be doing that shit too, and then leave right after Chill. And he'll leave right after Chill leave. But I gotta go too.
By the way, I don't believe this is true, Chill.
You are an internally consistent person.
And now
I would like it to be known that literally when I host, we don't go overtime. If this was my job today, we would not be over overtime. If next week when I host, we will be out by 2:05 Eastern Standard Time. Mars is correct. This is Ron's job, though. His job is to host. His job is to maintain the floor for everyone else. He is the point guard. Any blame that is associated with a cast member, whether it be Chill, Mars, Ox, Damian, Gifted, or even Penn, it is all still Ron's responsibility to get through the time in an orderly fashion. And because Ron doesn't do his job, we therefore go overtime.
I want to be clear about this, chat. I don't got a problem going overtime. I'm cool going overtime.
Hey, chat, I ain't
especially if I'm not hosting.
I just want to say I really like the Players' Choice performance review. And with that being said, I will catch y'all in the next. Salute to everyone. We had a great conversation and all those things. But unfortunately, I do have an event I got to get to immediately. But shout out to y'all, man. And we have our best submitted. Remember, $20, March 14th, Spurs Hornets. If the Spurs blow the Hornets out by 15 plus, I got to send you 15 and vice versa. That's how we doing it. Appreciate you, Chill. Good looks,
not 15,
man.
You got to send me 20, not 15.
Oh, my fault. Not 15, $20.
Yeah,
Apologies.
Yes.
I like that being written in the black and white. But yeah, salute y'all. Have a great night. Have a great night.
See how we tried to get that discount, Chill?
Yeah,
That's the Detroit. That's the Detroit in him right there.
Okay. So like, wait. I was gonna leave, but real quick, we can make it 25. I don't give a damn.
Up the ante.
Do you know how much $25 is to Chill?
Like a quarter,
bro. Like this stem from this blueberry. That's what $25 is to Chill. You better come with the hundreds.
He's too big time for $25 to mean something.
You might be right, Swiper. You hijacked the show and all of a sudden you ran Penn and Gifted off. You might be right. We might get out of here. Actually,
I think Penn ran himself off today, but
hey, Swiper, take us away. Let's get out of here on time.
No problem. All right. Get to the super chat. W Ball Hall Out. $10 super chat. Tough loss for my C's last night, but I think we should all be rooting for the Detroit Hornets first round. It's finna be a movie. But am I crazy to pick the Hornets beating Detroit? Mars?
Discussed that earlier. You don't need to rehash it. We literally had a 20-minute discussion about it.
Agree. I appreciate that $10 super chat. That's actually excellent. Appreciate you, W Ball Highlights. We always can appreciate your contribution to the show. John Claude, $10 super chat. LaMelo's playmaking is underrated at this point. He's awful inside the arc and streaky from 3. But still powers maybe the best offense in the league solely from passing. Is he the best American playmaker in the league? That's a good question. Matter of fact, when we got this question at 11:14 a.m., it would have been great during the Charlotte Hornets segment, Chill, to have this discussion whether or not LaMelo Ball is the best American playmaker in the league.
Only except we didn't, because we were talking about the Knicks. That's why.
We're not used to run. We're used to run being banned.
Exactly. We were talking
I think Cade's a better playmaker than LaMelo, but other than Halliburton when healthy.
Definitely.
Other than that, I think.
What about Trey?
Agreed.
Nah. Give me LaMelo at this point. I'm gonna be honest. Give me LaMelo at this point.
How do you feel about that, Ron? I know you're a Trey Young fan.
I thought y'all liked Trey.
I still got Trey.
I'll take Trey.
I got Trey.
Right
K.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a fair conversation either way. Personally, that's actually a really good,
James Harden's still in them talks too.
Oh, James Harden, yeah.
Mhm.
James Harden's still in them talks too.
Is he a better playmaker than Tyrese Maxey?
They're
James
indifferent.
Harden, absolutely.
LeBron.
So they not.
LeBron's still in the league as well. That's true.
But
Mhm.
LeBron's not in these talks no
Yeah,
more.
LeBron ain't the same Bron.
I'm just asking a question. We don't have to get into an extensive conversation about it.
But we can.
Look,
though,
hey,
Chill.
look, development. Hey, development.
That's a good question, though. Penn, do you think that LaMelo Ball is the best American playmaker in the league? It's okay.
That's a very direct
Trey.
question, which involves a very direct answer.
Brunson, LeBron, somebody said.
Jalen Johnson, if you care about that. James Harden.
Damian Lillard, respectfully.
Steph, gravity.
Yeah.
No.
Draymond
Wait,
Green. Don't forget about Draymond
Hallie.
Green.
Yeah, Hallie's in the league.
Yeah,
Okay,
Hallie.
I need a geographical question answered first. Is West Palm Beach, Florida, located in the continental United States?
Yeah.
Oh, Square Bonds. Okay.
Shout out
Yep.
561. Yep.
Swiper, go ahead. Yeah, Swiper, go ahead.
Yes, it is.
Did you set
Do
me
your
up for
job,
that?
Swipe. Do your job.
Because-
See?
Yo,
if you said
set him
that
up.
24
Boom.
hours ago, Chill would have asked you why you think Square Bonds is the best American playmaker. But guess what? He didn't. Progress.
Hey, Mars, I'm gonna tell you this. Every
Chill,
single
chill.
time you
Is-
push
is-
back on
is
one
Mars
of my
learning
takes,
you?
you are standing here telling me that I had a valid.
I'm a
enough point
hypocrite.
for
That's
you
not
to-
news. I'm a hypocrite. That's not
Okay,
news.
because I'm thinking back across my memory bank of the last 2 years of the number of stupid things I've said that you have challenged, and now I'm like, all right, Mars thinks that I
Yeah,
had
to
a
be
valid
fair, at
point.
least I
All
stay
right.
for the overtime I caused.
All right, next super chat. CJ Sports 6623, $5, £5 super chat. The Charlotte Hornets starting five is now 20-2 with some of the highest net rating in top 10 defense. LaMelo Khan and B. Millie getting out the East. That is quite the proposition. We had a little bit of a discussion that day. By the way, just so people know, when we're looking at the Charlotte Hornets, their five-man unit, LaMelo Ball, Khan, Knipple, obviously Musa Diabate, with Brandon Miller and Miles Bridges, has a plus 28 net rating in 262 minutes played with 137.6 offensive rating and a 109.6 defensive rating. That's quite elite, y'all.
Very
It's
impressive.
crazy because if you just have that same four but take LaMelo off the court, they have a negative 18.
So
Which has been
LaMelo
their-
makes this whole thing go around.
Which has been their
Oh
biggest
no, because
problem.
if you keep that same four and take Musa off the court, they have a negative 2. So LaMelo and Musa.
This has
LaMelo's
been
been excellent, man. He has.
And this has
And he
been their
deserves
biggest
credit.
problem over the course of the years. LaMelo Ball, 36 games a season, right? The fact that Brandon Miller has been in and out of the lineup. This is the first time in years that we've seen these guys whole for an extended period of time. I've asked you guys, can I see 2 months of LaMelo Ball straight? Can I see 2 months of him before we start to have conversations? And I've actually seen more time. And I mean, this team is actually looking really good. Yes, they are.
This is the second most games he's ever played in a season already. And we still got 20 games left.
Yep.
Good stat. I love that.
Yeah,
Mars,
yeah,
look at
Melo.
you. Sometimes when you pull that knowledge out, you're actually really good at what
Yes.
you do, bro. I did not know that.
Yeah,
Trent 8083, $10 super chat, Ron. JT is a hooper, man. I love that about him, but I personally think he should take the KD route. And also, y'all seen Hallie gain like 30 pounds while he's out too.
Yeah, Hallie said he's trying to add a post game, so I'm gonna be interested to see if that's
30 pounds? What the hell?
I mean, he's gonna slim down again when it's time to play, but he said he's trying to get stronger in other post game and draw more fouls. So that should be
Yes,
interesting.
it's mostly
But
muscle. Chill. He's
I was
not
about to
like he's
say-
not fat, but it's mostly
Yeah.
muscle.
Sometimes adding weight though isn't the best idea for.
Well, yeah, I
30
mean, he's not
pounds.
gonna play because 30 pounds
athletes
from where
with
he was
Achilles.
is probably about what 225, probably.
At
about
6'5"? I mean,
Yeah, he's probably gonna get down to about 215, 210, probably.
that's what I thought his
but
playing
he's
weight
gonna
was.
be bigger.
Sure,
But
that's
yeah,
about
to be fair-
he need to go out line up an outside receiver at 6'5",
Real.
225.
We might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not gonna play. He's not gonna play at that size. That's like
Yeah.
James Harden. That's like James Harden weight.
Yeah.
James Harden look big.
Calvin Johnson.
Yes, we putting him on the edge, and we running his 9 routes with him. That's it.
All right, we got another super chat. Appreciate you, the Jonathan Fraser, $5 super chat. Not saying J-Dub isn't needed, but could OKC win it all without him? Him not fully healthy. Also, my Knicks 100% can compete with OKC. We'll see them soon.
I think they might be able to win it without him, but not if he's not fully healthy. If that makes sense.
They could win it without him, but they could lose it if he was on the floor and he wasn't fully healthy. So they'd be better
that's
off if he wasn't fully healthy. They'd be better off not having him in the lineup.
What's going on with him though? Like when is
brother? I don't
So,
even know, brother.
What was it?
He's had a lot of
Hamstring.
issues, man. With the hand, with the wrist,
hamstring.
with the hamstring.
A lot of stuff going on.
Damn, it's just been bad luck for him, huh?
Hamstrings are
All
serious,
year.
man. Those hamstrings be tricky. It's not just so simple as, oh, yep, rehab for 2 weeks, come back. Like, sometimes you think it's good, then you go out there and play, and it's like, oh, hamstring not good. Like, it's just
It's a big
hamstrings are
muscle group,
finicky, man. Yeah, hamstrings are finicky.
And this would have been another great conversation to have. Buzzer beater X1 $5 super chat. Can we acknowledge Luka isn't top 5 now? I don't get how Ant, Wemby, and even Cade aren't better than him. He's just not good anymore. And SGA clears him.
We don't do that anywhere when we're talking about guys not being good anymore. Like, did we say that Bradley Beal wasn't good when he was second in the league in scoring? Did we say that about him? We did not say that about him. No, we didn't.
Luka's
So to
leading
say-
the league in scoring.
And Luka leads the league in scoring, and we're saying that he's not good? Is that what we're doing? Come on, man.
His,
He
yeah, his,
specifically
P-
said
his,
he
his
is not
PR
good
is in
anymore.
the man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, his
Stop.
PR is in the man.
Stop the bullshit.
I don't know how one can
Knock
look
the
at
bullshit
Luka
off.
play and look at Cade play and say Cade's better. I don't
Come
understand.
on, man. We ain't doing that.
Yeah, man, that's tough.
Hey, man.
He's
Look.
still a late top
No,
5, though.
y'all,
is a
y'all light
conversation.
him up the same way y'all lit me up. He just said Cade's better than Luka.
No,
Go.
because we've learned.
Go.
See, Ron trying to hijack the show. See, move on.
Go,
Okay.
go. I just want the energy to be
Ron
kept the
Ron
same.
is basically TMZ. Okay, he looking for
And
the
there's a
drama.
reason why PC is as successful as it is, because Ron is elite at his job, and he will make sure
Exactly.
PC is out there in the news every day. That's why Ron is the
Why
GOAT.
do you think I'm here? I say stupid shit every day. That's why I'm here.
No, but
There we
Pin,
go.
you're actually
Diver-
legitimately good at your job as well.
diversity.
You just have your tendencies that, like, actually, I think have ingratiated yourself in the chat and in other ways as well. Everybody up here has like their own chat following. Kingbo -Z7Z $5 super chat. The other Knicks players are literally looking him off about Karl Anthony Towns when he had post position on guards. I blame Big Head Brown and his teammates. Chill.
I don't know.
There is
To
a
be
couple times where they could get him the ball and they start swinging it around the 3-point line. I do find that funny.
And can we stop like making big guys like guards? Like, big guys work to get the ball in the post. And when they don't get the ball in the post, they're not like guards who will just flash right out to the corner or flash to the wing. A big guy doesn't get the ball in the post, and there's a lot of times where he'll just die on the play. Like, I'm good. That happens. Like, guards don't do that. Guards will chase the ball. Big guys don't do that at all.
Yeah, that's interesting. I will show another day, another dollar. I would be curious for us to break down some plays and talk about what you think they could do better, because I think that'd be interesting for the people. We got BG Boys $5 super chat. How many challenges did New York leave the game with? Anybody aware on the exact number of that right now, off the top of their head?
I don't know.
Did they challenge yesterday? I do not remember a challenge happening
I think
yesterday.
that they left with their challenge, right?
I do want to
got it.
take
And Mike
That's
Brown
playing in the
complained
background.
after the game about Shea's whistle.
Yeah.
like a bunch of different coaches complain about Shea's whistle, but I do want to be honest with you, and I know this sounds crazy, but I would like to take challenges. If you get your one challenge, how many challenges do you get? Two.
You get
one,
you
but
gotta
you
win
get
the
one if you
second
win the
one
first one.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, that one, until you get it wrong, you should keep it the entire
I agree.
game.
I agree with you.
I'm not a fan
I
of
like that.
once I lose it. That's it. No, I get it right. I get the challenge again. And if
I
you
agree
lose
with
it
you.
in the first quarter, that's it. You don't get no
Or
more.
chill, if you lose it off a missed call from the referee that you corrected, you absolutely should get the additional
Absolutely.
challenge back.
Yes.
And you shouldn't lose a timeout.
You screwed up. Yeah, you blew that. So
Right.
And
yes,
some
I
of them
should
are
get one
using it for
challenge.
like out of bounds plays, which they've clearly just missed. Like these aren't big calls at the end of games. Like, it's ridiculous. You should just keep it if you win.
And then we got obviously the great Cowboy Bob, $2 super chat. Chill. How is Brunson's offense looking? Go Knicks, go.
To be honest with you, I like the way he got off the peel yesterday, and I like the way he got other guys involved. The fact that he wasn't able to score the basketball, I think that hurt the Knicks for a stretch, but I thought that Mike Brown changed the lineup, and I thought that Cat got on the glass, and I think that really helped their offense. And I thought that Jalen Brunson, I think that he woven himself into what they were doing and did get off the ball. He wasn't just a ball stopper and forcing a lot of shots.
Yeah.
We didn't see 5 for 26 or 6 for 19 and or even what was he, like 6 for 17,
It was
something
bad.
like that yesterday.
It wasn't great.
Yeah, but we didn't see a ridiculously bad shooting night where he took a bunch of different shots. No, he definitely got involved in the game more.
And Big Tank Jones asked which one of the calls on Shea would he post a challenge. I think this is the issue with the two chill, Mars, Damian, Penn, Ron, is that when you don't call a foul, you don't give the opportunity for the team that got botched on the play to challenge the play because there's no ball stop.
Offensive foul in the first quarter.
As opposed to
that one was
if Mark Dagnall, if he doesn't think it's a charge, since the ball is stopped, he can then challenge the call. So I
even
think,
on change of possessions as well, there's you can challenge even if the ball's like if it's a possession call, you can challenge for the approximate foul before that. But if there's no dead ball, you can't challenge, which is like.
Well, I don't want to challenge. I don't want to because what I don't want to do is Tamal's point about hijacking the show. I don't want to hijack the game. And what I don't want to do is I don't want to. Well, that should have been called a foul, or I'm challenged. No, we're not doing that. But stuff that's obvious, like yesterday when Shea clearly barrels over Jalen Brunson, blow the whistle, and I should be able to get on you about that without having to worry about getting a technical foul. You blew it. You screwed that up.
Yeah, it's a tough hierarchy in the NBA. BG boys, appreciate that super chat. Thank you so much for that. We got another super chat from King Bo Z7Z, $2. It's the coach with the titanium cranium's fault.
That's crazy.
That about
Titanium
Mike Brown?
Cranium? Yeah.
Yo, you know what? We need to start talking about people being baldest. You know how you can be like, ageist. There's baldest.
Of course you.
No. Whoa. Don't get dropped. We got a $5 super chat from Christos Karasulis, 7580. $5 super chat. That was second night of back-to-back with no D-Mitch or Deuce, by the way. No team in the East can hang with us if we are in finals combos. We're in finals combos. Gotta work on this.
I don't know if I'm sure.
Gotta work on that grammar, y'all. Shout out to y'all.
I think he's saying if D-Mitch and or if Mitchell Robinson and
Deuce
McBride's there,
yeah.
Can't nobody get with him.
Yeah, in the East. Yeah, I'm not completely opposed to that perspective.
Yeah, as a Knicks fan, that's a fair take. Like y'all a good ass team, and y'all missed, two of y'all best bench players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If anybody in the chat calls me titanium cranium, by the way, I will ban you, just so you know. So don't say it.
Ron, do you notice a pattern here? Like what's going on? Like you notice what's going on?
Yeah, when Swiper reads the super chat, you guys shut up and let him read the super
rolling.
chats.
You do notice that?
No, when I read the super chats,
quiet, Ron, as you were saying, Swiper. Pipe down, Ron. Pipe down.
Howdy 789, $5 super chat. Y'all know Cat is not a good post player, right?
Yes, he is. That's
like it always ends in an offensive foul or a wild drive.
That's just not
He's
true.
17th percentile in post up efficiency this year.
And would that have anything to do with me not really understanding exactly what I'm supposed to do in the offense? One, or two, having to rush because I haven't touched the ball in 3 or 4 trips, so I got to get something going. Otherwise, I'm not going to see the ball again. So I end up rushing because he wasn't doing that when he was in Minnesota.
Has that always been the case? Has he always been a bad post player?
I don't
in your
think
opinion?
So.
No,
I don't.
He's always been turnover prone in the post, but he's never always.
So
been
this is a decision-making problem more than a talent problem. And also, Ron, I got your back. I will thoroughly disrupt every single super chat from here on out, just to stand in solidarity with my brother Ron.
Misenko OG, $5 super chat pin. You don't have the power to do that, brother. By the way, Ron went from the person who gets the most picks correct gets the big split of the money at the
end of the
year to selling every single slip you guys make.
And that's and wait, and Swipe, but that's not true because when we were keeping track, I was actually winning. When we last year when we had the when we were using that other.
Who was selling us?
When we were using
who was selling us, Ox? No, you remember who's at the bottom?
Ron wasn't selling. Me and Ron was right behind me, but I was leading. And Mars was trolling, and I remember distinctly. Mars, you were definitely trolling. Because we were using that other app that we won't talk about right now. And I was taking it very serious, and I was eating off of OG and DeMontis PRA. If y'all remember, it was OG and DeMontis PRA, and I was like at 9, and Ron was the closest one behind me with 6. And then all of a sudden, Ron stopped keeping count.
we can start keeping count again, and everybody up here we can make sure everybody.
But Ron,
I'm with that. I'm with
Ron,
that.
including
it'd have to be 2 picks at least.
Ron,
Maybe
including
get 2
football,
picks on his
I've
shows.
made the most money
Jordan
on
gets his
PC
2
by a
picks.
lot.
Did you fight that, Ron?
No, maybe this year.
PC,
Swiper.
including football, I've sent you the most winning slips of anybody.
Ron,
on
you
PC.
fight that, Ron?
Because you doing 2 pick slips, man.
No, I'm not doing
that
actually.
shit.
No, it's
Man,
at least 3. That's why Ox doesn't deserve to be on stage. It's at least 3. by
Ron,
the way,
stop
every
letting
single
him
time.
have the.
And
I'm
then
not
so we got
letting-
another.
I'm
He
not-
super
is a
chat.
dictator.
We
You
got
have
a pimp name slip back, $77.80, $5 super chat. Saw Gifted tweeted out how the Nets.
Can we stay focused?
I could be childish too.
Can we stay focused,
Oh,
Ron?
God.
Where are we, Ron? Saw Gifted tweeted out, how could the Nets drop Cam and chill?
Swiper.
I'm
Stop.
not doing this.
What is wrong with you?
Respect.
Chill not gonna come back. It's already past the curve. You better watch out.
The brother is on his way to working at Foot Locker, respectively.
Pimp name slip you got me messed up. Slip back 77.80. I got slipped now. Saw Gifted tweet out how the Nets dropped Cam and she'll say the Nets misused Cam. The brother is on his way to working at Foot Locker, respectively.
Oh, he is. I mean, I think
He's
that's
been trash lately, chill.
He has been. Yeah.
Cam will get paid overseas though. Cam will get paid. Paid
Giannis
good
come
money to
back.
go skip
Giannis
them
come
buckets.
back. They
People-
0-2 and 2
people have-
blowouts. I think we
People
gotta
have
focus
spent their
on that.
hard-earned
Whoa.
money on these super chats. Can we add a little emotion and a little
Thank
bit
you,
of
Ken.
intonation,
I
a little
think
bit of
it's-
stalling? A little
You should
Come
let
on,
Penn
man.
read the rest of the super chat, Swiper.
Yeah, go ahead, Penn.
He'll do it right. Come on, Penn.
Hold on, wait though. But before we read another super chat, do you guys
I've been
wanna
waiting
keep-
for this day.
Do you guys want to keep tallying? Everybody gets 2 picks.
Yes, I do. Absolutely, I want to
2
keep
picks a
tally.
week.
Can I opt out? Can I opt out of the tally?
No, get involved, Mars. Stop with that
Golf,
shit.
golf included, brother.
Get
Oh,
involved, Mars.
I'm in. Golf.
Do we got
included, I'm in.
do we got NASCAR on Splash Sports?
Oh God.
Let me see real quick.
I thought
Jay
you
just
don't think that's a
tweeted, by the way.
sport. You don't think that's a sport.
Yeah, I don't, but if it's on there,
It's
Yeah,
not on
Splash
there. They got
Sports,
NHL though.
yeah, I think-
NHL. Okay, cool. I love NHL.
I'm gonna stick with my golf.
All right.
All right,
There you
come
go,
on,
Penn.
Penn. Let's do it.
Okay. Mad Max Sports. Why does Khan have this unlimited ceiling? I think he's closer to a player he will be for the rest of. Let me try that again.
Why does Khan have this unlimited ceiling? I think he is closer
Yeah,
to the
one
player he will
of
be
the
for
two.
his whole
Yeah.
career than panning out all his flaws.
Is it my fault that this is
Yo,
grammatically?
Yo, everyone's
one
made
time.
for the big moment. And it's okay.
everything you ever
Everyone's
wanted.
made for the big
Hey,
moment.
it's
One moment.
easy. It's just words.
Yo,
on the
everyone's
screen.
made for the big moment.
It's just
Everyone's
words on the
made for
screen. It should be
Penn
easy to read a
misses
super
shot.
chat.
Penn misses a shot. Now he got to come out the game. That's it. That's it.
Hell yeah!
Hey,
He's
Swiper
always saying,
running
"That's
tight
off the
shit."
bat," and then
I
he doesn't
think
finish
he's
the
closer
match.
to the
Hell
player
yeah.
he will be for his whole career than panning out all his flaws.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
too late
grammatically
now.
nonsensical sentence. What the hell are you
It's
doing to
too-
me?
Nah,
That's
we
not
not
even-
doing
Penn,
that.
that's like
That's the
about
life.
80%
That's
of the
the
super
life. Yeah,
chats.
we're
80%
not
of the
doing
super
that.
chats
Cool.
So how
use
about
no
this?
punctuation,
How about
zero
this? How about
grammar.
this?
Look
How
at
about
this.
this? How about this? How about this? what we can do?
These
That's
weak
why I started
arms are
singing.
heavy. He's
why I
bumping
started
on the
singing.
sweater already. He's nervous,
no.
but on the surface, he
B-Rabbit
look calm to drop
Drop
bombs.
Don't
But
worry.
he
Don't
keeps
worry.
on forgetting what he was.
What Max wrote down.
Oh,
No one knows what
boy.
it is to type in a super chat.
It's not
Oh, man,
curtains.
that is hilarious. That's hilarious.
And I thought
Yeah,
you
that
did a
was
good
fire.
job, and I didn't think you had to restart. I thought you had it, but you
Penn
know.
choke 10 seconds in, bro. Shout out to you, man. That was funny.
Penn, I'm
It's
throwing
been-
it
so
up.
wait, but what about Con though?
I'm not taking you off.
I got you. No, I got you.
You know
I
what
got
we
you.
could do? We
Here, I'll
could
give you the
also
longest one.
introduce-
I'll give you a $10 super chat and this the longest one. Hold on, Penn. Wait, Penn. You got it. Hold on. Wait. Make sure you can get you out the way so you can go ahead and ISO. Everybody be quiet. Background. Studio silent.
I think he chose this one on purpose. I'm gonna say that, but let's try. Nick the Quick 414 said, "Shout out PC and LDBC. When is the PC runs this summer? At Ron, at Ox, and at Ox, brother plus at Shaq plus Swiper. You not a hooper. That's not on you. That's not on your resume. Respectfully, SGA best in the world, by the way. Also, shout out Con and 414. Suck it, Swiper."
Suck it.
It was a little messy. It was a little messy, but you know, it was better.
This is my first time reading super chats on this show. I read super chats on my own
Maybe
show.
you shouldn't be so judgmental of Ron. I don't know.
I'm not judgmental, LeBron.
All I know is I haven't seen. We've given Penn 2 reads. He hasn't been clean on either one of the reads so far. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You have 3 turnovers.
Putting some emotion into it.
You have 3 turnovers in 2 reads.
On a super chat from now.
Swipe it. If Penn gets one more super chat, I swear it's DEI because he ain't getting it done.
I don't know. He might be cooking. All right, Damien. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me give the ball to somebody I know.
Hold up, but Piper, before we move on to anything, can we address Nick's super chat?
Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
Nick, pull up to Portland. We will be running in Portland. I'm assuming we will do a couple more PC weekends, but for the most part, the footage from All-Star Weekend hasn't dropped yet. But when you guys see the basketball game that we will be playing, PC versus the world, everywhere we touch down as a unit, we will be doing that in each and every city. So if we decide to pull up to Vegas for Summer League, we'll do a PC versus the world in Vegas. And anytime we do a PC versus the world, that's an opportunity for not only you guys to hoop with us, but for us to hoop with anybody in that city and for us to get a full-on run-in. PC versus the world is something in and of itself, but we can always get a run-in after we go PC versus the world.
Yep, absolutely, y'all. And you know what? I don't think DEI fails just because one person in the program fails. I believe DEI on PC matters and that we can give multiple opportunities out. So therefore, Damien.
I'm not trying to take someone's job, man, but we have a super chat from @thepeoples23, $4.99. Thanks for sending that through. No J-Dub, AJ, iHeart, and AC. We still won. Shout out to SGA and Chet. Also, Carson locked up Brunson. Also, Swiper, tell your people stop hating on SGA. Cry baby.
All right. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Isn't it?
That's not bad.
This is just biased. He screwed up.
That was pretty good. That was better. That was pretty good.
Better than you.
We'll give him another one.
We got to start answering the super chats, though. We can't just read them. We got to answer super chats, Swiper.
Go ahead.
Hey, I got some grace at 3 a.m.
And chill. This is your fault, by the way.
Oh no, this one definitely isn't.
It's 2:07. We're like literally almost done. Usually we'd be here till 2:40. Go ahead, Penn.
Who is we, Swiper? You're not here till 2:40. You be leaving us.
I've been here for.
Is this a read off?
Hey, you'll be rocking. You'll be rocking.
Okay, hold on. I got this. Okay, the People's 23. $4.99.
Already read this one.
No,
Just
this is
answer
a revision. That's unfair. Give him a new one.
Penn,
answer the super chat first.
Drop the show.
There's no question. It just said shout out.
Well, I mean, speak on it. We got to address it at all.
For me to read it.
Well, Swiper's going to address it. Stop hating on SGA.
Yeah. I mean, it's the Denver fans. It's like from Matt. Shout out to Matt and Ryan. Their very long segment got clipped to 20 seconds and turned into this like, oh well, SGA, blah blah blah. There's actually more context behind it, but I'm not defending anything. I don't want to be involved. That has nothing to do with me. Shout out to them. Just my friends. That has nothing to do with me. I'm not getting involved in that. Oh, they was getting cooked on the timeline, bro. I don't want those parts. Mars did enough for that for me last year, and now he's lost all his motion. All of it is gone, by the way. He does not impact the numbers anymore. He's an analytical darling last year. He's failed this year.
You washed,
he's dropped off this year.
No, I'm like Jokic. You have to now PRA me. You can't be advanced.
Facts.
Now we gotta go to the PRA because someone else like me.
Can we one more? By the way, there's 1,583 people watching this. Can somebody please send a long super chat? It can be $2, $5, or it could be 10.
Send a long super
Somebody
chat
send a long super chat. As a matter of fact, can we get 2 more super chats so we can get an end off?
You would know
Damien
that if you
and
ever
Penn.
sent a super
and
chat.
whoever loses is not allowed on the show all next week. So whoever loses the debate off is not on the show all next week. So 2 more super chats, please.
How Damien even get it?
Why did I get dragged into this?
No, it's just
He's just trying to get you off the show. That's what.
No, he's not
no.
trying to get you off the show. He's trying to get me off the show for an entire
What, you saying
week.
you're going to lose?
I think Damien's really good at this.
Damien, he's already saying you're going to win. Wow.
I'm not saying he's going to win.
I want to see you guys next week. I want to see all of you guys next week.
David, I think you will see us next week.
Damien can drop a word. You're going to still say he won. I know how you are.
You think I'm
You
rigging
I wanna-
elections? You think I'm
were
rigging
standing there
elections?
clapping.
I want to see Penn next
I'm a
week.
Republican. I'm rigging elections.
I mean,
Eric-
I don't know.
Eric Spinoza, 77.89, $5 super chat. What up, fellas? I know it's not basketball related, but where do you think Max Crosby get traded to, Chill?
Yo, Mr. reads a lot. It's Eric Espinoza, not Eric Spinoza.
Get his ass out of here.
See ya.
Who's Max Crosby?
And Swiper calls himself one with the Spanish
DN
people.
for the Raiders. DN for the Raiders.
Fraud,
He's actually a really good player.
Puerto Rican wannabe.
He's leading the NFL. He's leading the NFL in tackles for losses.
Puerto
even in the league.
Rican wannabe.
Yes.
I'm actually very happy.
Always
he's
trying
black.
to salsa dance.
Well, salsa
trying to
dancing
say-
started in. Do you know salsa that started in Cuba? You know Cuba.
Cuba.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
Cubans.
cool.
are
But you went
black,
South
to
right?
African dance, but I can
you were
vouch
salsa
for it.
dancing all
I
over
knew
the
that-
place
I
and
knew
being
that,
like,
Swiper.
I'm one
I
with
can
the
dance,
Spanish
I can vouch
people.
for
I
it.
love
Uh-huh.
Spanish
Well, salsa's
people.
a lot.
You
There's a lot
guys
of
what
Right,
basketball
Swiper.
started. I seen that segment.
It's a lot of
You missed
African
a whole
music in
letter
salsa, by the way. But
Yo,
yeah, shout
bro,
out.
you said I fucked up 10 seconds in. You fucked up on the name.
Yeah, what? But guess what? I ran through all these super chats and cooked better than you in any one of them.
Can we agree that like none of you guys can read that well?
Max
Like,
Crosby. Answer to Max
like,
Crosby.
goddamn, like, none of you guys can read
Answer
that
to Max
well.
Crosby. Somebody answer that. Chill. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him in Cincinnati. I think that they need a DM because they're not going to pay Hendrickson, so I wouldn't mind handing over a couple of ones for him. Yes.
Wow.
Mhm.
How old is Max?
26, 27. He's
Oh,
young.
see, I thought it was like 29. Okay, 26. Damn. Yeah,
Hey, Max, we got a 30-second overall pick for you. We got it for
That's
you.
it.
I mean, I'm saying that's where things could start, but we
You
got a
need
little
two
more.
firsts for Max Crosby.
Hey, I want to
Probably.
see. I want to see Max. I want to see Max on the Packers, man.
Why with
Max
Micah
on
again?
the
They
hell?
already got too much. They good. They
What?
living over there.
I just want to see it. Man.
What are you trying to do, Max?
know,
and
Michael Parsons.
crazy.
Yeah, I want to
What's
see
the matter,
it.
dog? You embarrassed? This guy's
Ooh,
an analyst.
Chicago-
His
oh,
real
Chi-
name is Clarence.
Chicago. Oh, Chicago will be dope too.
Yeah, shout out to Max, man. He about to get a nice little deal. We got another one, $2 super chat from Pibble Mama, Pibble MMA, $2 super chat. This Peyton Pritchard show, JT, stay out the way. My goodness,
Peyton didn't play too well last night, but
Peyton Pritchard got stance.
He didn't. Yeah, hell yeah, Peyton got stands.
have you ever been to the Pacific Northwest, Swiper? Do you
Not
know who
often.
Peyton? Do you know who Peyton Pritchard is out here?
He's a folklore hero. Yes, he is.
It's like, you know who he is, Swiper? He like what's the kid name? Oh, Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert.
Okay. All right, y'all. Well, y'all know what time it is. We got the read off. Put this right here. All right, we got the read off, y'all. We got the super chats in. All right, this is for all the money. So we're gonna do it. Ron, you need a timer.
There's a new rule. There's a new rule.
We got two super chats that have been sent.
There's a new rule.
No, there's no new rule. There's no new rule.
There's a new
I'm
rule.
just
There's a
saying.
new rule. You're not the boss. Relax. Chill. Sit back. Clarence, relax.
Sitting back.
Trying to mute me. Why are you trying to mute me, man? Don't mute me. Don't silence me. I'm gonna tell you the new rule. The new rule is either one of us get through the name without making a mistake. We good.
No.
You get to sit out for the entire week because you can't read names.
Oh,
You know what's funny?
let's
You
just
know
have a
what's
little
funny?
fun, fellas.
Eric,
Let's have a little fun.
Eric
Oh,
Espino-
nah, we are having a battle between a bunch of people who can't
Espinoza
read.
has been sending super chats for a year. I've been reading that name for a year.
I'm trying to get to the game, Pin. You're ruining
Come
it.
on,
All right,
Pin. Let's
here we
go. Let's have a little fun.
Damien, your home court advantage. You're up first. Go ahead, Damien.
I'm up first? Okay. Super chat from @JH139, $4.99. Thanks for sending that through. Enjoy the show. Until Jokic is brought up, it's a weird energy and not the same energy for other superstars. But Magic Curry in your top 10, lol, come on.
Oh, I don't know. That's kind of close, y'all.
I don't know.
That's kinda
because
nice.
LOL being said as lol. I don't know. And
No,
you know,
no, Damien. I
No, he
think
did
Damien.
good, he did
Obviously,
good, he did good, he
you know,
did good.
obviously, we all know that everybody up here. We know you guys can read. This is all about the pressure of the super chat. My only issue, Damien, is, and I know you're from Aussie land, but it's H, not H.
it's
Oh, no, that's no. No, wait, that's a
LOL.
Wait, Chill,
not
what's our
doing all
grade? That's out of 10. What was that out of 10? Chill. What was that out of 10 for Damien?
8.5.
8.5.
I agree.
8.5.
All right. That's what
All right, we
I
got 8.5. So Damien,
I'll
8.5. All right, now Pin. Yours is up next.
Man, okay.
Oh, he's proofreading it.
Okay.
It's a bad start.
I'm not
He
proofreading
read it.
anything.
He
I've
read it.
Yeah,
never
that's kind of
said
nasty.
anything.
Proofread was kind of crazy.
It's a
I'm not
bad
gonna lie.
start.
What do you? Okay, this is why you can't get anything fair on this show.
Oh wow! Now Damien didn't do this. All you gotta do is read it as soon as you see it. You were doing proofreading.
I've never said
I'm
the
sending you
word
another one. I'm
anime
sending
is
you another
cool
one
in my life. I don't watch anime.
Pin, as soon as it comes on the screen,
man, we see what's going on.
as soon as it's on the screen, Pin, you have to read it. Those are the rules. I'm putting a new one up as soon as it comes on the
just
screen.
so everyone is
you have to
clear.
read
These
it.
super chats are behind stage. We could have read them the entire time. Okay?
No, these are new. These are brand new. I'm looking at.
Yeah, but
brand
you don't know which one's coming
211
up.
and
That's the
212.
point. You don't know.
211 and 212. Okay, here we go. As soon as it comes up, you got to read. Are you ready?
Did he read right away?
Go ahead. Come on.
Okay, go ahead. At Anime is Cool 97 with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Perfect time for my first super chat. Had to say WPC. I've been watching for years and love this channel. How y'all feel about Luke Cornett against MC?
Who's
Nice
MC?
one.
I don't know.
Who's MC?
Yeah, who's MC? Who's MC?
Who's
Who's
MC?
MC,
We
Pet?
got to know the super
Who's
chat.
MC?
You meant to understand these abbreviations. Come on.
Why do I have to understand abbreviations? And he
Because that's what you
Because
have to
that's the
translate
stand.
super chat so we
That's the
can
standard.
answer it.
That's the standard
That's
we
the
hold
standard.
Ron to.
That's the standard. We gotta know. How are we gonna know that's Luke Cornett against Magic City if you don't tell us? Like we need to know these things. But now, you know what? Sorry, Anime is cool. We can't answer the question because Penn decides.
maybe I don't want to be
We
saying
don't
a
know.
strip club's name, so I'm gonna leave it at Magic
we-
City. Maybe I want to
yeah,
prop
okay, but
business.
we don't
of him
know.
sending a more
Unfortunately,
expensive
Anime
super
is
chat.
cool.
I'm not giving him extra money
Unfortunately,
on the
Anime
super
is
chat.
cool. We can't answer
Anime
your
is cool. I'm
question
sorry, we can't talk
because
about Magic
Penn
City,
decided he didn't want to translate the
Anime's not
abbreviations.
cool
So
anymore.
we actually don't know what.
and
you were
neither is
talking about.
Magic City. Sorry, brother.
So yeah, we can't answer.
Shit.
But thank you.
Look
for
what you
your
did, Pin.
All right.
first
Now you don't even get his money.
Just so we are clear,
Now
I
you
have
don't even
read
get his
Luke
money.
Cornett's statement against that. Are we allowed to talk about that?
I think
No,
it's kind
Why
of.
wouldn't we be allowed to talk about it? We talk about strip clubs all the time.
No, hold on, because
We actually-
Jill-
Because this is
Jill-
already been brought up, and we
Jill,
didn't
the
talk about it.
contestant, is trying to overrule the judge. Jill, you are the only judge. You gave 8.5 to Damien, who didn't do any of the before and after nonsense. Based on the performance, Jill, out of 10, what do you give Penn for his read?
Nasty, so I put
Leaving out the abbreviation is really important. So I'm going to give you leaving out the abbreviations. I'm going to give you a 7 on that one.
Wow.
That's very important.
Wow.
Because
He was kinder than you was. Kinder than I.
that was very important to what was going
But
on.
for our audio
And-
listeners, if we were to hear "lol," we wouldn't know that was LOL. Does he not get any doc for that?
But yeah, he does because if he would have said
and if anyone knows about Luke Cornett's message about Magic City, look, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know we were allowed to talk about it.
So we're clear. Why wouldn't we be able to? Why wouldn't we be
We
able?
brought
to
it
talk
up
about
already once, and it was completely ignored.
We talk about everything up here, and everybody know if he would have said LOL, we got a 10. Actually,
First of all, we
So
talk about
you got
strip clubs.
docked
We don't
for that.
talk about the
But
position.
MC, even for our audio listeners, MC, they don't know what that is. They
Well,
don't know what the whole
if
Luke
you
Cornett
hear
issue is
Luke
about.
Cornett versus MC, I think they know what that is.
honestly, Pin, I don't think you knew until Mars told you.
I've read the statement. What are you talking about? Of course I knew. You're not going to tell me what I knew or didn't know.
I didn't tell you. I said
You
I
act like
don't
they asked you-
think
you act like they
Mars.
asked you to read a cuss word.
Pin, calm down, brother.
It's Magic City is a very famous
To answer your
establishment here in
question,
Atlanta.
though,
Either way,
I think it's a little convenient, Penn. I think it's a little convenient that that's where we draw the line.
Okay.
We draw the line with shaking.
Here's
ass.
this.
That's
I
it.
Well, my thing,
no,
though, chill. It's
hold on.
like
This is what y'all do.
it's
Y'all
just
imply something about me, and then next week
I'm not even talking
All
about
right,
you.
let's talk. Let's talk about that. We're talking about the
Back-
super chat. Pin. We're
back-
talking about the super chat, not you. It has
And I
nothing to
think
do with
it's-
you.
and I
We're talking
think
about the
it's
super
interesting-
chat.
I think it's interesting that we draw the line at shaking ass. Like we're not.
Yeah.
It's not about shaking
not
ass,
doing
though. If you read the statement that Luke Cornett
Which
had,
I did
it
read.
is not about
I did
shaking
too.
ass. It is about the league's position on promoting something at one of their games, the Magic City game. They're talking about that as it is disrespectful to women, et cetera, that this
Right.
league should be inclusive place.
That's where we draw
That
the
is a
line at.
political discussion. We are
Right.
literally not a political podcast. Do you
That's what
understand
we-
why
no,
I
no,
want to
no,
avoid
no,
talking
no,
about
no,
this?
we're talking-
Pin, we
NBA.
talk about everything up here.
Yeah,
But
talk about politics
look,
up here.
okay, we do. We talk about so much stuff up here. But look, let's
Yeah,
forget
we
about
try
that.
not to.
Pin. You're clearly upset
last
because
week we was
you're clearly
talking
upset
about,
because you
like,
lost the
gentrifying
competition.
But
We
I
understand
didn't
we're upset. Well, you got yes, you did because
No, I didn't.
Damien beat you. But look, so
The judge
said you lost, so you lost.
Your favorite
let's
panelist.
So don't worry about it. You lost. You lose with some grace.
Every time
okay, look.
Ken
This is
loses
my thing.
anything,
This is my thing.
Grace. I smashed my
Lose with some grace. Lose with some grace. Lose with some grace.
Same thing as the
Be a
PCL.
man and lose with some grace. Anyways, let's move forward with the super chat. Let's move forward with the super chat. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? You lost, and that's no big deal. But let's talk about the super chat. I happen to agree with Luke Cornett, not so much about exploitation and all that, because it's, you know, that's I don't think that's just exclusive to that. You know, we don't got to get into all that. I'm just saying that it's supposed to be a family event. That's my only thing. It's supposed to be. As y'all know, I don't agree with the NBA promoting alcohol and stuff. I don't like the NBA having Hennessy sponsorships and Bud Light, Budweiser. Y'all know I don't agree with that. I don't think professional sports should promote that. In fact, Damien, I think you can speak to this in Australia. At least when I was there, they didn't do that. They actually promoted against drinking. You know what I'm saying? They were saying, in the NBL, they actually, advertise against drinking alcohol.
That's right.
And I think the NBA should do that. Fred Vincent, I'm not going to speak on that right now. You know why? But you know what I'm saying. So I agree. I agree with Luke Cornett as far as just you know what I'm saying, maybe not promoting that for a family night, because in mind you, I understand it could be Atlanta culture and it's a cool thing for them and all that, but I don't think that it should be something because just for the kids. You know what I'm saying? That's all. And y'all know I have no issue with strip clubs. I think it's a great thing. I have fun at strip clubs. I think everybody should go enjoy yourselves, but for the children, that's all I'm saying.
I just think it's convenient that that's where we draw the line. That's my only issue. I don't have an issue with them drawing the line at that. But my issue is that's where we drawing the line when it's a whole bunch of other stuff going on in the league where we don't draw the line.
The job of the contest was to read a super chat.
That just seems like whataboutism at that point. It's like you can't talk on this issue because you don't have a stance on that issue. It's like, okay,
right.
So like you're allowed to think something about something else. It doesn't mean you have to think about everything else.
And
I can have an issue with one thing. That doesn't mean I have to have a stance on every other thing ever.
If we would have flipped these reads, then Damien would have read that one and probably still would have won.
Swiper, we passed that.
But I'm saying, Ox, we talk about about all kind of stuff up here.
Yes, we do. Absolutely, we do.
Yes, all the time, every Friday.
We do every day. Like I said, Penn was just mad because he lost. It's no big deal. I just do want to say that, you know what I'm saying, like the whole thing. I understand where Luke Cornett was coming from, and there's some things in his message that I don't agree with him on. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that like strip clubs is the same thing as exploiting women and this and that. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at it that way. I'm only talking about the family thing. I don't think you should promote the adult entertainment industry in the family friendly setting. That's all. That's my only.
Kids gonna ask their parents what is Magic City, and then they gotta explain this.
Every parent don't want to talk to their 5-year-old about what's Magic City? Oh, that's, you know what I'm saying, that's when you go see him clapping ass. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody don't want to explain that to their 5-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's where dancers are. And to Mars's point, really quickly,
it's where you go see the hoes at. I don't want to tell that 5-year-old. You know?
Go ahead, Chill.
What's the next one? Because we rolling.
All right, cool. Let me see. Blah blah blah.
Did that one already?
Appreciate it. And we got LeVar balling $5 super chat. We already know Swipe, but you're gonna slander him if you fail. This is about JT. I literally said I'm not going.
He literally just
at all
didn't say that. No,
yeah, I'm not going to. I don't think that would be helpful.
I guarantee Swiper slanders JT at some point.
No, I don't need to. I don't need to slander JT at all. Actually,
Mad Max, what was your super chat about? I don't remember you sending a super chat. I was looking.
He read one. He had one earlier.
He asked why Con's ceiling is extremely high and he's not just closer to what
because the reason why his ceiling is extremely high is because of what he does, which is shoot the long ball, and that's what the league is today. And because the league is shooting the long ball, we talk about the best long ball shooters in the game today, especially guys like Con Knipple, who have their teams winning. So if he could continue to shoot the long ball the way he's doing and even get better at that, I mean, that's what's conducive to winning in the league today. So
Chill, but to the super chat though, Chill. Do you think that Khan is closer to where he's gonna be, or do you think is he gonna get much better?
I don't think he's close to where he's going to be because I think that the game is going to slow down for him. I think he's a smart guy. I didn't realize that he was as big as he was. I think he's going to be a better ball handler, and I do think that he competes on defense. I think he's going to be a more complete player than you guys give him credit for. Me too. Not just you guys. Me too. I thought he was going to be a long ball shooter. I said Luke Kennard coming into the league. No, I was wrong about that. I think that he's going to be much better. I think he's going to be much better than that. Yeah, I do.
And then this one was red, but this is the one that somebody enjoyed the show until Jokic just brought up a weird injury. Not the same injury for the superstar, by the way. Magic and Curry in their top 10. LOL, come on.
I don't really see the correlation, but I'm going to assume it's about we criticize Jokic's defense and not those two.
Probably. We've had a conversation a lot up here. We probably that will 100% be a summer conversation we will have as usual in all season.
Because I don't have Curry in my top 10.
I don't have Magic in my top 10. So.
Nick the Quick 414 $5 super chat. I'm in school right now, Ron. Relax. Just got first team all conference. Eat it. Nick the Quick is a hooper.
Ron. Yes, he is. Swipe, you don't know this?
Congrats.
You ain't seen the film?
All right, well, you better check him out.
First team all league. I love that.
Nick, the best hooper in the chat. Well,
he projected to go second round right now.
Is this real?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nick is a hooper though.
Nick, if you see me on Twitter, Nick, drop your video link and like tell me. I'd love to watch.
He sends his videos in the Hall of Fame group chat. Do you not pay attention? Do you not pay attention to people?
No, I have not seen Nick Quick.
Or do you only come in there to troll Pin?
I don't spend time trolling anyone.
Swapper, you just spent 30 minutes trolling Pin. You ran him off the show.
I ran him off the show.
And you got us 30 minutes overtime. And you know what? Chill's been very responsible. And Chill's still here.
Eddie Hardaway, 7231, $5 super chat. Shout out OG. The chat appreciates his chillibustering. I agree, Chill. The chat enjoys when you filibuster the chat. To appreciate that.
I agree too. Yeah, lazy.
I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. The white in my hair has kind of
chillibustering. It's like when
it's distorted my memory.
It's like filibustering, but with your name in it.
Yeah.
Filibustering is
Yeah.
People like when you yap.
That's not a compliment.
No, people do like when you yap.
People enjoy when you have things to say. You fill the silences. Because if there was a bunch of me's up here, we'll just be sitting in silence until someone has the nerve to say some words.
Yeah, well, it's not really like yapping when you do it, Chill. When you do it, it's chillibustering. When Swiper does it, it's yapping.
Not yapping if you're making good points, though.
Exactly, Ox. You wouldn't know anything about that. Next super chat, we got
Swiper is devious. I swear.
Teresa 2984.
That wasn't from me. That was from the chat.
$10 super chat. Another $10 super chat. You're welcome. Y'all were talking about J-Dub earlier, like he didn't go a whole playoff run with a broken wrist and came back and pulled his hamstring. The game he re-aggravated it. He would bust in the Suns' tail.
Interesting. Interesting.
Hope he gets healthy, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for that super chat, though, man.
That's why they sat him out as long as they've sat him out, because they know that they're going to need him for the stretch.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and they're winning without him too.
Man, shout out to my boy from Denver, Colorado, man. Shout out to J-Dub, man. Shout out to the city, bro.
He's from Colorado. That's cool.
Yep, sure did. And then you just grew up in Arizona a little bit. Yeah, Nick the Quick 414 $5 super chat. The MC, wink wink, got elite wings. Shout out to Brax and Swiper is art.
I've never, to be honest with you, I've never saw and Ox, this is no disrespect to you, because I understand that you've been there a bunch of different times. I think you told me that you bounced there a couple of times also. So
yeah.
I just never got into them. I never was into that sort of thing. That's not to say that it's whack. I just never got into it. I never saw the point of it. What I'm paying you for when I got a woman. I don't need you to take your clothes off for me. I'm straight.
Cheers.
I'd be there on GTA, so have a good time.
I just never got into it. That's just, maybe that's just a me thing. I just never got into that sort of thing.
Well, by the way, y'all, before we get into this members chat, I do want you to know, Mars, that the chat is saying
so fast.
This is one of the best.
Told you about GTA.
This is one of the best rewatch episodes. Apparently saying this is going to be a premium primetime rewatch episode. Just so y'all know. I just want y'all to know that. So great job today, everybody. Shout out to Cheese. He gifted 10 Players Choice memberships, always showing up for the people. Cheese, you are absolutely phenomenal and amazing. We appreciate you, Cheese.
Shout out to the GOAT Cheese, man.
Yeah, you continue to do great work for PC, man. Shout out to you. Mike the Champ 3.
Oh,
another Mike. Okay.
That's the same Mike. That's the
same Mike. Finally became a YouTube member. Okay, shout out to you, Mike.
Shout out to boy. Hey, shout out to Champ, man.
Yeah, shout out to
He's gonna
you,
be in
man.
Portland. He told me so.
Yep. And then we got.
I swear I hope he's in Portland. Run up on me when you see me. Of all the people, run up on me when you see me. Of all the people out there, if you are in Portland, run up on me when you see me. And I promise you, I'll be the last dude you run up on. Run up on me when you see me. Yes, sir. You in particular, run up on me when you see me.
Guys, please don't run up on anyone.
Please run up on me. All that shit you talk about me in the chat, all that shit you talk, run up on me when you see me. Make sure you do that.
Well, I think all of us are bigger than 90% of the population, so I don't really think any of us are getting run up on respectfully. But shout out to y'all. And then never bored. Remember, for 6 months, will Wemby play full minutes in the playoffs?
Yes.
He better.
I think that the shackles will be taken off of him, and he will be. No doubt.
I can't wait to see that. Leaf 4788. Remember, for 30 months. By the way, Chilltown, I never 2 years ago, and I never said playoff run. What's this about?
He was talking about the Brooklyn Nets. This was 2 years ago when he said if we need everything to go right. Yes, you did, actually. You 100% said that.
Y'all see this?
Some people see overtime. If we weren't in overtime, he would have been fine.
Shout.
I blame Swiper.
No, we were actually literally beating this before we would have with Ron, by the way. Ridge Matic, and it was funnier. Ridge Matic, member for 24 months. WPC L host that fumble reading L basketball. I'm not gonna lie to you, Ron. I think the chat has more respect for you because Penn walked out there and sold in the first 10 seconds. And you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I'm saying. Shout out to you, Ron.
No, Ron still sucks, but I don't.
It's not an easy role.
I think you guys underestimate how difficult it is to read super chats. You guys ain't built like that.
By the way, y'all, you're critiquing people, Ron. Y'all's grammar for a lot of y'all is literally horrible. So I would highly suggest
third grade reading level, fifth grade. You are terrible.
Basic.
He wants people on their phones to type with commas.
No. I'm asking for periods and for commas. That's it.
Hell nah. You get these words, and it's about you to put the punctuation in where it fits. That's what it is.
Yeah, shouts to you, Ron.
You might not even get the full word sometimes. You just gotta figure it out.
Ron, you got it, man. You gonna lead us out?
Yeah, but you see, Swiper, this is why we can't trust you to do this because you don't fully complete the job, you know?
Is that because there's 2 left?
There's another super chat from a Hall of Famer. How dare you disrespect the Hall of Famer and Teddy Hart and not read his super chat? Teddy Hart said, what?
They're not even on my screen. I can't even see them.
You can't see him?
Nope.
You want to know why?
Nope.
It's not even StreamYard trusts you as the host. Teddy Hart, with the final super chat of the day, said Velvet Viper and the Emancipator did their thing last night.
The Emancipator is elite.
Who is this about?
That's Chet because he looks like Abraham Lincoln.
I actually think he looks more like Jimmy Neutron.
Oh yeah,
man.
That's what he looks
the
like.
Emancipator is crazy.
Shout out to the Emancipator, man. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder. We got some good games tonight. Y'all be sure to lock in. I wasn't joking when I said the Raptors versus the Wolves. That's going to be a good-ass game. We obviously have the Pistons versus the Spurs. That's going to be a good game. And we got the Lakers versus the Nuggets on Prime Video. Y'all lock in tomorrow. We will be back. Same time, same place, same crew. We'll see you.
Portland, we coming, Portland. We coming to see y'all, Portland. Coming out there, no doubt.
We out.